it was beautiful. I mean, again, the super subs for
Yeah.
IHC, now the super subs for Xavier. What more can they bring through in this Erangel now that they also will be able to make
यहाँ पे
a
गया.
perfect rotation into the
So
military
then
base island?
mute it here,
This
right?
is looking
Yeah,
really
it's
good
already
for
muted.
Xavier right now.
Are
It's
we
working to get across to the military base
cool?
landmass,
मैं
you
उसको
know,
बुला लेता हूँ.
without losing a
Thank you, bro.
player, but it's another thing to
Thank
pick
you,
up
bro. Peace,
4
bro. Bye, bye.
eliminations. Just like, you know, just really quickly, no
Casual.
problems. Yeah, casual.
Low-key.
Didn't even get a player knocked, right? And now they're on military base. If they wanted to, they could bridge camp on the other side, but it seems like they're just taking up a huge spread position,
Hello,
small
guys.
position
Can you
on
hear
the
me? Can you
western
hear me?
side of the
Can you
military
hear
base.
me?
Probably looking for more loot, honestly.
Mm.
They got to that position so fast that I doubt they had, you know, all the loot that they wanted, scopes, you know, armor, meds, all of that stuff still to be had. Meanwhile, let's take a look at which teams have managed to get onto military base so far. It's Train to Kill swimming across right now, right straight down the middle. IHC, of course, did land in Novo, and they're camping the bridge. Genesis Dog, when we saw, did that botation, and we have Xavier and one more team. That last team that is on military base, the names are
Game
covering
Lords.
some up. Oh, Game Lords,
Game
right.
Lords.
Game Lords that lost
Mm.
2 extremely early on. Yeah, only there as a 2-man team now.
Yeah, but they made the rotation. At the very least, hopefully they should be setting themselves up for that next phase. We'll have to wait and see what, of course, Wrangle has in store for us, as it's already started off on quite a severe note, going all the way from a northern drop site flight path and into a southern zone. So we can see Besiktas also up in a boat, making a lovely little bit of a sail onto hopefully the military base island. See where they come through, but they are still out in the blue. Quite a
Quite a
hefty
ways.
rotation for a few teams.
Yeah, that boat was what you just saw was passing by Milta Power. That should give you
Oof.
guys a decent idea how far away they are from military base, and they better have a couple gas cans because those boats chug gas very quickly.
It's going to be a tough rotation, that is for sure. We even see FaZe now running in from a very similar approach, really. They just passed Novo. They're coming through on the back southern portion of Military Base Island. So also a very long rotation
Guys,
again.
we'll
Team
have
Entertainment now
Coach
taking that
Senator also
potential
today
down
here.
towards that eastern bridge. We know there's a few teams that are
Zayan,
going to be
and
finding themselves
tomorrow we
here
are planning
quite
to do
early on.
stream with
Team Entertainment
Shadow,
maybe going to be looking for a little bit of a
Senator,
setup here. If
and
they can hold
everyone.
off here, they might actually catch
But right
Falcons
now I'm
out
just
as
trying to
they're trying
figure
to make their
out.
rotation.
Yeah, and then even
Because in
now,
here यहाँ पे
IHC
Discord चलाने के लिए
has
आपको
set up
VPN यूज़ करना पड़ता
on
है.
the eastern side.
तो अब अगर मैं Discord यूज़ कर रहा हूँ तो वो
Oh,
इंटरनेट की स्पीड डाउन कर देता है. So that
okay.
is becoming an issue.
Yeah, so, you know, we were
So
talking about
उसको थोड़ा करते हैं ठीक,
our
देखते हैं क्या
superpower
होगा
is
उसका.
ridiculous zones. That's it. This is
Um,
proven. 3 days in a row, man. We're here.
The only reprieve
2x.
these teams really have is that we've had a zone in down this far south the other day.
Ta-
So
ta- ta- ta.
they
Love
should be able to chance all the teams
from
down
Dil
here.
Se
Zone
Godlike,
is
Dil
a little
Se
bit more to the
Godlike.
east than to the west. Last time
Thank
they
you,
were
bro.
more or less on military base. This time it's a little bit shifted to the east. Genesis Dogma Kids finds themselves in a very strong split now. Curious to see if they continue to hold this split. As for so many other teams, still just making their way across the bridge. Rejects just made their way across the bridge for free on the western side. The eastern side definitely looking like a lot more scary for many of these teams. Falcon, 10 Entertainment, IHC still camping the bridge.
Yeah, we saw Team Entertainment just giving a little bit of that welcoming package already. You know, with an opening knock onto one of the Falcon members, they've managed to obviously recover that. They're still up to their 4 members, and they're going to need all 4 of their members to fight through this. I mean, even if they do get past Tem Entertainment, it does look like IHG is still holding that other side of the bridge. We can see Tem Entertainment now making a little bit of that dash, trying to get some of that information out, see what is waiting for them on the other side of the bridge, and lo and behold, it is a looming threat of IHC. And right behind Tem Entertainment, there's Furious Gaming, there's Falcons. I mean, Longshore Red Force now making a rotation as well, but thankfully they should be heading towards more of a central point between the two bridges, maybe taking a swim across, maybe a botation across Besiktas. Oh, what a rotation they've had to make. And GK Esports, hello. Botation as well.
Yeah, it seems like botation's honestly the way to go. I have seen in previous PMGCs teams will camp botations. Speaking about camping out, Xavier right there with the DP in hand. He could very easily knock this boat down. I think he's set up there to camp out botations, but I've seen, like I was saying, previous PMGCs teams have started to
Oh,
camp
that's a
out these
smart
botations.
rotation
You
by
can see
GK.
another military base and the teams do their VOD reviews and seeing how many teams are just taking boats now
They'll
instead of
get
driving
picked.
across the
They'll get
bridge,
picked if they get spotted. They'll
it could
get
be
picked very
easily
easily.
3 points. Falcon. Oh yeah, here we go.
There we
Troy
go.
was indeed camping for the
लेकिन
boatation.
क्या ही circle बना है.
To do it with, then a DP forced to abandon the boat. GK, at least they're in the zone, right? They're not going to be swimming in the blue. That's the worst feeling ever.
Absolutely, but still, I mean, the looming threat is that that DP is just staring down to your position. So the moment you come up for air, you're just giving opportunities away. So speaking of that, Tem Entertainment right through the gauntlet. That is IHC on the other side of the bridge, holding that line already, grabbing two. And that does look like Tem Entertainment are down to another two, I believe. I couldn't see if there was a knock that actually came through as a confirmation, but either way, their days are looking a little numbered if they can't get those reses popped off.
Yeah. I mean, we saw last time military base, IHC will camp that bridge for like the longest time, so I'm surprised there's still this many teams trying to make it across the eastern bridge. Furious Gaming now coming on the backside will manage to pick up some points there. And yeah, Furious Gaming and Falcon now fight. All these teams just fighting in the blue zone. IHC does not care. They're here to just cause problems for everybody.
I mean, absolutely. I guess they're taking a page out of Geek Fam's, playbook. I mean, if they are going to take these engagements, if they are going to start these fights, they should win them and they should get those, eliminations. But
यार Falcon का मुझे comeback देखना है यार. What is Falcon doing?
All the IHC members actually jumping into
I
the
really want
Meanwhile,
Falcon to come
Falcons and
back.
Furious Gaming now trying to come to a conclusion, and that conclusion will be Furious Gaming down to 1, maybe 2. If they
Hello
can get
bhai,
those
hello
early
bro,
goals
how are you
themselves
doing?
going
Negi
in that
OP.
line. I don't think Milovan will be in this lobby for much longer, as Trigger will be the last remaining member here for Furious Gaming.
Nongshim, Red Force also coming into the fray now. They're probably thinking, dude, we came all the way from Stalbert. Why are you guys still here? What's the holdup? What's going on here? And of course, it's all to blame on IHC. IHC basically just caused a huge traffic jam for all of these teams. Now they're just forced to kind of fight each other deep in the blue. Besiktas, one of them getting knocked. That's actually FaZe doing some botation camping out way down on the southeastern side. And 4 a.m. about to cross the bridge on the west just now. Here comes the rotation in. Yeah, teams are now just like, okay, let's just stop fighting. Let's just try and make it across the bridge. And, the drive-by by Dooms with the Vector getting a knock. Very nice stuff from Nosham Red Force.
Rejects, though, finding at least one here from Genesis Dogma Gids, and they're going to be looking for a very quick potential confirmation. Immediate change up from them. They're trying to make this rotation, but unfortunately,
Oh, very
this
nice.
rotation to help out their teammates is out in the open. So I like the thought, but that execution just wasn't there as an opportunity. That timing not really working out in their favor, even though they are trying to close that gap. Meanwhile, Furious Gaming closing the gap immediately towards.
ये GD कहाँ की team है?
And this is basically a 1v1, as Never Alone is one of the only standing members of Falcons. Genesis Dogma still experiencing that pressure here from Rejects.
Ooh, Falcons Never Alone ends up taking that 1v1 up to 4 elimination. Yeah, Genesis Dogma was the first team, or not the first team, but they had central position very early on. And I even questioned, are they going to continue holding that split? They are, but they're not playing it correctly whatsoever. They're just getting picked apart, doing more than they know what they can do. 10-minute champion smashing in, going for that trade to help out his teammate, and the drop shot is good. The Vector coming out on top. Nongshim Red Force 5 eliminations.
क्या ही गंदा zone है.
Revive up to a full force of 4. Nongshim Red Force coming in swinging today on the 3rd day. Might be too late though, because they are in 16th.
ये IHC का chicken है भाई. IHC top 3 direct इसके बाद. If they manage to pull this one off.
We were talking about the shenanigans that they just brought in on that bridge, and they got away with it. Not only did they cause that traffic jam, but they actually pulled out. They disengaged at the perfect timing, managing to make that rotation into zone. Of course, right in the crosshairs here of 4 angry men holding quite a close to center position. Right behind them, we obviously do see Rejects just off of the bat of that engagement with Genesis Dogma. Now, Nongshim Red Force and FaZe. Nongshim running that 2-2 split. So there's only 2 members here from Nongshim Red Force up against the entire squad of FaZe Clan to contend with. I'd want to get up. I'd want to run.
This area of the map, definitely first time for me seeing this coming into play competitive wise. This Harbor Pier, one of the newer additions onto Erangel. They have no idea Nongshim Red Force is here, however. See Satan making some movement. They
I
should
think
know
Falcon
now.
लगा हुआ है heal
Grenades
battle
in
में.
hand. Tony K also with a grenade hit. Here comes the rest of Nongshim Red Force. Took them a while, but backup has finally arrived. A little 1v1, a nade grenade. Throws it to the left. Gets one player down really low.
Bro, why NSR always in danger? Bro, NSR का मुझे NSR ने पूरी game expose कर दी थी scrims में. पूरी strategy. They are playing exactly the same way they were playing in the what is it called in their scrims. So clearly every team is aware of their moves, so they're easy to pick.
Together as a three-man group, definitely getting the advantage over Nongshim Red Force.
Hello Tokir bhai, what's up? All good bro, all
done
good bro.
to get into the situation. It's actually Genesis Dogma Gids that picked up one of those eliminations onto Dooms, I believe. Now reduced down to only 2, as they still have to contend with a FaZe Clan, the entirety of FaZe Clan. And as to make matters worse, we do have
Besiktas का
on
player
the
गया
side
गया
of
गया
SB,
गया
but still
बच
making an
गया.
appearance. Ventorius would have spotted that one out. And I do not think Zone HP actually has
Troublemaker, what kind of troubles do you
just have
make?
to run on in right through the containers. Ventoria is already providing that space, giving that confirmation and information to this team, and bam, train to kill. Don't even allow
Besiktas
FaZe
bahar.
teammates to do anything.
Bro, IHC has such good chance
It's
right
worth
now.
to know that
Such
Ventura is
good
1 HP.
chance.
That's why he's playing it so careful. He knows he's isolated from the rest of his team.
T2K का भी अच्छा
Really suck for
सर्कल
him
है.
to
Bro,
lose that
आपने
one
बोला और
advantage.
एक बंदा मर गया.
His teammates are so close by. So
Yeah,
well
bro.
played for Venturas, but yeah, Train to Kill actually was a team to come in and snap,
Oh.
nab that elimination
Sep,
point.
sep.
Yeah. 4 a.m. with another really good rotation. This was the team coming in very late from the bridge on the western side. The last team, I'd have to say, coming in from
आज
the bridge
गॉर्डेल
on the
का
western
कोई
side.
नहीं है
They
क्या?
focused
नहीं
on
भाई,
a nice
आज
little
कोई
profit
नहीं
position
है. I
right
think आज सेनेटर
into
ज्वाइन
this
करेगा.
battle
ST
area.
का
1v3
coach,
is
he'll be
gonna
joining
be
the stream.
later on.
He's
So
also
both
streaming
teams
somewhere, but in
still
Mongolian.
coming
But
into
yeah.
play. Next zone shifts on out. Rejects right in the middle, holding the compound down. Definitely one of the strongest positions now, giving the new circle.
I was going to
पूरा
say, it's
नीचे आएगा.
absolutely zone blessed, and what an opportunity now for Rejects to bring something home on that first wrangle. I mean, momentum play just on a silver platter.
ट्रबल मेकर
Now
इसलिए
to
क्योंकि
capitalize off of this
मेरे
opportunity. FaZe Clan
मेरे
meanwhile have
जहाँ
taken the
भी
dip.
होता
Pretty much
हूँ
almost through the
वहाँ
course of that
चीजें
first
नॉर्मल
round.
नहीं हो पाती. कैसे?
Genesis Dogma Gids here. Will be spotting out all of the popping heads in the water, looking for air. Opportunities lying in wait. If they can pick up a few of those eliminations, this is one of the best opportunities to do so, and they need to do so. As soon as FaZe Clan hits the ground, as soon as their feet manage to get that foothold, it might be over for Genesis.
Nongshim Red Force playing so cautious.
आप येलो ग्रुप्स में किसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं? मैं IHC. I like IHC. I like their gameplay, and I like Falcons. T2K भी मेरी favorite है, but I want to see 4 a.m. IHC Falcon in the finals, bro.
Missing a few shots, but he's doing a good job of pressuring. Meanwhile, Alan, the fisherman, that's already 2 for him. And here comes Nongshim Red Force swinging right in front of Alan. Alan putting in work right now for his team. Nade in hand, should be good. Sporta forced to push him, seeing as how he's got that nade, throws it right in his face, but he got him down to 1 HP, and his teammate from Nongshim Red Force, Nongshim Red, looks like they were in such huge, just trouble in that 2v4 against FaZe, but they actually come out on top, and they will get the land positioning over FaZe.
I don't even know what actually caused FaZe to actually make that rotation in it. If they were
भाई अगर आज पहला चिकन 4 AM ने निकाल दिया ना, then this is going to be
one of them being a third party, but
ये फिर आगे नहीं बढ़ने देंगे किसी को.
to see why they made that decision, but either way, that is going to relegate FaZe down.
But what a comeback, bro. Chinese teams का comeback ही कुछ अलग होता है.
Angry Men, they are done with the Valley of Doom and Death that 4 Angry Men were planning to set up here. It is going to be theirs, moving in from that high top.
7C में analyst था BGMS के time. Now अभी कोई और ढूंढ रहा हूँ. Analyst.
They should be able to get a few great eliminations here.
4 4am just now sandwiched.
If you're a good analyst, send me a DM on Instagram.
Key Game Lords right there, and then also the team of IHC knocking at the door. They got to be careful. Vivo Key definitely in the best position here. They have the whole entire northern side to themselves at one sloping ridgeline, full control. They even took some shots at Game Lord. Train to Kill also in a similar position, full control of the eastern side, able to keep a lot of these teams pinned down. How well can 4am survive up there? FaZe, they had 4. I don't know. I don't understand. I gotta agree with you. Why would they all try and just swim to the rocks? There's only one player out of Genesis Dogma.
DX Xavier भी अच्छा comeback कर लिया यार इनने कल. I mean like.
Tell based on the firepower, so they could have just, 4v1 that. Also, they left their cars in the back. Notion Red Force had a car that FaZe ran by.
4am फंस गई. 4am फंस गई.
Just weirdness all around. We've got a fantastic zone, but it is a weird zone. It's weird to see these teams in this kind of situation. 4 angry men. Yeah, talk about weird. Here they are now losing numbers one after one, down to only
4am wiped.
That is now 0. Vivo Kid moving on in from the height of
No points there. Please
absolutely
थोड़ा game
stellar.
sound increase.
Be able to get those numbers back
जी
up
सर
to 4
जैसा
before they
बोलेंगे.
move on in. And again, from that northern position, now that 4 angry men are gone, they're one of the only teams making that rotation in zone, but they still have to contest with all of the stragglers making those rotations.
IHC also eliminated in similar
Better now.
fashion to 4am. Both teams just caught in the crossfire.
भाई ये ग्रुप में मजा नहीं आ रहा, बोरिंग सा है, बट अभी एंटरटेनिंग होगा ना. लास्ट के 2 दिन में बड़ा मजा आएगा इसमें. गेम देखो, गेम के लिए भाई इसमें कौन ग्रुप खेल रहा है, क्या खेल रहा है. दीज आर द बेस्ट टीम्स इन द वर्ल्ड एंड यू लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम देम. वरना मेरा और पबजी का कोई रिलेशन ही नहीं है. बिकॉज आई एम इनटू दिस, आई वॉच ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, सो इट हेल्प्स यू अंडरस्टैंड.
Have 3 players. It's going to be a tough crash, especially on the back of the buggy.
Ooh, Train to Kill now. They've been quiet. We've seen them pick up an elimination here or there, maybe just sneaking in a third party, but whichever way you want to look at it, both themselves and DX Xavier currently riding high. Ooh, Train to Kill now. They've been quiet. We've seen them pick up an elimination here or there, maybe just sneaking in a third party, but whichever way you want to look at it, both themselves and DX Xavier currently riding high with the elimination. 7 for Train to Kill, 8 for
Nice,
DX
T2K is
Xavier.
playing good.
Rejects in center with fantastic
हम तो सिर्फ
positioning
गॉडलाइक
and
एसटी के
compound and hard
सपोर्टर
cover
हैं.
with
कुछ
5
भी हो
eliminations.
जाए, एसटी और गॉडल इज
These
फेवरेट
teams, they
टीम.
are
थैंक यू
really
ब्रो.
stepping it up and laying
बट
down a fantastic high bar here.
फेवरेट्स
Now
आपकी
Notion
हो
Red Force
सकती
reduced
हैं,
to
बट
1
आप
quarter, moving on in,
गेम यू कैन
trying to
वॉच
fight
द
up
होल
against the
like
likes of DX Xavier,
competition
who
as a
seem to just be
fan
on
of the
their
game,
tears, you'd say.
right? You cannot be
electing to crash at the compound, which is probably a good
you cannot be
idea.
uneducated
There's
about the
no
game
cover
and
that they can
support
use
the
to
team.
drive towards the compound to crash, so they'll be taking bullets the whole way through. Nongshim Red
Ooh.
trying to change positions, but it's a little bit too late. The Xavier is going to be pinned down, though. I think that ridge is just elevated slightly enough to stay out of sight lines completely if they stay prone against the rejects. They'll be able to survive one more circle, potentially.
GK Esports also now. Ooh, Satan out in the open, gonna be dropping to the ground. Not sure if they are aware which direction the danger's coming from here, but they are definitely out in the open. An opportunity here for rejects potentially
Top
to take
3
them out. Again,
predict करो
all of
finals
this
के.
action, all of the teams we are focusing
अभी
on,
कैसे
we
कर
forget
सकते हैं यार,
two
अभी ये भी
very
नहीं पता
important
finals
aspects.
कौन
Here
कौन
they
खेल
are,
रहा है.
Train to Kill and Vivo Keed coming in from the northern side. Could be the backstab to rejects, could be the backstab to each other, but GK Esports now finding some success over towards the side of DX Xavier, picking up at least the initial knock and that confirmation.
The slight decline in land right there on the edge. It's really keeping both teams out of DX Xavier and GK alive from the rejects. Not able to fully see them, but that zone does not help out. The zone shifts north once again, meaning the 2 teams on the south, GK and DX Xavier, will have to make a play. GK Satan trying to make a play, swing out to the north side, but the north side is fully dominated and controlled by the team of Vivo Keed there. Vivo Keed now finding themselves in an even better position. Rejects, very likely, potential to lose the zone, and they'd have to move out of their compound. We'll see how the zone plays out in the next couple of minutes here. Coming down to 5 teams trained to kill. They're the next 4-man team that has to make a play. They either take Vivo Keed on the north or they take the crash against the rejects. And it seems like most of them looking towards the reject side. We'll see which way they push.
STK players को English आती है क्या?
Trying to kill their advance
STK
slowly but surely
players
to
में
find
I
that
think
push towards Vivo
Senator
Keed.
को आती है,
Vivo Keed right
उनके
now
कोच
feeling
को आती है,
very
बाकी
comfortable
कम
being
बोलते हैं.
alongside the rejects who have been a bit quiet, but here we go. Vivo
गेम
Keed now
साउंड्स को
finally trained to
बढ़ा
kill,
दो,
reducing down to
फील
almost
नहीं आ रहा है
immediately.
देखने में.
Trained to kill, now feeling pressure
रुको
from
बढ़ाता हूँ.
rejects. All of a sudden, trained to kill in the crossfire of 2
बढ़ाते हैं,
full-man
बढ़ाते
teams.
हैं.
And no opportunity for them to do anything. The zone has pushed them out of cover.
Oh my gosh, look at it. It's just,
Oh, done.
yeah,
Finished.
that was as free as can be.
अबे RC
I think
चिकन निकाल
Train to
लेगी
Kill, I think
भाई.
they lost their vehicles earlier when they were fighting, which just didn't leave them with much options. But yeah, Reject,
RC ने कितनी
this
10
is
kill
looking
निकाल
like
ली
the Miramar game they had where they swam across first, got to the hard compound, and just took free shots at everybody trying to come into the zone. Rejects definitely playing big right now. 10 eliminations. Justice alone has 7. This guy has been the one pretty much racking up all the points for this match so far. But how well are they going to do if they lose the zone? Because they've been getting, like I said, easy pickings so far.
They do understand English, but they can't
Next zone shifts on out.
speak
Both teams get the
fluently.
circle, heading into the right zone. Right, just closes on
So
into the center, giving
how
the
we
Rejects the slight
interact
advantage, I would say.
is
Vivo Keed is gonna have to push out this open,
very
burst before the
simple,
Rejects
bro.
into
That
Bravo
we all
up
sit in a
GK.
meeting,
He could spoil either team.
we explain, we have a
I'm not about solo
translator. We have
unlucky,
actually
feeling
2
that
translators, and they
GK
do the communication between the guys.
the only
and us.
member that is not having some opportunity into this next phase. Will
भाई
have to
RC का
snap it
कल
on
वाला
against the
सीन होगा,
grasses,
1
will
match
have to
luck.
close that
Yep.
gap
Agreed.
against the 2 teams that are currently looking and feeling fantastic. Rejects, absolutely. It's just been like a candy store for them. They've had to pretty much just look 360, whichever way they want to look at, and pick up those eliminations immediately up to 10. And Vivo Keed, they have been fighting here towards that ridgeline, slowly but surely moving a little bit more towards that western side. As they shift, they should be able to find Hope. We can already see a few crosshairs heading to that direction. Hope in
कल क्या ही
potential
किस्मत थी
dangerous
इनकी यार,
position
मतलब
here. In a matter of moments, as soon as
वो
that
तो ना
zone
मतलब
moves, it could be all it ends for
हाथ में kills मिल रही थी इनको झोली में.
Zone is slowly starting to close in. Ooh, Adrian has an idea.
इनको
He
just
did
spot
take down
करना.
one
अगर
of
यहाँ
GK
पे भी ये
earlier,
हार
so
गए ना,
they
शर्म
have
है
in
इन
their
पे.
mind.
STA
Plus,
players
with
की
9
salary
remaining,
Indian players से
they can
ज़्यादा है
assume this
क्या? Bro, we
compound,
don't
the
want to
amount of
disclose
gunfire that's
that.
been coming here. This is a 4-man squad. So, yep, there we
We
go.
don't disclose
Adrian, ever so aware, takes down the solo of GK.
But ये है
GK
कि
finishes
South
this
Asia
match in
में,
third
I
place.
think
Now
they
we
are the
come
highest
down
paid.
to the 4v4. This circle for now is going to be stalemated.
I don't know
The
Indian
next
players
one
की
is going
salary.
to slowly push both teams into the open, but of course Rejects have the advantage here. They could use that wall side for a little bit longer. Vivo
लड्डू
Keed,
की तरह
I
kill
don't
मिल
remember
जाते हैं.
seeing too many smokes being
वैसा ही कुछ है.
laid down by them.
दिवाली
They
पे
should have a
लड्डू.
lot of smoke still to stall out the time to make their advance closer to this compound. Rejects actually getting into vehicles, maybe just to set up for a potential play. Not necessarily going to be leaving their walls just yet. 2 players getting into vehicles. Rejects, 1 player Ragey set up against the wall. Adrian takes some shots, goes down into the play zone. 4v3 situation.
यहाँ
3
पे भी
players
पूरा
actually looking
compound.
like they're going to be using the vehicles.
4v3
Setting up forward
situation.
positions, probably going to decide to use the tree. So kind of aggressive here. This could potentially go bad for them, but
Nice,
nice
very
little bait. The cover fire is good, and now Rejects is going to fully execute this push and really pincer on Vivo Keed here. I didn't expect the Rejects to get this aggressive, but it is working out for them. They're not even going to give Vivo Keed a chance to make it across the road. They're going to just pen them now.
Oh, the nades. The nades are just so bombardic. I mean, Rejects moving in with the superior
chicken,
utility, the superior plan to the
Good
perfect
chicken.
execution for them to pick up that winner chicken dinner. And that is a Rejects that we have been missing. This is a Rejects we have been waiting for. We were talking about them, the premier team coming through from Japan, making their region proud with this performance to start out day number 3.
Their performance is so up and
Coach,
down,
can you
though.
hear me?
I'm taking
Just
a look
checking.
at the history of the Rejects performances, right? 16th place, 15th place, 9th place, and then there's a couple more of those bad performances, but then you get the second place finish on day 1 with 12 eliminations, and then yesterday you get the first place finish with 20 eliminations. It's definitely good for them, though, to start off the day strong with that chicken, but it's like they made one extremely good rotation, and to be fair, they got gifted the zone, and they got gifted many eliminations similar to that Miramar game. I want to see a rejects game where they really fight their way in and, you know, kind of earn that chicken, because then it shows they can do it regardless of how the zone shifts. I think this chicken is going to be really good for them, though, to for sure, almost, not for sure, but really keep them in that survival stage area. But if they could start winning these games without getting the circles, because let's be honest, you're not going to get the circles like that very often, then I would say they could be a top
Zen, can you hear me?
team and then make it straight to the finals.
I mean, even those final moments with
Really
Vivo
good for them,
Key,
though,
they had
to, for
next
sure,
to no
almost- not for
utility
sure,
to actually
but
help
really
them out
keep
in
them
that situation.
In that
Yeah,
survival
Vivo
Key, okay, stage they used 22
area,
smokes, so
Up,
that
up,
explains
up,
the
up.
lack
This
of
team
smokes,
है आपका
which
favorite
worked
player.
out for
I like
the
Top
rejects
a lot.
team. They actually You're not took gonna the get the fight circles to like that Vivo very Key, often. playing Then aggressive
आपको
at
live
the
अभी?
very end.
Yeah.
they
Can
took
you
the
hear me?
chicken team
Can you hear
and
Zayan?
straight to the finals.
Hello guys. मैं फोन से देखता हूँ पहले. Guys, please for the background noise.
I like Top a lot.
They actually took the fight to Vivo Key, playing
आपको
aggressive
live
at the
अभी?
very end.
Can you hear me? Can you hear Zayan?
Hello guys. Guys, देखता हूँ पहले for the background noise. Please for the background noise. आवाज़. BGMI and PUBG का मेटा बहुत ही different है.
And it's the rejects must have the first chicken dinner here
For
today.
the background noise. And like क्या हाल है? क्या वॉल्यूम कम कर कमेंटरी की. ओके.
लो फीड की वॉल्यूम बंद कर दी.
हाँ की मैंने कम बंद कर दिया. मेटा बहुत ही लो गाइस. तो मैं डालता हूँ. तो क्या हाल है? डालता हूँ मैं ये. वॉल्यूम कम कर कमेंटरी की. ओके.
लो फीड की वॉल्यूम बंद कर दी.
हाँ की मैंने कम बंद कर दिया. मेटा बहुत ही लो गाइस.
I mean, not only that,
तो
but
मैं
it's,
डालता हूँ.
something
तो
like
क्या हाल है?
back in
डालता हूँ मैं ये. वॉल्यूम कम कर ओके.
Rejects, we've got Justice here with the 7 elims, almost 1k damage. And then moving on to the list, we actually have so many teams that we've not gotten a chance to talk about yet. We've got Nunchuk Red Wolves up here with James, and 2 player 7, 2 from Team Xavier. What is going on today?
There's a reason why the Savior was one of, I would say, maybe everybody's favorite to actually in the top 3 in this group. They didn't really show it in day 1.
Bro, I've already muted it.
Showcasing it super early on.
I
I'm
guess
hoping this strength
the
continues.
echo is because
I
of
don't want you to die down from this momentum that
this
you're currently carrying.
place right now.
जैम पाजी एसटी बहुत ही तगड़ी टीम है कसम से. ये चैट कौन पढ़ रहा है? तौकीर भाई ये ज़ियान पढ़ रहा है.
Chat में
तू होटल पे है या तू बाहर है अभी?
हाँ नहीं ना भाई वो आया हुआ था.
अच्छा वो
Tourism करने.
टूरिज्म करने.
Match number 2 is going to be coming up here shortly, and Miramar is coming up.
It is Senator also coming. Right.
I definitely am. By the way,
तो
Reject
तन था म्यूट.
is the highest eliminations that we have seen in Miramar. I want to see some. I know you want to see some crazy circles in Miramar, Glitter.
Absolutely. I actually am really excited to see, because they kind of did this yesterday too. I think a couple of the teams that actually did well in this first Eric match of the day did this yesterday. Reject did well. They got third place in the first Aragon match of the day.
Coach
So they went
Senator, how are
to
you?
Elam chicken dinner. But then
Can you hear me?
for the rest of the day, T2K was one of my teams to watch. They actually won the first Aragon match yesterday,
Hello.
and then this one they still did really well. They got 7 Elams and still had a top 5
Senator,
finish.
Senator, check,
Then
check.
got really quiet. We're looking for that consistency, Jukes.
I'm looking for it indeed. Let's see how consistent some of these teams have been. Let's take a look at the overall rankings. D2K, all right, moving all the way up to third place here. Besiktas moving on down. Worst and Rejects jumping all the way up to 7, tying
Gordel Mango.
GK7. How do you
Hello,
feel about
Tokir
that?
bhai. How are you? All good, bro. All good. How are you, Mango? Mango. जैम भाई BGMI का लाइनअप लोगे क्या अनबैन के बाद? Yes, definitely we will.
And then when we go to second page here,
I'll answer on his behalf.
see what Gamelord was able to do. Okay, they were at least able to get 2 extra points, but you can see all the other teams. I mean, from 15 to 11 glitter, everything is just separated by 11 points, and we know. I mean, D Xavier showed it yesterday. We know these teams can definitely get that in one match.
And what's actually really impressive too, when we're looking at D Xavier and Vivo Keed, is the fact that
Hello,
they
Jargal. How
were
are you?
separated by 1 point heading into the
Jargal
second
TV
match.
is. I can't hear Jargal
Both of
TV.
those squads performed in the match where they needed
I
to
guess
perform.
Google
That's
doesn't
really
work in
what
Mongolia
they're
now.
staying close in the standings because, like you're saying, we've seen how easily
It's all
one squad
Facebook
can just run
dominated.
away with a lead off of
Pratham
one
Patel,
basic
hello
play.
Tokir bro.
So
Hello bro, how are
right now,
you
D
bro?
Xavier's doing a great job with their pacing.
Jargal. How are you?
Especially some of the chicken dinners we've
Jargal
seen here
TV
in
is.
this tournament. At least in
I
early
can't
going,
hear
Big check,
Jargal
big
TV.
check. 1 2 1 2.
struggle and
1 2 1 2 1 2 check check check.
elimination
Up.
chicken dinner 30
All
point
good,
win
coach. All
streak.
good, coach. Man, I really thought IHC will take the chicken. They had good position.
No, no, not good business. This sandwich, it's up to 4 team, and it's I see 4 a.m. have a sandwich position. So Vivo K and T2K have a most important position to
One two
to
one two check
to
check
take.
check.
If they have sandwich, they can't
All good,
fight
coach. All
to
good, coach.
T2K because they have a angle to 4 a.m. or Vivo K. It's very hard to Vivo K and it's very hard for IT and 4 a.m.
Nice. You see, coach. That is why, bro. I need you on the streams. That
what,
is.
what,
See, guys,
where you stream
this is
on
something that
YouTube?
only coach
Yeah, I'm on
can do.
YouTube.
And I do want to point out
Okay,
they
okay.
didn't just
Emchain, I
specify
think.
this. So
Yeah, the
was
Emchain
so
podcast
good,
one.
but they were able to clear a
I
couple
was
Okay.
I thought that IHC had zone favoring them, but yeah, apparently it turned out they were in a sandwich situation. But I think, do you think, I mean, teams can come out of those situations when there is such like scenarios or you're sandwiched or like is there a way to avoid that sandwich? Not from the beginning, but if you figure out that oh okay, now I'm
No,
sandwiched.
yeah. You need to. It's on the game. When you play, like
But I think,
you
do you
can
think,
you
I
can
mean,
see you have other team around,
Yeah, Really
so
Geek Fam is up here
you
for me
need
as
to
well. They
clean
did
one
get third
side
place on
if
day
you
one
in
of the
yeah,
sandwich.
day
No
two, but
issue.
don't want to see a third place
you
on
need
day
to
three.
clear
They
the
need
back.
to kind of bring that trend back upward. Like you said, they started with some strong elims. I want to see
Who,
more
what do you
from them.
think? Who do you think is
Right
gonna
now, kind
be
of
top three
unstoppable.
out of
One thing
this
that we're
group,
watching with this
considering the
team
I
performances so far?
at the very
I don't
bottom
know.
at one point,
I not want to
their way up
predict. Just
into the
just
top
come
11, and then of
and
course
I
we'll talk
will
about the
see.
coming T2K.
Yeah, but I want IHC to win, man.
Did a good job in
I'm
taking
supporting
advantage
Yes,
of the
yes.
IHC.
inconsistencies. Fortunate for them,
Me
they
too.
did
I'm
get
on
that
stream
third
now.
place, and they
In
need to continue to
I
build
have
on that.
200 in viewers in the last
Yeah.
zone. Now
Yeah.
I have one. No, 2,000. Now I have 1,200 viewers.
You see, not
That's
like me,
good.
poor. I have 30 people watching me. Literally
Okay,
just 30 people watching me. Coach, there is a question in the
okay.
my in the 30 people that are watching me. They said, "Why is coach still single?"
It's, coach have no time.
Coach have no time. Coach is married to the game.
Bro,
Mm.
coach don't play, huh?
Coach don't play.
Эцэг чиг гарч харин тийм ээ. Одоо гайг бах уу? Одоо дөнгөж дахиад 5 тоглолт амж гайг бах уу?
Where is
Гэтэр
he
юу
streaming?
манай багийн нөгөө хөрөнгө оруулагч давхар watch парыг YouTube дээр тэрэн дээр ороод давхар яриад.
Coach is he streams in Mongolian on Facebook because Facebook usually in Mongolia people watch and stream on Facebook only. Um, why less views, man? Because we have no marketing strategy for this. So we just stream for fun.
I feel like as good as they are,
Coach has 2-3 thousand Mongolian fan base, man, that watch him regularly.
a little bit. I understand they're a team that likes
But
to
sooner.
fight their way in.
Coach, which is the toughest map to play on?
You know, more
What?
Toughest one. Which is the toughest map to play on?
here and there.
Toughest? I
Yeah.
don't understand. What is?
The hard map.
Deciding not to.
It's Sandhawk maybe because you can't play like you want, you know.
Yeah.
It's very hard to play.
Always
So
snakes in the grass.
yeah, all team I think they love Irangal and Myanmar.
Yeah.
Maybe just a tad
Yeah.
sooner, just moving in, disengaging a little bit sooner. I mean, that execution on Erangel, it worked out for them pretty well. But if they had gone sooner, then I feel like they would have been able to set themselves up better within that next phase. They would have been able to have more
Then there is a kind of a question for you. Would you prefer a T1 tier or underdogs?
from them. But either way, I mean, they caused havoc.
For me,
Хөрөнгө оруулагч
Yeah.
сулаач руу.
Just makes it so much harder.
Нэг
bro,
сүлээд рүү маргааш сүлээд рүү
doesn't matter
болоо.
if it's competitive, doesn't matter if they're tier one or the underdog team. What matters is like how hard
Яа,
they play,
айцэг
how
чик
hard
нэг
they
энэд
practice.
өөртөөсөө
That's it.
сонсч байгаа айцэг дэмжиж байна гэд. Манай айч угсаа Монгол багт дэмжиж байгаа шүү дээ. Ерөнхийдөө. Okay, Tokyo bro,
Mute,
I go
mute.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
meet
can
you,
mute, you
okay?
can mute. Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very good
See you, bro.
right there.
हाँ क्या बोल रहा था तू?
This should be a
Jan.
slow start though, as we see the team
I'm just saying that doesn't matter. I mean,
with some like hard
everyone has been an underdog at a stage, right?
I'm a geek fan, by the way. Didn't
Yeah.
know
So,
much about last game because
and in competitive, yeah, if it's something, it depends on market to market. If I'm in Indian market, I look for someone with good viewership and all that. But outside India, what matters is how good you're in the competitive thing. That's it. Even if you have good numbers there,
There's no loss.
the organizations prefer teams or players that have strong competitive
Miramar, which would be
record in the past.
military base in Miramar would be Minas del it's almost kind of like a military base.
नहीं, but I think like even in India, if I have to pick up, I'll pick a competitive team only. Underdog.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's
That's the thing that one thing that I would want to change about IGC.
It's very militaristic-esque though.
Yeah. Tawkir bhai, just give me 5 more
Yeah.
minutes. I'm getting out of here,
Yeah.
and then we'll do it. मैं इस पे हूँ, I'll just mute.
Depends on game sense and energy.
Like inside the prison building, like
Would want to change about IGC.
it's chaos.
Yeah, you're right.
Potential shelter finish on Erangel.
What do you mean by game sense and
Tawkir
energy?
bhai, just give me 5 more minutes. I'm getting out of here,
Yeah.
and then we'll do it. मैं इस पे हूँ, I'll just mute.
We don't even talk about prison on Murmur.
Depends on game sense and
We never mentioned it offside.
energy.
It's like talking about ruins and trailer park on Murmur as well. They're just so out of the way.
I think एक बार अगर game unban हो गया, we are thinking of doing some tournaments there and seeing that how things work. And हमारा एक अपना scouting process है, and जो हमेशा successful रहा है. So we'll just focus on that. तो उसी strategy को आगे लेके हम लोग और भी teams, we will look for more and more teams to hire. BGMI unban नहीं हुआ होता तो मतलब हमारा था एक दो चीजें चल रही थी हमारी, we would have kind of done a good, like we would have definitely got a good team in BGMI. तो उसी strategy को आगे लेके हम लोग और भी teams, we will look for more and more teams to hire. Teams में coordination, yes, synergy and coordination is very important. हमारा था एक दो चीजें चल रही थी हमारी, we would have kind of done a good, like we would have definitely got a good team in BGMI.
little pocket, which can easily not be relevant whatsoever, depending on the next circle shift. This first
और
circle
हर
shift,
एक टीम
they
अंडरडॉग
have
से ही फेस से ही
multiple
बढ़ती है, सो
multiple
important.
options for many of these teams. It's like it's a question mark circle. Where is this zone going to go? How is this
Bro,
match going to
I
shake
really
out?
don't know what
Right?
sort of
What shift
leaks
is
do
the
you
zone?
guys
This zone
kind of
could create a lot
are
of
looking
chaos for you
for.
guys.
There are no
This could be
leaks
pushing
here.
past the high ground where teams have
कैसे
settled,
leaks
moving,
you guys
north or
expect?
even from north down to south. It all of a sudden makes rotations extremely
गॉर्डल
difficult.
अनाउंसमेंट लीक ब्रो देखो गॉर्डल गॉडलाइक जो है ना वो एक अलग एंटिटी है ठीक है दे आर लाइक वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स ऑफ आवर्स बट वी डोंट फ्रेंडशिप डजंट मीन कि आप बिजनेस डिस्कस करना शुरू कर दोगे हाँ भाई इस महीने कितना कमा रहा है क्या कर रहा है क्या एक्वायर कर रहा है क्या नहीं एक्वायर कर रहा है
I would say
वैसा
Kratos
कुछ
Shift.
नहीं
Right now,
होता
we do have Geek Fam who have taken a little bit more of an eastern approach into the zone. They might be heading towards Torre Armada and have an opportunity to do a little bit of looting there. But
एक बात बताओ
other than
जब
that,
दो
they
और
do have
कोलैब
some
करती है तो रियली
pretty
क्या
decent
कोलैब
players
होता है आई मीन किस
they're
चीज का
still playing
कोलैब
themselves.
होता है
They're still
देखो
waiting.
वी आर
I think
representing godlike on an
last
international
year
platform right
was
so
when
which is
we
an
saw
organizational
everything come out
collaboration
when there was
now
loopholes, there was period, and then
there are
the
what
whole
the
thing started to
internal
blow up. But
business things
let's be
are in
honest,
between
he's
us
been there
they are very
south. He did
confidential they are
lost
private
to the
we
south
cannot
part
disclose
of
that
South. He lost
and
against
godlike is
G2,
representing in the
Pmgc,
same way
and he's gonna
like
play it safe for now.
for us
Falcons
it's a
able to
recognition deal bro
swing side right past
right
Pmgc.
so
Have a slow
we can't
rollout
disclose more
for
details in
Pmgc as
short.
this was the split that the Falcons were holding down. They're gonna play more
It is what it is. You can see the collaboration there, but आगे जाके और पता चलेगा. अभी तो मतलब गेम बैन हो गया उसकी वजह से बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं कर पाए हम लोग collaboration में. तो we will hopefully if game comes back then you will see a lot more of the what the collaboration was about.
that way. See Furious Gaming here, rotating him deep in from the southeast. A lot of teams will be coming in late here because the circle was pretty far up north. FaZe with a pretty decent rotation out of Picado. Picado, one of the main
Because
players
godlike
in this
Cronton
group.
going
So
global, any
FaZe, they
hints?
do have
I
a
mean,
way
Cronton is always seeking for international growth. He's already has an international presence. अभी देखो जैसे कि for example, Stalwart के साथ partnership हुई and Stalwart like obviously that is an international collab. Then there are other international collabs that he might have on mind, but I don't know what they are. आप दुबई में रहते हो ना जी मैं दुबई में ही रहता हूँ आई हैव बीन हियर सिंस लास्ट 12-13 years गेम अनबैन कब हो रहा है कुछ लीक है तो बताओ देखो टू बी ऑनेस्ट देयर वाज इफ यू गाइस रिमेंबर देयर वाज वन मीटिंग that I was a part of. It was not a meeting that was regarding the game, but it happened to be a meeting regarding that. Uh, it was some very top level guys who are kind of invested into the equity of the publishing side and data side. So there, kya ho gaya, one thing led to another and couple of conversations, but it was very positive at that time. बट उसके बाद अनदर थिंग इफ यू गाइज रिमेम्बर उस टाइम पे वो फ्री फायर का भी कुछ निकला था when like few things were came out from I don't remember what exactly the thing was and which organization government body was investigating into that so yeah that was how I got to know but हाँ what I know I think pessimistically अगर आप मतलब पूरा positivity के साथ सोचो या guess करो तो I think January is the best case scenario but I'm thinking I'm not keeping my hopes high I think March April um, आप क्या क्या business करते हैं I have few things going I'm into retail we are into uh, real estate, oil and gas, and my main business is usually crypto. It's blockchain, um, consulting, uh, trading, etc., etc.
going down for no real reason there. FaZe making a lot of blunders. I think they made a huge blunder game one when they had four players and all of them decided to swim rather than taking the vehicle or fighting their way in. Running
तौकीर
into
भाव
Torres,
जॉनथन
nice
जैसा
strong
प्लेयर का
opening,
टैलेंट
but then not
वेस्ट
running into the
ही
building.
रहा
Feels
गेम
staying
बेंच
in the
से
opening gets picked off.
वेस्ट नहीं होता है भाई वेस्ट
It,
नहीं
it just
होता है
it literally just feels like I'm looking at
they
my team. I should
one
not feel
game
like
will
I'm on
come
screen
back
right
bro
now because, like I
नहीं
mentioned
आएगा
in
then they
Rumble, I
will
was like,
move
What? Did I miss something? Did another team move on in? Why?
sir what
Why did
players you
ST
have
decide
action
phase
top pick
now?
scree
Yeah,
yes
so it's a little
we
bit of a
दिल से
curious, but
support ST in
they've
global
still got
thank you
obviously
so
good
much
players
bro
to just tackle things out. There's still
गॉर्डल
good
बूट
players
कैंप
alive.
कब
There's
आओगे
still got
अभी वो
Emchain. Emchain
टाइम
and
बना
Rumble
नहीं
is
यार
still very much
अभी वो
intact.
कोई सिस्टम बना नहीं
The looming
um,
threat here is that we're going to see most of
अभी
those rotations
uh,
moving in from the southwestern portion. Naturally so because of just the way that the teams have
जैसे
been
कि
rotating from the
PMWI
east
था
to
जैसे
the
ही
west to try and get
पार्टनरशिप
to the
हुई
northern side. And now
PMWI
Gals
के बाद
might be able to help
we
us here
had
because why not? They're
we
coming
didn't
through
really
from
have
the
a
south.
break
It is expected
फिर
at this point that
PMPL आ
ST are
गया
going to
फिर
team up with
PMPL
another
ख़त्म
team.
हुआ तो
And right
PMGC आ
behind the
गया
Falcons, it is of course
अब
FaZe.
PMGC अभी भी
Now
चल
the
रहा है तो
SBC
बंदा
rotation
कैसे
might
प्लान
decide how
करेगा
they're
you
going
know
to
वो
handle this. Whether they're trying to
like
move
their
them down,
players
but
don't
right
really
now
get
not
time
looking great.
and they need to practice in between that so ये
Wow,
चीज़ें
so
थोड़ा
getting
देखना
that
पड़ेगा
knock onto the next Falcon player, and this is the
when
fortune
आपने
of
गॉडल
Emchain
से
is
क्यों
100%
कोलैब किया
known
बिकॉज वी
strong
लव
mid
गॉड
laner
लाइक
with
ब्रो आई मीन
exposure
लाइक
in FaZe
हमारा
games
एक
here,
अच्छा
so
रिलेशन
possibly
है आई मीन
earlier
विद
on
गॉड लाइक एंड
FaZe could decide to third
हो
party
गया
this potentially. Wouldn't be a bad idea,
um,
but then again, FaZe
how
still
much
has
time span you
very
guys have
strong
signed
core. They're
partnership with
targeting a lot
God
of
like we
comfortable
can't
standpoints
disclose
when it comes
that
up to that hillside. Just
when
taking
you
a
are
look,
coming to God
Red
like
Bullets
again bro
smelling
soon I
the spring
might be
game.
coming to India
Potentially a
very
little bit
soon so
aggressive,
obviously
get
I'll
that
I'll
finish
be
right
in
there,
I'll
getting the
go
one
check out
spark.
it's not
But their
regarding
signal comes out, goes
esports or
once again
anything but it's
to
another very big
East. Now Pmgc
announcement that we are
find
very soon
himself
going to
on
make
top of
um
highest of high grounds with four players. That
Bro,
position's
आप
really
monthly
strong
कितना
as far as
कमा
staying
लेते हो?
alive goes
Come on,
because
bro.
teams have
Why
a
do I
really
need
hard
to
time with this
disclose
map.
that?
As far as sightlines goes, it's not the
I don't
easiest
count.
position
भाई
to
TSM
get
का
to win
BGMI
streaks.
lineup अगर ST में
Blue
ही
Team
रहता तो
Entertainment
मजा
just going
आता
down
I
the
don't know what
ladder
you're talking
right
about
alongside the
नंबर
potential
10
headliners
तक
for the
chance
blue
है
side.
top 3 का
They might not really
सर
have the
इस बार
opportunity to
PMGC
fall too
ट्रॉफी
many into
bro
Team Entertainment's direction just because of the way that
इस बार तो
the
we
line
are
sight will be
expecting a
working. But
PMGC
we'll
ट्रॉफी
have to keep an eye out on
आपने
the
घातक
rotations
भाई
that we see moving
2019
forward
वाला
from the point of view
गालियों
of FaZe Clan
गलियों
making their rotation.
गलियों
They've
रैप
made their
सुना
decision,
भी
and
I
their
don't know what
decisions
you're
have
talking
led them
about
into this position here with GK Esports. Now one down, another down has been confirmed earlier on. So FaZe
Ask
are
good
going to sit
questions.
into
Ask good
lead, at
questions.
least for the
Happy
time
to
being,
answer.
as Fourth comes in. Oh, it's not looking good. How is this happening, FaZe? We say goodbye to them as the first team.
GK with a really strong defense though. The support was instantly there. First player just had to stall a little bit. Of course, getting the opening knock did really help him out. But within seconds, the rest of the team came down from that high ground to help out. So that's great to see. IHC, meanwhile, well, this is what they like, right? Fighting in from the edge, fighting in from the blue zone
अरे
on the
तुम्हें
northwestern
पता है
side.
like you guys don't
Really strong
understand
teams coming
जो
out
आप बोल रहे हैं ना
IHC to help out.
2019 में इंडियन
Meanwhile,
esports
Team
टॉक्सिक था
West
टॉक्सिक
all
I
out
won't say
IHC
toxic था
doing an
but
uphill battle pretty much if they wanted
थोड़ा
to get into the zone.
market was not that mature
What
you know what I mean नया नया सब नया नया था
Esports
everybody was getting like you know
they
that
weren't looking
appreciation
good. I mean, they are just
very
heading into every
fast
single
that
rotation
fame
here.
really
Now they
fast
have to
everything
keep
so
up
थोड़ा
with the
inexperience था
rotations
market में
incoming
तो
from here.
वो कह
Many
सकते हो
shots
अब
are being
toxic नहीं था
exchanged.
किसी को
FaZe
समझ
now
नहीं
with
था
this information
कैसे क्या
and
था
readjusting.
Salik Shah, have you
Some
partnered with
decisions here
Dominance
from teams
MMA?
that we
Yes, we
see
have.
negative. We have at least one from Viva Kid making that
Low
dash
leak.
on through. Cielo will be left on top.
कितनी बार वर्ल्ड
Now
चैंपियन
again,
बीटीआर
just
कितनी बार वर्ल्ड
looking
चैंपियन
like
आई डोंट
Viva
नो
Kid might
लीग
show
प्राइस पूल का क्या
form with
करोगे
a 2-2 split.
वी विल reinvest like we always
Just
have done
wrapping around there, trying to get
I
some
think you were in
exposure in
Delhi
this
when
game.
BGMS
West,
LAN
very nice
था
start. Getting a
LAN
lot
was
of
happening
support
as I
from
saw you
West.
and Zayan and Ocean Sharma oh yeah I was in
Solid
BGMS
vision
LAN
there.
bro I
Nice
was
stop for Cielo.
uh,
Nice
we were
position
there
to
it was pretty
support.
fun I was
Some
there for
really
2 days
Ooh, and they still have to deal with this
so
Falcon
if you're
player.
talking
Hopefully, don't get knocked here.
किसी को
Oh,
समझ
but
नहीं
does
थी
get knocked,
इतनी
and it is
yeah bro
Evo Key that did the
why
knockdown. Evo
ST
Key
players
putting
not
a lot of
selected for
pressure on
best
Sven.
mobile player World Award.
all of a sudden,
I don't know,
knowing
Gudu
that
Khan
they have
asked them.
priority of the zone,
सर परफॉर्मेंस के बाद सोल वाला
priority of the
शांत हो गया ब्रो.
let me
दे आर वेरी गुड प्लेयर्स. देखो
will
जब मैं
give up
when I
C.
was in Saudi, you know, for
Two players
PMWI,
setting up in the
uh,
blue.
you can
Very
even go
appreciated
and,
though.
I don't know, ask.
That was
I mean,
actually
like,
so
I
crucial.
appreciate
Example play by Vivo
like
to really
Soul ki
force the
performance, their kind of hard
Definitely
work
saying that
that is
2-2
there.
split. I thought they were prioritizing
I
some of the
highly
pushes and some
appreciate
of the
it.
scouts
I have
around it, and then when
congratulated
they took it
Goblin
back, almost looking
plenty
like they
of
were
times. I have
giving up.
supported them on the
Stepping
LAN
into
event
this phase, they
myself.
are investing into
Like,
taking angles.
I don't think Soul वालों ने Soul को उतना support किया जितना मैंने Soul को
Rotations for
LAN पे
them up
support
into the
किया.
zone.
I have been
Emchain
like
has
their
pretty much centered on
cheerleader
them.
all
We still
that
have
time.
Rejects down in the
To be
center.
honest, like,
Shooters,
because
lots of opportunity for them. Temp Entertainment
they
is
were
closing
representing
down the team
us,
and
all
taking
of us.
shooters just
They-
little by little.
So
So I'm
yeah.
expecting a little bit of a potential engagement there. Meanwhile, IHC
सर
just
क्या
keeping
आप
it
कास्ट कर
simple now,
सकते अभी
trying to
1 मिनट
find
के लिए
opening shots,
प्लीज?
trying to find those opening angles
कास्ट
and
नो
see
ब्रो.
how we might start this engagement or if they have a pathing around.
ST fully owned by you? No bro.
Rapping from the north right now, managing to break into the high ground. The team that was in front of them, which was Geek Fam, I believe, did go down to the low ground to a stronger, more central position and in a very good compound. So IHC
Yes,
holding the high
I
ground, taking it
am.
uncontested.
I'm
GK
from India.
meanwhile,
Wow,
still just
what a
playing
Close.
question.
so strong
Is
in this
ST
engagement.
planning to get any
They
sponsorships?
do right there.
Not
The high
yet,
ground
but
lead
yeah, we
for
have
IHC
started to
holding
look
it
out
in
for
compound.
sponsorships. देखते हैं.
As different to
I
see.
mean,
Nongshim
our prime focus is
ready,
the trophy.
getting
Trophy
into
आएगी
this
तो
fight.
sponsor खुद ही आएंगे.
Gets a knock with the Molotov. Will this
Soul is pure
motion
camper.
be a bit more
Everybody.
aggressive now?
देखो,
Have a chance to go and take it
आप
down here.
प्रखर प्रभाकर पांडे जी, अगर कोई सोल कैंपर नहीं है, हर एक टीम की अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी होती है, ठीक है? कोई जहां पे गेम जो सेंस बनाती है, एवरीबडी प्लेज लाइक दैट, राइट?
Yeah, now
Now,
potentially
if that
looking for an
strategy
engagement
worked for
here.
them, and that's why
These four
Soul is
teams
where
looking
Soul
to
is today.
keep it keyed in a
As a
similar
team, right? It
little
worked for
chase
them.
in the pressure cooker right now. As they are just getting shot at, they are feeling the heat and trying to kill. Running through now, they have been towards this position for quite some time. They've been holding ground, they've been steadily gaining information, and now they might be having a
जहां पे
fight.
बात पुश की आती है, अब ले लो,
Nongshim Red make a rotation out. Lambert
अब ले
now
लो आप,
looking
for
for
example,
openings.
PMWI में
Nongshim
towards the
will
last
see. Yeah,
match,
he's going to be fine.
they were not
Molotov
camping.
has to turn
They
around,
pushed
however.
through every single
That
team, even
decision not
ours.
good for Nongshim.
Matlab, we were
As they get
gatekeeping the
across
circle at
from
that
the
time,
side of
and they were
Emchain
very successful. I
into
mean, like,
IHC.
unfortunate we got sandwiched, but look how Soul played at that time. भाई वो होता है ना कि वक्त की नज़ाकत को देख के खेलना होता है. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि मतलब यू एक्सपेक्ट, अरे अभी टीम उठेगी, टीम कूद जाएगी पैराशूट से सीधे सबके साथ ड्रॉप क्लैश ले लेगी, मार दी. ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Stay up here, fire off some more shots now, looking towards Genesis Dogma. Next zone is about to shift.
Saliksha, I'm settled in here, but I do come.
Likely
I do come on and off home. I visit home.
the lay of the land. What
फैन मीटअप कब? पहले ये क्वेश्चन है रोमान कि फैन मीटअप कहाँ?
more. In their case, a little bit weaker for them.
If you, I don't like esports award, they are not mentioning a rule for
Keeping their eyes
nomination.
out, keeping their
I
eyes
mean,
peeled
everybody
for
has their
those
guilds.
opportunities
I
out
don't know.
there.
Why are you keeping your team name, team
On
names,
day number
team
3,
same even though they're failing to win
shots straight to
PMGC?
kill
Like,
over the
oh,
T4
Sainath
lane as
Bhagule,
well. IHC
do you
keeping
even know what you're talking about?
opportunities out
PMGC
there.
matlab is not everyone's
Genesis
cup of tea.
Nongshim,
We
this
are,
is a similar
because
timeline
of
as
this
we look
team,
into
we
the
have
next
been
zone. Geek Fam at the
top
same
3,
time,
top
they
5 in the
are looking
world
to
from
try and
last
push it
2, 3 years now.
yet.
So why should I change?
Yeah, I don't know.
And we are loyal to our team,
Genesis
and they are loyal to us.
It just does not seem like they're a team that really knows how to
Rubbish.
play split. When they do play split, it looks like they are actually splitting. As
अगर टीम का लास्ट बंदा बचा है तो वो पोजीशंस के लिए ही खेलेगा ना, उसे कैंपिंग नहीं कहते.
we'll see how
ऑफ
this
कोर्स.
plays out though. Looking forward
Why
to
you
that
keeping your
pistol
team?
shot if they can keep that split up with the
एसटी के
Molotov hitting their
बाद
back.
आपकी बेस्ट
The
टीम,
only team that's going to be pushing
एसटी के
through
बाद आपकी
from the
बेस्ट
north
टीम
is the
ग्लोबल में.
alignment that we
I
see
mean,
in
4am is
Emchain.
playing good.
So
They're good. I don't like esports.
more than
I'm
willing
mentioning
to
rules for nomination.
try to play
भाई
some
इंडियन टीम्स का
smart
थोड़ा
position.
स्क्रिम्स
There
का
is
टाइम मिल जाए तो
let's
अच्छी
see where we
परफॉर्मेंस
are.
आएगी ग्लोबल में.
Locked into 10.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're already a little behind, you know what I mean?
Ooh,
So,
IHC.
the
Again,
point is
we're
because of
talking
the
about
game
teams
ban.
that might just be causing chaos, that might be bringing
What's
fire
ST
on
plans
them.
for hiring
IHC, one of
CC?
those teams, look at
What
this.
is
With that
CC?
high ground position, they just have opportunities onto virtually everyone and anyone. You know, stepping up to the block, very reminiscent of what we saw with Rejects there into that final zone on Erangel. This time it is IHC with that high ground positioning for Angry Men. want to talk a little bit more about them moving now in from that
ग्लोबल
southeast
मैच
portion
मेकिंग नहीं होगी,
alongside
कुछ नहीं होगा तो
Emchain,
कैसे होगा?
and they will be potentially just
Um,
setting up camp right alongside Rejects. So it might be a very interesting story there. As
is
Godra
Indian team ready for
winning their
global
Pmgc tail
tournament if
are
BGBM
starting to
ban
move up.
today? What's your thought? Yeah, they will grind for a while. They'll come back, bro. 5-6 महीने लगते हैं. Why not?
Halo duelist for
Um,
IHC up here. IHC has just been raining shots into everyone. Up to 4 eliminations. That's pretty good, as well as some really nice shots out of Godless right there. Man, these mini 14s really coming into play on Miramar. Taking a look at the elimination feed, yeah, I see so many mini 14s.
did you collaborate with Godlike for fan base or anything else?
Eliminations. Wow,
If
they even
if you
got
think that business
confirmation from
is only
all the
done
way
through
down
fan
there.
base, I mean,
IHC
we
5
are
eliminations
an
out of 10
esports
making
only
it to
esports organization in South Asia,
massive. They have the
जो
duelist side
without sponsor, without
top
streaming deals, without anything,
two
right? Without any promotions that we do,
struggling
we
so
have been sustaining and profitable. The only esports organization in South Asia which is profitable.
Sazip
बाकी किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से पूछो सब लॉस में है
Emchain
या तो सिर्फ बचते हैं
taking the camp
उनके
over
कंटेंट के थ्रू. यस वी डिड, वी हैड सम कंटेंट प्लान्स विद गॉड लाइक. अभी वो गेम बैन हो गया तो इसलिए थोड़ा उस पे it has stopped. Um,
That nade just going right past four angry men. Furious Gaming trying to apply that pressure, but look at this.
Prabhakar
Even
Pandey
Godless
sir,
getting
Soul
that
was
first
not cheering
Besiktas.
for
And
ST.
obviously,
I
we are
mean,
hearing what's happening here. They're starting to close that gap as
why
well.
will
There's
they
one on one.
cheer?
What
And
they could
I
make
mean,
happen here, and here it is. Milo is going to be the first member to go
it's
down.
if they
Furious
cheer, they cheer.
Gaming
They don't
have
cheer, they
somehow
don't
put
cheer,
themselves
bro.
in a sandwich
I mean, we
position
don't
here.
have kind of
With
that
Besiktas
history कि
actually
जहाँ पे we
forced to
expect them
take
to
themselves
cheer
out of
for
this.
us, right? I was cheering for them in PMWI because they were representing India,
now that Besiktas
right?
is the one pushing the aggressors right there.
कोई
4
बात नहीं, it's all good. It's all in good spirit with
so
them. It's always in good spirit with them.
Warheads being
We
played so aggressively.
ठीक है, जो हो गया सो हो गया. It's in the
This is a
past.
great play for them though, because the next zone they're gonna have to contest 4 a.m.
We
hard.
have moved on from that. They have moved on from
Take
it.
advantage
भाई
of
अपना कॉन्करर
nades being
पुश
thrown.
याद करो. माइनस
What 4 a.m. did
बजाने के लिए बचाने के लिए सेफ खेलना पड़ता है ना. I don't know what you mean. Did you collab?
having the most amount of support and holding
Sainath Bagula wants a negative answer out of me. I said we have done a content
Besiktas
collab with
moving on in,
Godlike.
looking for some opportunities for angry men still holding the high ground. Not the low ground
Try
rather.
Jonathan in
But
global team.
defending
Jonathan
against
will
the high
do
ground
good in
position.
any time in
But
global
still
teams,
a
bro.
potential threat to at least one member of
They
Furious
didn't
Gaming. Let's
support
see if
you.
they do choose to let their positions be known. Or if
What
it's
do you
potential
expect?
eliminations or rejects
गॉर्डल
moving
के
on in. In
प्लेयर्स
the meantime, I mean, as we speak about rejects,
स्क्रिम्स
they have
बिल्कुल
focused now
सीरियस
to
नहीं
train to kill,
खेलते हैं.
finding the
ब्रो
lane.
स्क्रिम्स कोई सीरियस नहीं
Besiktas
खेलता है.
moving
स्क्रिम्स
S4
के
up
लिए
here.
the only thing is that if you play serious, and that means you have to imply, you have to show your gameplay,
he probably went
right?
for a full-on crash.
You don't play, you just play it for confidence, for checking your clutches, for trying against, like, those 1v4s and boost your confidence. That's what's called scrims is.
Just too much from all the other high ground positions. 4 a.m. still continue to fight with Besiktas.
You cannot have देखो guys, common sense. चलो 2 मिनट के लिए we put Jonathan in ST and ठीक है स्टालवॉट में डाल देते हैं और रिप्लेस कर देते हैं एक प्लेयर को. ठीक है, वो बात कोऑर्डिनेट कैसे करेगा दूसरे प्लेयर्स के
Scope
साथ?
positions. Well, they're not in
मतलब
zone.
अकल नाम की चीज होती है because they don't speak same language.
They can make it happen. Here's that
First,
full control
second,
engagement.
it is important that there is a synergy between
Holding
players.
some of the high ground, putting this more to an even fight. Besiktas allowing this 4 a.m. team to get
कोई
closer
भी
and
बंदा
closer.
अकेले,
However, gets one
it's
down.
never a one man's game, by
And
the way. It's a
another one.
team's game.
Besiktas, they look like they were gonna be the ones to control this high ground position, but somehow
Vizzy,
they backed up
how
into it.
Senna makes their strategies. Bro, Senator is a wizard. You get my point. So,
Your entire
Nova के होंगे
in entertainment. I
man,
like this
5
aggression.
coaches, or
As
one
well as
coach, we
the
believe in him
coming in from the third
most.
party. And there we
Yes!
go. The more aggressive team that
Bro,
executes correctly.
Sainath, I'm gonna ignore you
Now
completely.
expect
Like,
them
you
to
are saying
control
pointless
the
things.
entire eastern side of the map. I mean, there is still
बोलते हैं
survival,
Jonathan को
but
Mongolian
there is
सिखा
no
दो.
guarantee of victory.
Why, bro?
Oh, this is beautiful. 10 into Entertainment riding on a high with 5 eliminations, potentially 6.
अगर बीजीएमआई
So
वापस
let's
आता
see
है
them
और
actually
एसटी
pull
अंडरडॉग
off
टीम ले
Rejects. So
लेती
there we
है
go, full
तो
Angry
ऑफिशियल
Bird
में
back
इनवाइट
in the
मिलेगा
lobby.
या नहीं और
Let's
मिलेगा
see Entertainment
भाई
now
देखो
just
जगह तो
falling
बनानी
behind
हमें
Rejects
आएगी
as
वी
well.
नो हाउ टू मेक आवर हाउ टू
But
गेट
unfortunately,
इनवाइट्स
red
एटसेट्रा
zone
बट
is going to mean that all teams except for
वी
Geek
नो आवर
Fam need to
स्ट्रैटेजीज
make a rotation. IHC, who have been doing so well on this high ground, now in a bit of an obstacle here.
सेना
So
वन वी फाइव
opportunity to put
कर
the pressure onto GXAV,
वन वी
but it's
फाइव
too
कर
late.
दिया
They have to run down the mountaintop in view of Geek Fam.
Yeah, I think IHC is definitely going to leave at least one player in the blue to try and confirm those eliminations onto D Xavier. We saw earlier they didn't have vehicles.
तौकीर भाई वही बोलना चाहता हूँ कि या इट्स फाइन सो गुड क्वेश्चंस आस्क गुड क्वेश्चंस इट्स फाइन बट साइनाथ भाई सॉरी ब्रो आपका कंटेंट नहीं निकला अब जाके पढ़ ओके यूट्यूब अरहम okay I got it it was not for me
Nailing the shots onto Rejects right now. Last player of Rejects Willow in the little bus. Too slow for
एनवी
comfort.
में आपका फेवरेट प्लेयर
Geek Fam to take that one. We're down to 4
सारे ही बहुत
teams.
अच्छे हैं
It's
यार
about to go out here. IHC also
my
trying
favorite
to
players
make
are
it
in
work.
Stalwart Esports
It's going to come down to a 4v4.
if you ask me like who is your most favorite player देखो don't take it don't take it like in a negative way or I know a lot of people say ah come on bro you're saying you guys have no idea yet that what potential top holds हमारा like team का जो है top is insanely good आनंद yes Zayan आएगा वो होटल की तरफ जा रहा है once he reaches hotel he will come back on call unfortunately discord में error था
Geek Fam, an opportunity for them to finally change things up.
Beachboy actually makes it out, and he's gonna have his high ground to play with, uncontested. Playing loud too as a solo, taking some shots, really pressuring that team back.
वर्ल्ड ई स्पोर्ट्स चैंपियनशिप में मंगोलिया से कौन जा रहा है आई डोंट थिंक मंगोलिया के लिए वहां पे दे गॉट अ स्पॉट और स्लॉट देयर आई वाज एक्चुअली चेकिंग दैट टुडे there is no invite for Mongolia so obviously Mongolian lineup है so yeah
Go a straight shot approach and just push right into Geek Fam. If it was not for Beachboy falling back
now we can say South Asia lobby is tougher than Indian lobby without a doubt earlier SA was all about India. You know, yeah, you know, influence. I can say that there was a time where I thought that अगर गेम बैन नहीं हुआ होता ना like South Asia में of course India would have been dominating bro would have been dominating एक तो ये गेम बैन ने खराब कर दिया और दूसरा ये कंटेंट क्रिएशन ने खराब कर दिया ई स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर जो है कंटेंट क्रिएशन में घुस गए ना बट एक टाइम पे अब फिर उनके पास ऑप्शन नहीं था you know so they had to do that because गेम बैन हो गई then you have घर चलाने हैं भाई लोगों को या तो करियर बंद कर दो कॉम्पिटिटिव का या तो कंटेंट बनाओ सक्षम सिंह तौकीर भाई कभी प्लान बनाओ ना घातक भाई नियो जॉनी आपके साथ में कोई पीसी गेम खेलने का भाई मैं गेमर नहीं हूँ मैं वैलोरेंट खेलता हूँ और मैं क्रिप्टो गेम्स खेलता हूँ आई प्ले क्रिप्टो गेम्स अ लॉट इफ आई एम फ्री या रोटी चैलेंज आई डोंट नो व्हाट दैट मींस या
Or is he in zone at the very cusp, on the very edge, on the tip top of that mountain?
but casually you know what I mean I don't play these games for like because I'm a gamer I have a hell lot of things to do जब दिमाग पक जाता है ना मतलब पूरा ट्रेडिंग वगैरह अपने काम से बाकी चीज़ों से सो वो फिर बाद में मैं गेम्स खेल लेता हूँ उधर इधर छोटी मोटी क्लिकर गेम्स प्ले टू अर्न गेम्स एनएफटी गेम्स जहाँ पैसा बनना चाहिए बस टॉप इन एक्शन तो डिस्ट्रक्टिव ब्रो हमारा अभी सिर्फ एक प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जब एक्शन खुल जाता है तो एक्शन खुल जाता है तो टॉप बंद रहता है टॉप खुल जाता है तो एक्शन बंद हो जाता है सो यू नो व्हाट आई मीन बट बोथ आर I mean, like the day the both of them start going on, I hope they do both of them like come like play equally good in PMGC. We'll see something else. कप तो अपना है. तौकीर भाई दुबई में किस साइड रहते हो आप? Like किस साइड मतलब? What are your thoughts on the FTX matter? My thoughts are that to hell with Sam Bankman-Fried, who kind of destroyed a lot of families, households with the kind of scam he ran. There were some shocking revelations that came out. We have a very basic thing and simple. Yeah, I mean, did I lose money in FTX myself? Hell lot of money. बहुत पैसा गवाया, बहुत नुकसान हो गया. FTX और लूना ने मतलब बहुत बैंड बजा दी भाई. I was heavily invested into Luna and Luna related products. ये पता था कि दैट ये जीरो तक भी बिकॉज जैसे उसके टोकनॉमिक्स वगैरह थे उसकी वजह से मुझे पता था कि because of those tokenomics it can anytime go to zero, but it will go to zero that easily was not my, I had no idea. So yeah, we will talk about the FTX matter someday else. येलो ग्रुप में आप किस टीम को जानते हैं पर्सनली? जानता हूँ 2-3 टीम्स को. आपके बच्चे भी स्पोर्ट्स में जाएंगे ब्रो, उनकी मर्जी जब होंगे तो वो जिनकी उनकी मर्जी जहां हो जाएंगे. You love cricket? Bro, I love cricket, man. I love cricket. I love cricket. Cricket खेलता भी था. बहुत खेला है. स्टेट लेवल पे भी खेला था, कॉलेज भी खेला था. स्टेट लेवल में नहीं खेला था, तक पहुंचा था. बट वो दिन थे बचपन के. एंड इन्होंने यहाँ से हक दिया. I want to see MVP and top, action and top in MVP list. But top is already in the MVP list. आनंद भाई किसकी? Only Gordel highlight. The highlight. Will ST players learn from Nova for motivation? यार मैं फिर से ना कभी कभी मैं खुद से सवाल करता हूँ, मैं तेरे सवालों का जवाब ही क्यों देता हूँ? I think this time Nova needs to learn from ST players, right? Try MMA. If you have troublemaker bhai, if you follow my social media, I'm all about MMA. MMA is this is my level of craze. What's up, coach? All good, bro. All good. What do you think about this game, coach?
Team Entertainment played very, very good because the defense is very well. And about Geek, it's I think the Geek firm have a chicken dinner because they have advantage 3v4, right? And
Yeah.
after they knock one player, and the guy, you remember the guy who go and scout in the high ground
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
right. He not need to shoot. He just see, watch, and he take the duel. Geek is chicken, but he lose the most important duel, so
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah. I think Geek kind of gave away the chicken, but yeah, well played by Tem Entertainment.
Yeah, well
Well
played.
played. Well played. Let me
Name
check
of
with the
Shana.
audience. Do you guys, can you guys hear Senator?
See, watch,
Yes, they can hear.
he take the duel. Geek is chicken.
Ah.
He lose the most
MVP,
important
IT
duel.
Godless. 6 kill, 1453 damage. Very nice. He not used some
Let
troll,
me check
so
with the audience. Do you
okay.
guys, can you guys
Team
hear
contribution.
Senator?
Phew.
Yes, they can hear.
And then гэтээ би team entertainment-ийг энэс илүү тоглох байх. Сайн үзэл үзэх байх гэж үзсэн. Таиландд ерөнхийдөө жоохон ихтгэл алдаад ш. Infinite ахуулаад.
Spectator. Well,
Senator, I think after Group Green, every other group has become boring.
As soon as you said it, I was like,
You know what
why?
I
Why?
mean? Like,
boost, and I'm saying, guys,
um,
don't go
uh,
anywhere. We'll be right
I mean,
back
come on,
after the
like,
break.
look at Green Group, right? Monstrous of a group. South Asia champion, Brazilian championship teams, PMWI
Bro,
champions.
in group green, 15 team have 15 team is the champions, right? Just
Yeah,
only one team is not champions is Evos, I think.
yeah,
Other team
EVOS.
all is champions.
Yeah, but god damn, man, that if
Yeah.
people actually understand what that group was, like, it was like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, all fighting in the same ring in a Royal Rumble match. Yeah. Oh my god.
I see take it so good point. So I think it will be okay. Their mentality is good too. So I think they will play good
I think they will
in this
get
day.
top three.
Yeah.
I think they will get
Obviously.
top three. Definitely.
Let's see.
Playing very consistent though. They're making top four, top three, top four, top three in every match. So some team will definitely have to play bad, and they will need just one
Hey,
chicken
what's up,
to
everybody from
solidify their
everywhere around
place.
the world? I hope you guys are having a great day today. Showing up no
Uh,
matter what time
you hear
zone
my
you
voice?
guys have.
Yeah,
I'm sick.
Heroes. I'm your host,
bro, I have been in
Seven,
fever from
WD,
last
and Glitters.
five.
Before
This
we
is
get,
my fifth
of
day
course, the
I'm
show
home.
couldn't be done properly without
I have not
our
gone out.
sponsors. So
Fever.
many
Today
great
is the
experiences
only
watching
day
our
when I'm
teams
not feeling
succeed.
horrible.
We're created in
I'm
collaboration
fine.
Uh,
with
Yeah.
professional esports
okay,
players who
but
compete
take some
daily
rest, bro.
in
Yeah,
game
bro.
experts with experience games
But
in the core system and
I
multiple
even
major
I
tournaments
not
in
sleep
the
very
game.
good when
Also,
begin
a big shout out to our platinum
when
sponsor,
we
yeah.
come in
Emchain Gaming.
Mongolia.
You guys can find
Yeah.
them
People are
all
saying
social media
IHC is
platforms
good, but
and
Zeus was something else. But
our
isn't
website.
IHC the same lineup, or there are just some plays
Uh, for
like
today, three players is all Zeus and one player Alex is a new one. He come in IHC
Real
in
good here in just a
2021
second.
summer, I
And I'm
think.
gonna
yeah?
say
Ask
cheers
Senator
to
about
whoever
Infinity's
goes
mistake in
so
red
far.
group.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fun. Obviously, it's the fun. They're not adapted in the fun, and when I saw the gameplay of Infin,
Yeah.
like Nuzi, he's an entry fragger, and I not see he play very well, and I see sometime like he lose control when I see the his character in the game.
Hmm.
I see he lose control, like sit down and
Hmm.
stand up or something like this. So I think he played very bad. I
Yeah.
think it's above the phone.
Probably around the phone.
Айцэг
Uh,
урлаа ороод ирсэн байна. IC become a
And I think we're actually going to start seeing lots of
twin
back and
place
forth
with
today. But maybe you're looking at the same
135.
things I'm
Okay.
looking at. First of all,
Оноо нэг
Infinity's
тасраагүй
base
байна
ban
уу?
dropping off
Гайгүй
of
шүү
that
дээ.
first base,
Хангалттай.
going below
Хангалттай
SD
нөө.
here after that performance we talked about.
I am
Now looking to
surprised about Falcon.
leapfrog, but Tem Entertainment, we
Yeah,
know
yeah,
how
me
much
too.
What is
they
happening with
But
Falcon?
this
Falcon
is
is
going
such a
well
good
for Tem
team. Like they played
Entertainment.
yeah,
so good, man, in PMWI.
Now, which is
in the
great. And
Fates
then
too. I
Infinity's
think the
first
Fates and Team
survival
Entertainment
stage
played
because
very well in
that's
this
very, very
Yeah,
good.
tournament,
No one
but
predicted
for
what
now,
their stage was
nothing.
going to be. And now heading into
yeah.
Sandhawk,
The only
Team
blessing
Entertainment looking
FaZe
to
has in this particular
really end
group is
what
that
has
there is
been
no
a tournament.
stalwarts.
So change things up a bit.
This is trash talk.
It's the most toxic
um,
Um,
map in PUBG Mobile. Look at these top 10 hack
ooh,
performers. Seven, what do you think?
Siege, Xavier, make a very good comeback.
yeah, very good
Oh,
comeback.
nice. Kikai too playing very well, but yesterday they not play very good. T2K, the Dark Horse, South Asian Pride, Nepal Pride,
Nepal Pride, Nepal Pride. T2K
Nepal
is also
Pride.
playing good. I see a lot of similarity between T2K gameplay and STE.
Yeah.
A lot of similarity. Please ask Senator about HVVP, ex Navi. Coach, what do you want to ask about
Yeah.
HVVP?
Yes, it isn't.
What?
But
Yeah,
I know.
there's what happened to HVVP and
Uh,
Green Group?
the manager and the coach were our friend, and
and I'm talking about teams that are
behind the
doing
stage
good,
we talk
Seven.
so much.
I
They
think
are
it's
very
about
good,
time we
and
talk about the
I think they have so many pressure
right?
because
Sandhawk, the
Like they need to play very good for having a big organization, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Their goal is having a big organization, so they have a very big. They need very big mentality for achieving the first place. But in the last day, why they play good? It's like they lead fucking 3 day
yeah,
uh, the group
yeah, and
green.
a very big lead.
But that's why they played bad in the last day, because if they played bad, they not have the adaptation in the just in the moment how to go on top, because they already in the first place. So
Hmm.
when they played bad in the last game,
Hmm.
last day, it's
Hmm.
all about mentality.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
is
Hmm.
the mentality.
I mean, like, it's not only about the big organization, they are also expecting big money from the market, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, like, their demands are like ridiculously high. I had I mean, like, I know Maxim, like, or as well. Maxim is a very good friend from Navi, and they're, I mean, unfortunate that for the political reasons they had to disband the team. Then we tried to get in touch with, like, the current lineup as well. We had a couple of words back and forth with them. Bakar was speaking to them as well because we love the lineup. We are like, yeah, maybe we'll have this as another as an investment lineup and see how they play. But eventually we figured out that their demand was like insane, man. They're expecting crazy, crazy money, but nobody actually paid them that amount. So yeah, but they need survival money now. I hope they don't end up like Vista or anyone else or Major Pride. What happened with them in the end? Tokir bhai, do you think in PMWA Falcon played very well because of the crowd support? Crowd support daily doesn't matter, right, coach? When you are in
Yeah.
the game, you are in the
Talking
game.
about it in the break, just the fact is that they were so quick with those trades. They were
Shockingly,
so
PMWI was
on
completely
and
open in the
also
front,
because
right? And
they
this
were
is
pushing
different. You are in
hard
the
in those
pods. You can't
teams,
hear
they
anybody
had
from
no
outside.
advantage. Geek Fam was basically
Or
centered
can
during
you?
that last phase. They had the high ground. They
What,
had
bro?
In
Sorry.
this LAN event, can you hear the
Yeah.
crowd from outside, or you're like in a vacuum
No,
clear?
no, no. It's good, but the Neo earphone earpod, the
Hmm.
earphone is not very good.
now we're heading into
Uh,
Sanhok.
you can't hear
Who
very
knows?
good in the
So
game,
can the
and
elements
there's a
actually
hardcore
pull
mod.
things
So
off?
in the
Will they
hardcore
find
mod,
that
like
substitute?
you didn't see where you shoot, right? You
Hmm.
can't see in the map, just in the character. In PMP, like you have something red in around your character, but this time you have nothing. You need to reload the magazine from yourself, so it's very hard to
Oh.
play in the
But
beginning.
did you guys inform the officials there about the headphone issues?
Yeah, but
You can see
no
there the
issue for
Falcons
now.
picking up the
Compared to
lead.
Elektronik jest
PMWI,
długo.
how's device performing now?
Co ja czemu stronę. What?
Compared to the PMWI, how is the device
Uh,
performing now?
device is
Brings
better
up
from
energy to the
PMWI.
comeback
So,
Yeah?
Sandhawk.
bro, I
Justice
leave. I
Yeah,
inside.
leave.
bro. See you. See
Custom.
you. See you.
See you.
The
Bye, bro.
southwest, very even. I mean, it's Sandhawk. It's not like it's huge. They have massive opportunities to make those rotations. But will we be getting those hot drops? We saw some crazy hot drop
Dedim
action
czemu
yesterday.
stronę. What?
Will the teams
Compared to the
actually adjust for it today?
PMWI, how is the device
Uh,
performing now?
device is
सेनेटर को वापस लाते हैं मैच उसको कास्टिंग करनी है गेम शार्क वाईटी लव फ्रॉम इंडिया व्हाट डू यू डू फॉर लिविंग आई डू अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स
It used to be, hot drops, on either boot camp or paradise, and then it slowly evolved to teams just getting more familiar with, different split drops, and that's led to some split drop contest streaks.
बकर भाई को
So
हिंदी आती है क्या अबे बकर भाई इंडिया से ही है हिंदी कैसे नहीं आएगी भाई
once again, if you guys have not
भाई आपको
heard
पता है
about
PMWL 2020 में मंगोलिया की क्या रैंक आई थी उसमें गॉडलेस भी था आई डोंट रिमेम्बर
out on the
ब्रो ऑन
battlefield,
यूट्यूब देर आर लॉट ऑफ वीडियो ओके रोक डंपर तो ये सेम कॉपी पेस्ट 15 बार कर चुका है आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू नेक्स्ट टाइम बट हुआ क्या इन अ वेरी सिंपल वे एफ टी एक्स क्या करता है चलो एनी वेज आई इन्फॉर्म यू आई टेल यू राइट नाउ एफ टी एक्स क्या करता था एफ टी एक्स की एक रिसर्च अपनी एक फंड कंपनी थी हेज फंड थी जिसका नाम था एलामेडा रिसर्च सो एफ टी एक्स दुनिया को बोलता था हमारे जो हमारे पास पैसा बहुत है हम इसको स्पॉन्सर करें उधर पैसा बहा रहे हैं इधर पैसा बहा रहे हैं इधर पैसा बहा रहे हैं ये सारी चीजें करने के बाद FTX काम क्या करता था, वो पैसे उठाता था, वो कैश ले लेता और उसमें उनको देता था FTT के टोकन, जो FTD के टोकन, लेकिन हर टोकन की लिक्विडिटी होनी चाहिए, ठीक है? तो जो टोकन होता है ना, लिक्विडिटी मतलब अगर आप 10 टोकन लाओगे ना कल मार्केट में बेचने के लिए, उनके अगेंस्ट आपको $10 का US डॉलर भी डालना पड़ता है। तो उन्होंने वो डाले नहीं थे, वो इलिक्विड टोकन्स थे। कट शॉर्ट ये था कि वो स्कैम था, एंड दे हैड सम बैकडोर, दे कस्टमर्स के पैसे खर्च रहे थे लोगों को पता नहीं था। Godless plays from no chance in PMWL, which wasn't Mongolian team, I guess. या सो एज सेनेटर ने भी ये भी बोला ना, कि बोला इनके आज 3 प्लेयर खेल रहे हैं जूस वाले लाइनअप से। इज दिस फुल हार्डकोर और सेमी हार्डकोर लाइनअप? दे सेड इट्स फुल हार्डकोर, नीड टू रीलोड द गन। They need to reload the gun when they pick them up? I think yes, they need to pick up, they need to reload the gun when they pick it up. Mm, um, Godless played from no chance in PMWL. This wasn't Mongolian team, I guess, which was, I don't know. Sorry for that. I want to. अबे senator was not little bit nervous. Senator English ऐसे ही बोलता है. So he has a little bit of French touch to his voice because he has lived in France. भाई अपना collection, bro, your favorite car. Hmm. गाड़ियों के बारे में बात करनी है. Which is my favorite car? I like Range Rover SVR. I have it, I mean, so I love Range Rover SVR. It's my favorite car. Not a normal plain Range Rover, but it's SVR. It's the top of the line Range Rover SVR. And I like Wraith, Rolls Royce Wraith, Black Badge especially. मस्त गाड़ी लगती है भाई, मस्त. लेकिन बकर भाई हमेशा हंसते रहते ना. चिल. यस, सॉरी फॉर दैट. आई वांट भाई अपना कलेक्शंस कब दिखाओगे? व्हाई डू आई नीड टू शो इट ब्रो? इन शॉर्ट FTX 21 दिन में पैसा डबल कर. नहीं, वो वाला स्कीम नहीं था 21 दिन वाला, 21 दिन में पैसे डबल वाला. वो उनको लगा कि भाई मतलब लोगों के पैसों के साथ खेल लेंगे और किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा. सो लोगों को जब पता चल गया, उनने अपने पैसे वापस मांगे, उनके पास पैसे थे नहीं, सो लग गए. Influence, bro. No chance was a no Mongolian team. Said it was. I wasn't sure. भाई सेनेटर को बोल थोड़े टिप्स दे दो कोच बनने के लिए. I don't think he will suggest that to anyone. I know what this guy goes through, man. It's a 24-hour job if you are a serious coach. It's literally a 24-hour job. He was nervous. Yeah, bro. He was. I mean, like, he was excited, nervous. Imagine ये बंदा बूट कैंप पे ही रहता है ना, इसकी गर्लफ्रेंड है ना, इसका कुछ है ना, ये ना इसका फ्रेंड सर्कल है. जो भी फ्रेंड सर्कल है वो बूट कैंप पे ही आता है. एंड आई एम सीरियस अबाउट दिस, आई एम नॉट किडिंग. He doesn't do commercial deals. He doesn't allow players to do any commercial deals. He doesn't interact with people. He wakes up in the morning, takes the boys out for a run, right? Exercise वगैरह जो भी है, important gym जहाँ भी जाना है, he takes them there. He trains them for an instance. After that इनकी ड्रिल शुरू होती है वगैरह वगैरह, जो भी चीज़ें होती हैं वो 4-5 घंटे चलती हैं. ब्रेक लेते हैं, लंच करते हैं, वापस आते हैं, फिर से सेम थिंग, लाइक यू नो दे रिपीट द सेम थिंग. वो रात तक चलता है. देन ये 8 लाइक दीज आर लाइक 17-18 year old 19-year-old kids. So he has to, like, you know, take care of them, be after them, make sure that, you know, they are doing the right thing, they have right people they are meeting, so on and so forth. And so how will he get chance? Like, there is no time for that guy. This guy is something else, bro. I'm telling you. He was nervous on the. Okay, bhai, these four players are amazing, but any plan of having a fifth player just in case? Yeah, we can have. We are looking into a couple of guys who are very good. Um, we'll create an academy lineup as well pretty soon. TSM ने collab की थी FTX was one of their biggest sponsors. FTX collapsed, they removed FTX मेरे भी एक दो particular companies sorry, I mean like events को sponsor कर रहा था. We removed that before we even disclose that. Not the esports side, it's some other venture that we have in Formula One. Sir, your dream car, I have them. Sorry. हाँ 2 साल पहले थी नो चांस नंबर 20 आई थी PMWL में निखिल दे क्वालिफाइड फ्रॉम PMPL ऐसे वाइल्ड कार्ड इफ आई एम श्योर आई डोंट नो
Now seventh place with only 2 members left.
Reduced down to two, making that rotation in.
Yes, we will get coach and assistant as well. We leave it to him, bro. We don't decide for him that तुम्हें कौन चाहिए कौन नहीं चाहिए उसको जो चाहिए we just support that.
Great to add on because from here, from this point on, their journey is going to be treacherous.
By the way, Jargal himself is the fifth player, huh? Don't doubt that.
Just Xavier. Hello, Botation.
He plays good himself as well.
But here they are, making that way through, and oof, still out in the blue. Quite a far rotation they're gonna have to make.
This is all the way in like the southwest. That's a lot of blue damage that they're gonna have to do. This player almost got bandages, Frankie, with only bandages now. Does have a max boost in hand.
Invited slot किससे मिलेगा कोई आइडिया पता नहीं यार मुझे तो ये भी नहीं पता invited slot है भी या नहीं भी है. Yeah, after matches, Senator make room for practicing. Don't know, bro. Pika ki age. Pika is 21. He's not old, bro. A young guy, very young guy. I think they are all of same age.
So do you just take more of an eastern approach on that north side? They hopefully should be able to find those two compounds there that are split up. Among the rest, there's no real teams towards that northeastern portion, so if they can get there quicker, they should be able to get a bit of an opportunity here. It looks like, I guess, the fuel ran out in the boat, making a bit of a swim. All that, yeah.
Yeah, the boat's so easy to be damaged.
Please, sir, which dream car you have? Can't say. I heard Pika was thinking of retiring after GC. You guys, were you guys looking for a good IGL and approach an IGL of DW2? No, bro. It's all rumor. Action मजेदार बंदा है हंसाने वाला भी और मारने वाला भी. True. Don't get me wrong. I just asked for rumor. I heard. There are always rumor in the market, bro.
4 a.m. We could go on a little fishing trip. Maybe if the circle shifts north,
visit Hyderabad and taste Hyderabad. Bro, Hyderabadi biryani, I get it from here as well. अबे 4 AM को मिल गई 8-10 के लिए मुफ्त की.
Yeah, it's fun. This guy, long range for 4 a.m. We've seen Savan with the mini, with the QBU, always a player in the back.
Give Senator to godlike.
Nailing his shots.
उनको पूछने की जरूरत क्या है जब जरूरत चाहिए ले लेंगे. I don't think they really need. उनके पास घातक भाई है भाई.
Right now, yes, you can see the entirety for AM laying siege to Xavier. Their time is ticking, but does that mean they're just gonna leave Geek Fam to swim to shore?
Yeah, I think
I'm not seeing anything with Geek Fam.
They're very focused right now. Xavier. I mean, with good reason. They're finding all these eliminations. So Geek Fam is going to be able to swim to shore on the eastern side. Unless if Swan looks a little bit further east.
यार 4 AM ने क्या पकड़ा है गीक और DX को छोड़ेगा नहीं.
Geek Fam should better hope does not happen because 4 AM they get
जो कल
4 AM
जो कल आरसी को अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली थी ना सेम अपॉर्चुनिटी इनको मिली लेकिन आई थिंक गीक निकल जाएगा. गीक निकल जाएगा. गीक निकल जाएगा. DX गया. ये गया लैम्बोर्गिनी.
We've got 2 members here from 4 Angry Men that have actually hit through into this eastern side. We can see the rotation coming through now. Quickcheng, we've got a little bit of good shower. Or Geekfam's been spotted out, but in the meantime, it's Besiktas that will be losing player after player. Ooh! Genesis Dogma just feeling the heat a little bit, not in the way that they were expecting, but should be able to get those reses popped on off. I don't see any teams rotating into that center position for the time being, so please don't shoot at your own teammates. It's making me nervous. Got some rotations to happen here.
Ooh.
Geek Fam is spotted.
Is done.
Let's see. Oh, is that a... Okay, no. I thought another player...
भाई आपको पता है PMGC से पहले PMCO ग्लोबल होता था जिसमें एंटिटी नंबर 5 आई थी और जॉनथन टॉप 4 फ्रैगर नंबर 4 फ्रैगर था. Yeah bro, I know that. एक्शन को गाली कौन सिखाता पता नहीं यार उसकी. He has a lot of fan base, no? So he has a lot of friends from India, from Pakistan, from Nepal जो हिंदी उर्दू में बात करते हैं. So वो सिखा देते होंगे.
He's bleeding out a lot. He might not be able to get revived. Meanwhile, on the southern side of things are finally
अच्छा Lamborghini favorite dream car है क्या? Oh sorry उसका नाम.
Edges of this new circle. Rejects not in zone. They have a difficult ways to go. They'll manage to pick up 2 eliminations for their troubles. Let's see if they can work together as a team and maybe pick up a third as this Vivo Key player very split up.
भाई golden days ही थे PUBG वाले भाई. Golden days.
Looking at this now, Geek Fam, I mean, what a gift. The gift of life. The gift of being able to reach the mainland. But will they be able to continue that? Very open grounds for them to cover now. We do know that 4 Angry Men are keeping their heads on a literal swivel, looking for those rotations, looking for those other potential eliminations. Most of the teams moving in from that southern side. Not sure if they will necessarily be waiting for that push from from basically the eastern side, but they have the information. Frankie from the Xavier still keeping the name on high, and I mean, in their current position, if King Sheng can't find them, they can maybe ride it out. They can maybe get some placements, at least before the zone said no.
भाई टॉप भी दे दो. मिनी 14 से लॉबिंग खत्म. Bro, why are you underestimating players from India, bro? ऐसा भी नहीं. It's just they are experienced and they really work hard.
Yeah, I think Swan had to nail like maybe
भाई पहले खुद move on कर. Good one, bro.
The less damage your weapons will do, so Swan had to nail more than just 2 shots there. Very accurate. And Falcons, that was a 1-3 split. That player that just got knocked very far in the north, away from the rest of his team and away from the new circle. Falcons might, decide to go back up there to get the revive. And they're going to leave Ching Chen here. Or Good Xiao. Oh, this is a 2-man gatekeep. Good Xiao on the perimeter edge in a compound, and Ching Chen on the high ground behind a rock. This is how you effectively gatekeep without committing your whole team and applying pressure with lesser numbers. Just pick up 2 far different angles and make it seem like your team is literally everywhere. Geek Fam just not being able to catch any break. Really good defense.
1 second, guys. I'll be back.
Positioning out of the 4 AM team.
I'm loving it. They're just picking it up around. They know that they have to make that rotation. Meanwhile, Tem Entertainment up here against Train to Kill. Train to Kill, they've been so consistent, but Tem Entertainment, they've been keeping us entertained. They brought through those performances, and we're waiting to see more from them. 1 down on either side. It's been a trade for trade so far, 3-3. Tem Entertainment, they are fighting a literal uphill battle here as Train to Kill are just applying the pressure. That zone now moving on in. Tem Entertainment trying to make a dash into the line of fire, into the line of zone. And then they could potentially gatekeep Train to Kill. We can see Rig just barely trying to avoid the damage here from Mormon.
Yeah, this is a lateral battle here. Both teams having to run into the zone. A couple steps here, a couple shots there, constant back and forth as teams as players cross over into the open for a slight second and then to the next cover fire. But it looks like Tem Entertainment is the one that's a little bit more aggressive here. The team that's stopping to take more shots often than not against the Train to Kill team. They'll be coming out ahead. However, one of the 10 members does finally get knocked, but it's a little bit too late for Train to Kill. Too many of their numbers have gone down, and Tem Entertainment has made very, very good ground into the next zone.
Rig making that final dash. Doesn't look like they will be able to make it. to Tem Entertainment. They will win that lateral battle. IHC now going head-to-head with Nongshim Red Force, who are managing to hold on off. Godless goes down. A little bit of an opportunity here to get that res on in. Alex moving in to try and find those confirmations. Sports are just narrowly missing the damage coming through from Alex as they head on into the top floor. An opportunity here to drop down with that DBS could be an absolute whirlwind of damage if IHC can close that gap.
Oh, Alex spotting out the knock player in the back. They were not able to revive that one. Gaulis actually manages to crawl away from a potential finish, and IHC just coming in here so fast. You saw Alex pre-fire that door opening so hard to make sure his teammate doesn't get confirmed. And oh, they run out, they confirm it, but that is at the cost of that player getting knocked. Now it's a 2v2. DBS in hand, Alex. Oh, that's gonna be a beautiful stun grenade. Will blind them for a few seconds, but the smoke coming out is going to prevent Alex from following right up. Alex will go in. Zyle takes a few shots of damage. Alex not connecting the DBS shots, however. The much needed shots, and Zyle getting picked apart from FaZe Clan from inside zone. That's IHC eliminated. Nongshim Red coming out on top, but it's pretty much over for them as well, as FaZe Clan will gatekeep them just as well.
We saw FaZe stepping it up against GeekFam yesterday on Sanhok. Now, once again, with GeekFam actually out in 10th position, it means that FaZe will be able to pick up a few more eliminations. FaZe up to 6-4, Angry Men up to 7, picking up team name after team name. Geek is finally down, so that gift for them did not go in the way that they were expecting. I'm loving this. We've got 4 Angry Men stepping up. We've got FaZe stepping up, Tem Entertainment stepping up. But who's going to be the team right at the end to pick up that winner chicken dinner? Right now, it does not look like it's going to be Besiktas, that's for sure.
Southern Circle shift. This is great for FaZe. We were being very critical of FaZe the last 2 games, making some, just mistakes that we should not be seeing out of such a strong team. But here, 7 eliminations.
I think ये वाला Tem का chicken है या FaZe का होगा.
When they should. I see these 2 players team up together and wrap around and finish this.
4 AM sandwich हो जाएगी दो side से.
You are completely safe.
Let's see.
Take care of any potential snakes that's gonna bite you in the back later on. They're looking for it. Are they gonna commit? I would really like to see them.
Sir, whom will you pick for 1v1? Anyone? Please action or top. I'll pick top.
I know they finished some.
I love action too, don't take me wrong, but I think top is very scared.
We'll see what they do shortly as Tem Entertainment. They are coming in from the eastern side. The circle did shift south, so that does leave 4 AM in a bind. They have to cross over into open, and same for Game Lord. 4 AM though, they got that.
Okay, bro, which cars do you own?
Right onto the backside of Tem Entertainment.
I have few, bro. I mean, I don't like saying these things, but I have few good ones.
Down to only 2 members, or 3 rather, as they have to fight up against 4 Angry Men. They find the first one onto King Shen, turn around for the second phase, even giving a helping hand. But 4 Angry Men, they're still holding on the line. However, reduced down to only 1. Ventorius has been a thorn in their literal sides as they're trying to focus on this engagement with Tem Entertainment. They are getting hit from all sides. The zone now moving in behind them. Game Lords finding Genesis, Dogma, all of these teams suddenly just erupting in a batch of third parties. It's down to Savon, long range, down to close range, if they're going to be able to get themselves out of this one. And it does not look like it's going to be the way. 4 Angry Men will go out. FaZe, they're looking for more.
See, I told you, 4 AM sandwich हो जाएगी. खत्म.
The huge rotation across. They were 4 at the compound north of the road, making their numbers not too important. But the fact that they managed to swing 3 over now onto this side of the map, suddenly this could be Game Lord's game. Last Besiktas player. Maybe it's better for FaZe not to finish that player out, because now he can kind of cause trouble for the Game Lord team that just came in, but he gets caught, he gets found. That player is taken out. Besiktas eliminated. Game Lord with 4. Team with the most players up and in a decent position. The last player, though, not able to make that cross. Game Lord down.
गई 4 AM, गई, bye, गई. Do you have some luxury cars? I only have luxury cars, bro.
9 eliminations, but now they're up to FaZe. Finding the 9th knock, waiting for that confirmation. It's down to Mormon, and I mean, as if things weren't looking bad for Mormon.
Top ka Instagram, yeah, bro. I don't know. I mean, we are used to it now. Action ka, top ka, फिर top ka, फिर coach ka.
both Game Lords and FaZe need to make that rotation while Game Lords just sit on pretty, coming through from that western side of the zone.
And the circle goes to the north, going downhill away from the FaZe team.
Green Group जैसा मजा नहीं. I think it's getting troublemaker भाई. I think it's getting more and more interesting now. Last के 2 दिन हमेशा are fun.
Over FaZe. FaZe has the high ground, but with this
अबे zone में जा, zone में जा, zone में जा, zone में जा,
not
zone
good
में
for
जा.
you. Tem Entertainment should go down.
Yeah.
That is Tem out. We're finally down to the last 2 teams. It's going to be FaZe and Game Lord. FaZe not looking in the right direction. You should be more worried about the left than the right side, as another player will be taken down on the side of FaZe. Game Lord, they have the chance here. Venturas smartly does circle down to get a different angle. MR5 using his audio cues, sprays through the smoke, gets a knock, gets traded back right in time for Game Lord to pull the advantage right back in their corner. Venturas last one up, 1v2. Game Lord doesn't look like they're going to go for the reset. They're going to go for some quick aggressive peeks, but the teamwork is not there. Narvello with no follow-up. Venturas is going to get the first aid off. Narvello playing very cautious here. 1v1. He jumped around the corner. Venturas knows exactly where he is. Venturas has the DBS in hand. He's going to do some pumps, some pre-fires. Does not land. That looked good. And instead, it is going to be Game Lord that takes the win. FaZe, I'll say, looking much better, though I feel like there was a world.
Zayan की story देखी?
Comeback, this team has been quite
Very good one.
non-existent. Oh,
I don't know who made it, but very good one.
They've been doing much better than that. But this is a team that, you know, we kind of had some hopes for, and they...
Hello, Infinity Studio. Hello. How do you do?
Man, that was a huge chicken for them.
Like you said, those ups and downs for the teams over the last couple of days. Game Lord came into Sandhawk sitting in 12th position.
Yeah.
So an opportunity
I think I had
survival stage capacity into that
more
first
skills,
team.
reflexes,
But
right?
for
Yes.
the FaZe, like you said, we've been so critical from them. They dropped down into what I believe was 10th position, into 10th place.
Yeah.
Now we see a little bit of that resurgence, and Vivo Keed, I didn't see them in those final points, so with FaZe chasing after Vivo Keed, I think they should be able to close that gap, but I do need to give a big shout out to Tem Entertainment. They were those 10 eliminations.
Yeah.
They brought in such a beautiful performance, and over the back of that Miramar where we were like, hold up,
Yeah.
who is this team?
What team
Welcome
is
to day
this?
number 3.
Yeah, man, things are really starting to change.
Raghabar
up on
Pandey,
day number
who is your
3.
meme maker?
I mean, I've always said
Bhai,
things change from day to day. You never
secret
know what
weapon
to
है
expect.
हमारे, वो हम
This was
कभी
the last
disclose
team
नहीं
I was
करेंगे.
expecting. Tem Entertainment stepping up out of nowhere. The team that was really far down. And now
Memes
Game
में
Lord
हमारी domination तो है.
is stepping up out of nowhere, getting a chicken dinner
Memes
just in
don't,
time
like, look,
for the rest of the day.
whatever you say, whatever you do, never try and trash talk with STE, bro. It's, yeah. Trash talk me, you can't beat us. By the way, we have 15 guys in our administration in content who only do memes. 15 guys. Okay. So, never try and make memes on STE. They will roast you till you cry.
And Sandhawk did not disappoint in the slightest. Game Lord winning the chicken dinner here at this one. FaZe Clan right behind them by only 1 point. Not to mention Tem Entertainment going on a tear today, really getting some huge points on the board. This is what the championships are all about, Seven.
Game Lord showcasing a little bit of aggressiveness there. I can definitely appreciate that because this team was not showing that the previous couple days. Them being able to put up 8 eliminations. To be fair though, Glitter, they tend to land in Calculus north of Sandhawk. They really didn't have to rotate much, and you can see right there, Baby from Tem putting up 4 eliminations.
I mean, some solid stats coming out of
Game
both
Lord
of these
finally
players.
did
They're
chicken, huh?
Buffalo with over
Who's a
8
French
million
team.
damage, 4 and 2 elims apiece. But this Sandhawk was really kind of,
Where are
like
they
we
now
said, this
on
could be big time when it happened. But this
points
was a moment
table?
where all of those teams at the bottom just really stepped up to the plate. Anybody that needed to have a solid
Hello,
performance
coach.
stepped up to the plate.
Hello.
You saw how many teams had double-digit elims. I mean, this was
Chicken, huh? Coach, how you been?
everything we wanted a
Yes,
Sandhawk
yes.
to be.
I'm good.
Coach, your French native team finally did a chicken dinner.
Yes, finally.
Coach, I had a question here. One guy asked me, he was like, who has better reflexes, action or top?
Wait. Энэ сарн миний энэ жаргал сайхан гэд хуучин хоорон Facebook гэдэг нөхөр яваад би биш шүү. What you say?
I'm saying, who has
Mhm.
better reflexes? Best reflexes.
Action and top.
Yeah.
It's depend of the situation. They too have very good reflex. So it's depend of the situation. What situation it's so for me it's same. Very good.
Okay.
But the role is different. So top is more consistent because he play in mid game, right? In mid. But action play in front, so he's more risky gameplay. So I think it's the same.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that when we eventually
I think now this lobby is getting a little interesting. Bit
Meh.
late, but the teams in the bottom have now started realizing like, oh, like tomorrow is the last day.
Yeah, tomorrow last day. Let's see.
we've heard the casters talk about it. I think that when we eventually end up back on the overall,
How's the
we're
weather
gonna
there,
see
by the
that,
way?
those performances
Cold?
start to change.
How is what?
Weather.
Big push day for a lot of these teams. 'Cause nobody wants to leave it to day 4. So today,
Better what?
the casters talk about it.
Bro, how's the climate in Mongolia?
Big push on day 3. That's exactly what we're seeing now.
Mine for now is mine 15.
Minus
But in the
15?
night, yeah, tomorrow maybe tomorrow in the night 25, mine 25, and in Thursday, mine 35.
Minus 35?
Yeah, in night and Thursday mine 35 and midday is around mine 22.
Wow. Wow. So you guys don't go out of the house, right?
What you say?
I said you guys stay in house all the time, right?
Yeah. For now, play boys have a rest till Thursday, so
Yeah.
after Tuesday we start our training.
Okay. On average, how many hours a day do players practice in ST?
Around 8, 9.
8, 9 hours.
Because in the official tournament we need more training, but in the if we not have tournament is around 6 to 7 hours to training.
Understood. In Mongolia, people only watch Facebook, yeah?
Yeah, most of fan base is on Facebook. But we watch YouTube, but for not for
Games.
PUBG fan base.
Yeah.
Games we see, but only other games. So
Yeah.
in PUBG fan base is most of the people is chilled, So that's why they watch only on Facebook.
Which other games on PUBG do you like?
For me, I like to watch CS:GO.
Ah.
I like to watch Dota 2, but I not understand.
Yeah, I know it's crazy difficult, right? It's for smart people, but it's very difficult to understand.
Yeah. Mindset game. Yeah, Valorant is good to watch too.
Do you know who has the
But
world's most expensive Dota 2 account?
what?
Who has the world's most expensive Dota account?
Dota. Oh, I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know. Bro.
It's the king of Saudi.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a very good Dota 2 player.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Expensive. Like how much?
Like the top of the upgrades and everything, millions of dollars.
Kevin, need who is Дэнэс эцэстээ хамгийн шилдэг баярлаа. Энэ хүн ингэнэ манай үзэж байгаа. Яг Dota хамгийн үнэтэй аккаунт нь Сауди Араб гэдэг гинэ. Хэдэн сая доллар ч.
By the way, when they also won the match against Argentina, so he gifted every single player a Rolls Royce. Right? Beat
Woo.
that. Yeah, bro. You didn't check the news?
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. Every player got a Rolls Royce.
Nice. And I saw like the king of Saudi Arabia make the day is
Yeah, off.
how to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
day off.
holiday.
Айци 3 хэвээрээ байна. Гайгүй. Ийшээ гайгүй л шүү дээ. Хитээ. 37 он олцсон байна. Хангалттай боломж нөгөө одоо 3-т. Та бүр ингэ доор явжсэн ингэ бодлоо хэцүү. Гэхдээ нэг тооцоолох юм нь доодох багууд нь амар ойролцоо. I said the point of the teams is very
Yeah.
how to say.
But this World Cup is different, bro. This World Cup is different. This World Cup, every underdog team is playing very well.
There's the potential for those teams at the top to start taking some of those.
Senator, which is your second favorite team?
Of what?
PUBG.
I can't say some name because I have so many friends, right? I have so many friends in most of team, but I really like the gameplay of Infinity. Infinity Thailand.
Infinity Thailand.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the difference, like, between the gameplay? Is it the experience of Nova, or is it like the gameplay of Nova is always different?
What?
When we talk about Nova, right? So is it like what makes them? Of course, they're two-time champions. All the respect to them. Now, what do you think that made them different than the other teams, like, or better than the other teams?
Because they, Order is like a player, very high mentality. Like he have a champion, and tomorrow he go for training.
Oh, Nova?
Yeah, Order is very
competitive player.
Yeah, very good player. Тэг 27 на гайс таачаад ямар амар тоошлогдох юм. Ижиж хоёр юм дэрийг агаал төвлөрөөд байна шүү дээ. Тэгээд 27 analysis байна.
I think same way, like, one thing people often ask me, oh, why do you like top? It's not because the way that, I have seen the same kind of mentality with top as well.
Yeah. Top is like
very
when they have a championship. Yeah, when they have they won the championship. We won 3 times, but tomorrow, next day, he go for playing training. He even stay always consistent.
Agreed. I remember in Saudi, everybody was, the game finished, everything finished, and I was like, where is Top? He's practicing again. Wow. Somebody is asking you, sir, favorite team from Bangladesh.
I have some team for respect, but I not have a favorite team in the world, because even if I not have a team like ST, maybe I have a favorite team, but now I need to stay consistent in focusing on our gameplay. So I not have a very, very favorite team in other regions.
Okay. This was from a Bangladeshi fan.
But I have a lot of respect from other regions. Milos.
We were just talking with the audience about same thing, that we wish the game was not like PUBG didn't get banned in India, like, that time. We would have seen a very good competitive teams coming out from India. At that time, it was such a good atmosphere coming out. Now, I think it's either like, if you really want to pursue a career in this, you have to sacrifice the comfort of being at home and move for the game. Depends on how important it is. Tomorrow, let's say tomorrow in Mongolia, if game is banned, what will you do? What will the team
But
do?
now, Furious Gaming, this is a team that does
Maybe they
have
will
a
start. They already have some
backbone
fan
of
base, so maybe they will start
Kingdom
another
in
game.
the Americas.
But they will
But
not
But
leave Mongolia
you're right. Where have they gone?
to play
I
from
don't know.
different regions.
It's about
I don't know.
hybrid
I
What will
not
you do?
expect something.
changing up a little
I not
bit.
expect something
It's working
something
for
like this.
some teams.
That's why I
No,
can't
no, I
see.
know, I know. It will never happen. I'm not saying it will happen,
Yeah.
but
A lot of
because it
solo
happened in
teams
one
in
country,
recent months. Actually,
like
this week three, I feel like
in
I've
the
seen
second biggest population in the world,
them
which is
definitely
India,
cross
right?
over.
And
So this
PUBG
really
got
good.
banned, now
Everybody's
BGMI
really
got
trying to
banned.
figure out how
It's
to
very
get
difficult
things
for a lot
together.
of people,
And we're
right?
starting you
So
off with a
a lot of
very
teams they
subtle playpath
moved
once again.
to
This
the
one does
MENA
have
region. A lot
this
of
playpath
teams
in
they kind of
particular, at
are still
least
waiting.
You mean if the PUBG is banned on Mongolia?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe we will play in the other region. I don't know. I really don't know.
Zone that's matched this quite literally from the base of the flight path
It
all
was
the
in.
Okay,
way up into
Yalla, bro.
I
See
leave.
you.
yeah,
See you, bro.
See you, bro.
then we
Bye.
had it head all the way up into the north, into those crazy
Kind
troll
of
bridges, into
are still
the
waiting.
remnant bridges as you were
You
talking about.
mean
We've
if
had
the PUBG
ridiculous
is
zones
banned on
paired
Mongolia?
with
Yeah,
this
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a flight path. So now the question is,
Maybe we
will
will play in the
Oracle,
other region. I
for
don't know.
once,
I really don't know.
be kind, or will it bring in the chaos?
It was in.
Okay,
Yalla, bro.
I
Interesting.
See
leave.
you.
4 a.m.
See
not
you, bro.
dropping
See you,
down the
bro.
military
Bye.
base. They usually always do that when the plane is so far south, but last time Geek Fam camped them, and then the time right after
You
that
mean
we had
if
the
the PUBG is
zone
banned on
so far
Mongolia?
north that
Yeah, yeah,
I think 4 a.m. is just like, you know what, forget it.
Maybe
We're
we
not
will
dealing
play
with
in the other
military
region.
base
I don't
anymore.
know.
That
I
is going
really
to
don't
lead to
know.
somewhat of a split drop contention here.
it was in.
Okay,
Yalla, bro.
I
See
leave.
you.
4 a.m.
See
not
you, bro.
dropping
See you,
down
bro.
the military base. They usually always do that when the plane is so far south, but last time Geek Fam camped them, and then the time right after that we had take this 2v1. They gotta be fast with it though, because Trigger in the background coming in with the UMP, trying to look for a way to help Milovan. No armor, no helmet. Just a breeze is gonna knock this player down, so he's gotta nail his shots quickly.
Gonna be hitting those first couple of shots. It's gonna find the first one. King Shane now up
Oh
here for
my
a
god!
no way! Yes, baby. Seven, where are you? You better be screaming right now. Furious Gaming starting us off with a 1v2 clutch.
Man, wait. Was this the sub they brought in? Milovan?
No, it
No.
wasn't. It was
Okay.
it wasn't, but it was still pretty insane.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
Subs.
A 1v2. Maybe 4 a.m. should have just dropped military base, man. Maybe they should have just stuck to what they've been doing. That was a really
4 a.m. के
well
दो
played
गए.
1v2. The composure, hitting the shots, the AK, of course, so deadly close range, packs so much damage. But 4 a.m. down to 2 players just like that, and their lead on Geek Fam, not that big. They could be dropping out of first place after this very game.
Hey, that's super sub for Furious Gaming. Here they are. Getting that also crucial information onto the likes and the rest of Four Angry Men. And now, in terms of the opportunity here, Furious Gaming, they know they've just taken 2 out. They know there's a little bit of the obstacle moving into the eastern portion of Gafka. Not sure if they're actually going to be full sending it, because again, all of these engagements, they do come with those risks. I mean, that was a 2v1 for Four Angry Men, but because we are at the stage that we're at, we're in Pmgc, you give any of these members, like we've been saying, one little tiny inch, they're going to take you for a mile. They're going to take you for 2 of your players. So an opportunity now, yes, to close out the rest of Four Angry Men. That might give, Furious Gaming a little bit of leeway onto the top end of the overall leaderboard, but it comes with its own risks.
Yeah. We'll see what 4am decides to do now. They're clearing that compound out, very aware that there could be another player close by. Alien Kid had already backed off all the way to the tractor hay bale. So after that little contention, things are going to calm down for a little bit. The circle as well is not going to really make teams feel in a rush to rotate. We are like just pretty much smack in the middle of Erangel. Very typical zone. Nothing too crazy here.
Yeah, I mean, like they have lead, no, so they will
but we'll have a much better
try
idea
few
of
things here and there. But yeah,
the second
जूते
zone
खा
side.
गई,
But for
2
now,
player गवा
both
दिए.
teams are in any rush to take up any positions in particular.
कौन चिकन मारेगा ये गेम में?
Entertainment and Falcons.
Depends. I didn't see the zone
That's
yet.
the combination we've been talking about.
Trouble maker, तू analyst है, तू बता मुझे क्या बोल रहा है?
Now, both of these teams, they know what's hiding for them on the other side of Yasnaya. They know what's what potential neighbors they might be looking at. Tem Entertainment, just these last two games have been so emphatic with the way that they have been taking those engagements, with the way in which they've been bringing it
Hello,
forward,
Tokir.
taking 10
Now from
eliminations
Kashmir. Thank you,
on that
bro.
Sandhawk, and that was not an easy Sandhawk by any means necessary for them.
No, not at all. We had a quiz pop up just now. What's the largest scope in PUBG Mobile? 12% of people answered the 32x.
Increase sound of what? Of the feed?
Yeah,
What would that even look like? You could like inspect the leaves on a tree
yeah.
from like the top of the hilltop, like, yes, those are some lovely leaves right there.
32x. Imagine using that, like scoping into someone's head when you're standing right
Please.
next to them. You could literally see their souls if there was a 32x. Furious Gaming
Hi, Tokir bhai, kaise
still
ho?
very
All
close
good, bro,
by
all good.
to 4 a.m. I think they know this
Volume
might be
bada
4
to
a.m. They're
thoda
coming in
bada diya.
very aggressive. I mean,
Love from
4 a.m. no
Karnataka. Thank you
vehicles,
so
right?
much,
Where
bro.
else could they go for the next source of loot? I think
Oh,
Furious Gaming has correctly predicted where they could be. Now a 4v2. Can 4 a.m. return the favor and take down at least one member of Furious Gaming? Trigger's going to pop that door open as a bait. Very well done. His other teammate coming in from the other side.
Abe, core
3v1
utha liya.
isolation. Savant goes down.
Switch.
Not even a fighting chance for him. Now it's a 4v1. Furious Gaming, and
Oh,
here
wiped
he
out.
goes, 7. Here
Wiped out.
go. Furious Gaming. 4 eliminations already, and look at that. Some celebratory shots. Pump yourself up, man. Okay, we can't hear the comps, but maybe it is the super sub. Maybe it's the super sub that's just hyping the team up, letting them know we got this, we could do this. We have not seen an aggressive Furious Gaming the entire week. Even when they were forced to fight, I don't
Vishal
think we saw
Thakariya
them
bhai
like,
gaming mein
put
kaise
up
gaya?
like an
To
aggressive
be honest,
stance.
We haven't.
Right?
We
That
haven't.
was the
only
most
out of
aggressive
passion.
we've ever seen them so far. What
Business-wise,
do we know?
no.
4 eliminations to keep 4 alive, and we're only 7 minutes in.
Furious Gaming, keeping to their namesake.
Because
for the
I was
first time
always
in what's felt like the entirety of
loved
these 3 days
games.
so far.
Yeah.
Match 16, they bring in that, well, furious action, that furious energy. Maybe they were waiting for that super sub. Like you said, maybe it's the momentum. Maybe it's just the general energy. You know, someone bringing in someone positive into that team can drastically change the mentality of your team. I mean, how many positions have you been in? You know, situations in a team where things are looking bad. It's been rough. You get that one member in, and they're just hyped, man. They are just bringing in the good vibes. They're bringing in that positive mentality. Complete switch up, a 180 performance as soon as that mentality game is strong. So loving the fact that we're seeing that come through here for Furious Gaming. These subs, man, they have been so impactful this
क्या
week.
जूते मारे
And
हैं
yes, like
4
I said,
AM को?
some may be good, some maybe not bad, but either way,
अब 4
Furious
AM ना
Gaming,
HVVP
it's
की तरह
brought
hug
in
ना
that
दें.
action. So now rotations
Sagar
gonna
bhai,
be the
you
next
yourself play
name
PUBG
of the game.
sometimes? Yes, bro, I
Genlots
do.
making in a lovely
Sir,
bit
you
of a
have
switch
a
up here
strong
towards Everest, but Vivo Key might have
Pmgc.
beat them to the punch here. We do see Adrian
Okay, bhai, what do you
just a little bit
think
further out.
Ghatak
Might be
bhai
coming
का
through
as a
opposite
coach
end, but for
buyout
now
हुआ
has slowed
international में
down.
based on his...
Looking
Very
for
What are you
curious.
saying, bro? How will they
Very
buy
curious
out
for Everest.
Ghatak?
This is on the very western
I don't know,
edge
bro.
of the
I don't know. I
first
don't know about their
circle.
internal things.
You can see here now on the minimap, no real reason to contest
Don't expect I will
Everest.
get reply.
Circle shifts. Okay,
About
this
what?
circle,
Bhai gaming में
it
कैसे
just went
गया?
from like a
Bro, I
pretty
told you
normal circle
I
all of a sudden to
I
a
came
very
into it through
tricky
Zayan
circle.
introduced me to it. I was always
Yeah,
very
we're
passionate
getting
about
a
gaming.
50-50
And
almost. I
it
think
is
that's
not
pretty close
something
to
that I do
50-50
for
between north
business,
of Rosek and
but I have
south of Rosek.
always
Now this is a zone
I have
that
been a
has been played
gamer.
out quite a bit in competitive. Have not seen it yet for these two
Right,
groups.
right from the time when Contra used to be there to the
Even if
time
these
when
teams have all
Halo
played a
5
similar
came and
situation, it does
PUBG
not make
वगैरह
it
ठीक
any
है, they came
easier
like
to navigate this one.
you can say most
Ready to
recent.
kill another team that has been so consistent, holding on to the top slots. Genesis Dogma trying
Oh,
to
Alex
bring a
gaya.
little bit of shenanigans to the doorstep of IHC,
Confirmed.
suddenly tasting their own medicine. Alex, the medicine tasted so good that, well, they're going to just go back to the lobby and enjoy it. IHC, they're going to go back all the way to military-based island because they're not having any of it.
Quite
No
fitting
hate, but
for
FG
IHC
is
to get
giving me
camped there,
vibes of
but
Gordon when they
very surprising. It was Genesis Dogma
banned 4
Gits that
rivals. They
did the
were
camping.
firing.
That's a
I
team
think.
that, in my opinion, avoids fights like it's the plague.
Ready. Come on,
Right.
Vishal bhai, not a big deal.
But
Love to
they're
reply.
camping out IHC. Okay, Genesis Dogma, I see you.
Okay.
Changing things up. you know, putting in some points, getting in fights early on against IHC of all teams. That might be just to pay them back for what IHC did to them on Miramar, where they like absolutely
100%.
bullied them. All right, so I mean, a point's a point. Good change up for Genesis Dogma. I respect it. Meanwhile, things are really starting to heat up inside the zone as, you know, we get this 50-50 and teams are starting to take up the positions and fight for them as well.
Geek Fam right up alongside Nongshim Red Force, who we know, and we can see it there on the right-hand side, feeling a little bit rough these past couple of days, but they've shown some glimpses of hope. They've shown a couple of those engagements that are looking, you know, a lot tighter. They're looking a lot stronger. I'm still waiting for that answer for them.
भाई Falcon का chicken कोई करवा दो.
And Falcons, I mean, this potential against Train to
I
Kill
really
would
want
be
to see
so
Falcon
much more
with
for
one
them.
chicken,
They're
bro.
sitting in 15th position, trying to climb up into that survival stage. What a boundary that they need to breach. That's around 40 points to be safe, at least for now.
It's going to be a tough task. Falcons, one of the teams that, you know, also did the sub like yesterday.
Who's the current rival of ST?
And today.
Prabhakar bhai, I think it's Nova at the time.
Powerful. It was
that
powerful that
only
went
today?
out in last game. I think so.
I could have sworn they
memory's not
also
great.
tried one yesterday as well. I mean, I'm going to have to scroll through the info, but either way, right? Falcons, a team that had previous great performances, but now just really just down in the dumps. We saw on that overall leaderboards. Next circle shifts on out. Oh, this is going to get spicy.
A little bit of Rozak action. Falcons moving on in from the northern side, alongside Train to Kill. And from the south, well, take a pick. You've pretty much got majority of your team is making this dash on end. Game Lawns right through Train to Kill. Akashi will take a little bit of that action, a little bit of that damage. Genesis Dogma up here against Besiktas, at least
Falcon
one
is
from
choking.
Besiktas, who is very, very isolated from the rest of the team. They're still making that rotation in. We've got FaZe that will be joining in with the action potentially soon, at least until that turn off. So for now, Genesis Dogma, they will be looking at what? Is this a 3v1, a 4v1?
Yeah, but he gets one. Where's the rest of Besiktas needs to help this guy out. He has been stalling for quite a while. The rest of his team has already crossed the bridge, though. So maybe that's why. Genesis Dogma, two of them get knocked, but they finally get the trade in. Geek Fam close by, hearing those gunshots. Getting curious.
RC
Geek
chicken.
Fam actually picked up the elimination, so Geek Fam, yeah, we'll steal that one away. How are they going to decide to cross this bridge? They do have control of the bridge over here with their setup, so they're just going to swing right back. I love the way Geek Fam does this, right? The second they hear an opportunity, they'll take a look. They'll take a peek. And then once they see it's gone or they picked up their 1 point, they stole their 1 point, all right, back to the game plan. We're rotating across this bridge.
Hitesh, talk about what I expect in the next 10 years from now for esports industry. Esports industry will keep growing, bro.
That's
It is
exactly where they're going to set up.
like recession, no recession, good market, bad market. Gaming industry is something like that never stops.
They gotta get those eliminations in up against
It never stops.
Xavier now, but
Kivos, mere bhai, how are you, bro?
Finding an immediate
Kivos bhai,
confirmation onto Game Laws. There is a return from Akashi onto
just
Frankie.
chilling, sir.
Xavier now with 2 players
Watching
down. Still
games,
potential for a 4-man squad.
enjoying my
They need
weekend.
to get those reses
Take
popped
for
up, but
chuka, khush for
Game Lord
chuka.
actually uses the trigger to push on in.
Ooh, I don't know about this. I'd rather prefer Game Lords push the outside where they got the 2 knocks. Because at most, it's a 3v1 and you deny 2 revives. But pushing into this compound allows Lamborghini to stall as best as he can. And his 2 teammates can also come in and trap in the Game Lords team. This is not the best of decisions in my opinion. Now you can see Game Lords is completely stalled out by that Molotov. He's got to get his gun out. Lamborghini!
Ooh.
Nice reactions, but why the single man peek? Game Lords falling apart on this push. Xavier, though, getting a little bit distracted, taking some fights with other teams where the main priority should be to eliminate this Game Lords team that's all trapped in the compound. Here we go. Good push from the downstairs. He's going to try and stick that revive. Not able to get it off, and that will be the finish. Game Lord, a little bit of a slip up. Yeah, a huge slip up there. I would have loved to see them push outside
Shravan,
where they
you
got the
speak
2 knocks,
Mongolian?
like I
No,
said,
bro.
rather than trapping themselves
Geek
in.
has good opportunity to take
Nongshim
first
Red
spot.
pushing
Yes,
against
they
Genesis
do,
Dogma
they
gets
do.
here. Nongshim Red been a very, very quiet team, but like you mentioned, we see glimmers of brightness out of them when
Tough
they
in
do
between
get
and
into
I thought you're
engagements. They
right.
can
Thank
fight,
you,
they just
bro.
don't often take it.
Where is
I
your
mean, the
boot
same
camp
could be
to
said
where
here from
Mongolia?
Genesis
We
Dogma.
have
I mean,
our
this is the
players
first
are in
time in a long
Mongolia,
time
bro.
that we've seen that
But
aggression,
we
that
do
killer
have a boot
instinct
camp
we've
in
been
Dubai
waiting
as well.
for. And now, again, up against one of the other teams that we're waiting for. It just seems like,
Dubai.
unfortunately for
He
us,
was
you know,
by him in
these teams
Dubai.
that really need everything going in coordinates for them,
Deadman
everything
Shaka.
going as planned. They're
I
finding one
remember
another.
that
So,
meme, bro.
unfortunately, we'll have to say potentially goodbye to one of them in this engagement as Nongshim, Red Force, and Genesis, they look at their options outside of the zone, having to make that rotation right up ahead of them on that bridge line. It is FaZe. You can see in the bottom left corner, I think that is Furious. Is that Furious Gaming up against? No way. IHC?
Yeah, Furious Gaming against IHC on the northwest side. The southeast side really starting to heat up. You can see in that little
It
window
looks
bubble
like,
down
I
there,
mean, like
IHC
last two
versus
games haven't
Furious
gone
Gaming. Look
good,
like it's a
right?
2 for
So
2.
it looks like they're
But now, both of these teams,
they're
Nongshim, Red
facing the
Force,
HVP
and
syndrome.
Genesis Dogma gets
But
have to
last
cross
day
the
क्या
bridge.
आज
But
आज नहीं
FaZe
कल है
is
last
waiting
day.
for them. FaZe has everything set
तभी
up
तो
for the trap,
now
for
this
the
group is
camp,
becoming
and
interesting. That teams are playing more
interestingly enough,
aggressively.
Nongshim's going to take the fight instead. I think Nongshim might have spotted out a different team taking the bridge, and they realize if they try to cross the bridge, they're going to be trapped between two teams. So they're going to take the fight out here, which I do like, but they got to finish it up quick because Blue Zone is closing in.
Couple of nades now being sent on out. Genesis feeling the brunt of the action, not only from Nongshim, but FaZe moving on in as well. Beautiful nade from Saden to find that initial knock. Genesis, feeling so unsettled here as Daybot will go right into the crosshairs.
GG.
In the meantime, we did say goodbye to Furious Gaming.
Chinese teams
who
doesn't
did
choke,
go
bro.
not
It's
only
rare.
up against
I
IHC,
mean,
but Vivo Key chimed in as well with a couple
yeah,
of
bro.
well-placed
I
nades.
hope they
We
don't.
will be saying goodbye to them. We
Falcon
might
को
even
क्या
be
हो
saying
गया?
goodbye
Falcon
to
को पता
Nongshim
नहीं क्या
Red
हो
because
गया यार.
now baited,
Falcon
battered,
खेल ही नहीं
and
रही है.
bruised. They need to make this rotation
I
across
hope
the
they pull
line
this
of
chicken, bro. I hope
FaZe
they
and their
do.
line of sight.
And Tony K is the linchpin of it all. He's going to let some players pass by him. And then they are completely sandwiched. Nongshim Red Force, they're going to go into the water instead. They don't want to take the bridge. And with good reason, all the sightlines train on the bridge. And Nongshim Red Force
FaZe is
is getting
playing very
cut
good.
down now.
FaZe ने ना
Tony
बहुत
K,
अच्छे से
I don't know
इनको
if his
trap
position
कर
was
दिया.
given away. Did he take shots earlier? He did. Well, they definitely know he's down here now. After Tony K gets another knock. FaZe doing such a good job here. This is the FaZe I want to see.
Ooh.
Perfect positioning, perfect execution. No players just getting caught for no reason. This is the FaZe that we should have seen all day long, but they're starting now finally to play in tip-top form. Geek Fam.
अब same तरीके से I think like FaZe will also get picked
not
up.
having a single option
FaZe
in
will
that
also get
altercation.
picked
Like
up,
we
I
said,
think.
moving
No.
on out from one engagement right into another, literally into a bit of a bridge camp. What options do they have? Vivo Keed moving on in from that western side, right behind Train to kill IHC from the northwest into center. Looks like they might even find the rejects who are just hiding into the center compound. Very good position once again for rejects, and we've seen this before. When rejects get that center zone compound, they have been lighting up the feed, man. They have been hitting in some massive, massive games, and this is looking like a potential for them once again. But Falcons, they're still in this one. What can they do in this scenario? One of the teams that has the most pressure on Erangel right now.
See how they decide to play this one out.
Japan region isn't showing anything
Rejects,
this time. Yeah, top 3 predictions from this group.
once again in the hard cover. Once
I'd
again,
see,
this could be a big
of course,
game for the
4
Rejects to
a.m.
shoot up,
And I think,
especially with 4 a.m. going out early with 0
I hate to
points.
say this, but weirdly BJK को बसिकतास को luck favor कर रही है
on the
बहुत.
southern side, by the way. This could be Geek Fan's game
Besiktas
to
मतलब
take first place away from the likes of 4 a.m. Tem Entertainment, they only have 0 eliminations so far, but we've seen what they are able and capable of doing. They took out 4 a.m. and
South
Geek
Asia
Fan,
on
the top
top,
two
bro.
teams in this entire lobby in back-to-back 4v4s. Sure, they don't have 4 right now, but even with 3, if they could replicate what they did similar on Miramar, they could be a dangerous force.
FaZe moving
अगर
on in.
फाल्कन ने चिकन निकाल
Tem
दिया तो अपने को
Entertainment
फिर
right up ahead of them. Maybe potential for a rematch here. Ventori's is going to be going down to the likes of Geek Fam. We'll see how that one pans on out. Tem Entertainment chiming in, adding to that pressure. FaZe Clan, that rotation needs to come in. Heed, as we said, moving in for the western side, and Train to Kill just picking them apart.
Very well done for Train to Kill, setting up that off angle. Geek Fam now coming into the mix of things. This is the aggressive Geek Fam we've been waiting for. They've been quiet as compared to day number 1, but even being so quiet, they're still second place overall. That's just that consistency. But now we might see the monstrous Geek Fam that we saw out of day 1 that took first place at the end of the day. Or no, they weren't first place, but they had definitely the first in terms of eliminations, taking the fight to FaZe. FaZe having to deal with not just Geek Fam, but also Tem Entertainment. Now these are two powerhouse hitting teams, especially with Tem Entertainment proving themselves. FaZe find themselves in a very, very tough position.
Just to add on to the list of teams they need to worry about is Besiktas still in the vicinity. Tem Entertainment sending out a few nades, a few feelers, trying to see if they can locate a few bits of information.
Yeah, I mean, like,
based
at
on
least
YouTube.
Falcon
Bevy
should
will be
come to the
spotted out here,
server
I believe,
stage.
by Tony K. There it is. That run across, Tony K knows exactly where Bevy is. Will be spotting them out, taking care of them almost immediately. Instant confirmation. We wouldn't expect anything less. Tem Entertainment now down to a 2v2 phase. They need to take care of this. Geek Fam, they are moving up.
Ooh, I think they got a knock onto Besiktas. So now they're going to take 2 fights. They're going to pressure down the likes of FaZe, which, well, FaZe is out. GK actually gets a knock onto Darude. Darude knocked all the way in the backside on the
See, Besiktas is always... Besiktas का मुझे लगता है IGL बहुत अच्छा है यार. Placement point देखो कैसे सही से हर बार ही निकाल लेता है. Their gameplay was shit in the first 2 days, but every time their placement is amazing.
Go for those revives and then come back even stronger and hit a weakened Besiktas team.
Tem Entertainment now, they've been given an opportunity here for that rotation. They've been given an opportunity at longevity, a shot in the final phase. I hope
Nepali teams are good for they lack confidence in them. They can't just can't give their best and can't play the natural game. Today I think like I saw a different T2K, bro.
Trying to close up the numbers. They need to get those reses on end.
पता चलेगा भाई.
Onto the
Center में कौन बैठा है?
They do not want that res to be popped on off. I mean, if you take a look at Besiktas, they are running as a duo. That's a duo applying the pressure to Geek Fam.
I think like I saw a different T2K.
GK on the south, controlling that huge giant ridgeline. They're in a comfortable spot for now. Next circle, they're more than likely going to have to push over either into Train to Kill or the side of Geek Fam. And if there's any gaps in their defense, they could be looking at a third party by either of those two
ST का
teams.
भी placement point सबसे ज़्यादा था group में. Yes.
In the southern portion, GK Esports now
I see
finding
T2K.
their
T2K is
potential
very
rivals
aggressive,
for the
bro.
first couple
They're
of
good.
days. I'll get a bit of a warning shot.
देखो PMGC में पहुंचना आसान नहीं है.
Decision here now
Like,
placed
you know,
ahead of them. Do
it's
they
not
take
easy
this
to reach
engagement? Do they
PMGC.
back
So
on
if
out?
they have qualified
As
for
soon as they
PMGC,
disengage,
it's a
they
very
will
big
be
achievement.
disengaging into the path line of Train
So
to
that means
Kill.
the team is already good. All you need is
Once again,
confident and
the
right
lateral
strategy.
engagement here that they need to take up the hilltop if they want to get themselves closer to zone. But these trees are the only bits of cover they have left.
Ooh, smoke's blooming, but Snipes manages to spot Gate just at the last second. He's going to push up aggressive here. Geek Fam, just really understanding how to apply pressure. Notice that quick spray of bullets and then instantly right back. It's not so much about getting the knock, but just letting them know, hey, we have our eyes trained on you. Don't get comfortable. IHC, they're going to have to make this push onto the rejects. It looks like they're just going to be edging in, and the only good spot to edge into now is that compound that the rejects have. They're going to drop a lot of smokes down to block off sight lines and get just close enough to start raining in the util. Yeah, the nades, the mollies coming in.
Ooh.
IHC, however, only have 3. This should be a successful defense coming out of the rejects team.
Oh, Tem Entertainment now feeling the brunt of the action. They've run into Geek Fam, keeping their eyes peeled. Already one knock has ensued. down to one member here from Tame Entertainment. Meanwhile, Rejects, we said, from the center, that compound is not quite in center zone. They haven't quite been gifted that next phase, but they're still in contention. They're applying that pressure here to IHC. Zayol, Icy, oh, not looking great. Icy down to only a sliver. One more nade could set it all off. It's the final nail in the coffin here for IHC. Icy has to push up now. There's no other options left, but it is just into the gauntlet.
IHC eliminated. I feel like IHC doesn't push hard and fast enough. It seems like they always edge into the circle and then get paced apart. It happened in Miramar yesterday as well, when they had 4 players up. See if they can maybe correct things. They are 3rd place overall, but Besiktas might pass it up with their 2 members. Train to Kill now, looking like they will be taking that fight with GK. Geek Fam, see, Geek Fam applied enough pressure without even needing a knock to make GK push the other way. GK, they lose a player. Jane is still knocked right now in a very, very dangerous situation. No one's going to go for the revive because GK could push at any time. They need all eyes alert and looking this way. Satan goes down. That's another good knock for the side of Train to Kill.
Falcons moving on in, applying that pressure. Geek Fam now 2 down, 2 to recover, but then again, that decision, they have to still get themselves into zone. Falcons, this is an opportunity now to take out the likes of Geek Fam. If they ever were looking for an opportunity to pick up eliminations, to secure themselves into this next zone, it will be now. It has to be now. Besiktas right up ahead of them. They need to provide themselves some cover. They need to give themselves spacing moving on in. Geek Fam still trying to get those reses off. They will potentially get that timing lost in the vehicle, trying to scout out that information.
How is Falcons allowing Geek Fam to get the full reset?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Way too passive, and now they push. Now is way too late. I mean, the run over. They didn't even get the run over. Oh, no. Falcon. Falcon, Falcon, Falcon. They get a knock, but they're down to 2. It's a 3v2 situation. And just as one of them gets knocked, UI was actually thinking about pushing a different team. But now that their player's knocked, they're going to come back around. Good cover fire right there. Swing out high. Snipes jumping out of the vehicle a little bit too quickly. Will get knocked. That's a self-knock. And, well, Rejects, on the other hand, they've had 4 up. They've been playing it safe. Now is their time to strike. There's only 5 teams left.
Rejects moving on in from that northern side. They've had that compound for so long. So much hard cover to work with. But now Geek Fam applying that pressure, then make that rotation down the hilltop. Geek Fam, oh, UI trying to find that vehicle. It is on the edge of exploding. It is on the edge of giving them a way into Rejects, but they just narrowly escape it. They just narrowly avoid that. Besiktas now holding a compound in zone. Geek Fam still moving on in. Train to Kill and GK Esports have been left to their own devices for so long.
This fight is about to erupt into a 5-way fight. Rejects doesn't have to get involved unless they want to. They do have a ridge that they could use to abuse though, right in front of them. Yeah, and you see them moving up now. Right next to that crate, Train to Kill on the flats right above. Regi's gonna drive over, maybe spot out a head or 2 in the grass. It's gonna give them good info here. Yo, he definitely spots that player. Oh, he drives a little bit deeper, gets a knock, and here comes Justice with the trade. He goes down.
भाई chat read कर रहे हो क्या या नहीं?
from
कर
the
रहा हूँ
edge
आनंद भाई.
will
बताओ
chime
क्या
in. Train to
बताना है?
Kill down to just 1 member. I think they eliminated one of the reject players. Yeah, the one reject player drove a little bit too far deep in. When will get confirmed, that puts the reject players down to 3. Justice should be able to get revived right here. Unless Geek Fam, being the ever so aggressive Geek Fam, UHi's in a perfect position to stop the revives and actually cut down the entire Rejects team. He's got to hit his shots though. Duello driving way into the blue zone. Rejects, everything is falling apart. Justice gets right behind the rock. His feet was sticking out for a split second and UHi catches the toes. All down to 1 member, and Train to Kill is going to take this time to take the fight with Besiktas. Besiktas comes out of the house unscathed. The entire Geek Fam team was watching the house the entire time, but they're going to change their sights onto the reject players. Fine with a valiant last stand. Will get one, gets traded, and Besiktas trying to take advantage. Will get knocked down by Darude, watching the flanks. That's another trade. Zessi, 1 versus 1 now. Geek Fam going for the revive. Besiktas doing the same. Geek Fam will get the revive first though. Mika healing right on up. Mika, the star player on Geek Fam, the top eliminator. Zessi, you can't go for the revive now. It took too long. A great wrap turnaround, bringing it back down to a 1v1. This is so back and forth and sprays through the smokes. There we go. That is the Geek Fam chicken dinner that they've been looking for. This team with a very explosive day number 1 has been just quietly staying in the top since then, but now they're back and
geek का chicken भाई, geek का chicken किससे बोला था पहले?
Chicken dinner, and a well-timed chicken dinner as well, because this is the match
Troublemaker.
that 4 a.m. went out in first place.
Good analysis, bro. Good analysis. अब मजा आ रहा है इस group में.
Saw him doing the little dance right there, definitely celebrating the win.
I mean, we went into this match. We went
Geek का chicken भाई, geek का chicken किससे बोला था पहले?
Chicken dinner. And a
Senator, are you there?
as well, because this is the match
Troublemaker.
that 4 a.m.
That is
went
going
out
to shoot
in
them
first
up
place.
ahead.
Good
Yes, yes,
analysis,
I'm
bro.
here.
Good analysis. अब मजा आ रहा है इस group में.
Reset themselves
I am
and
thinking,
themselves on day number 3 to give us that
Yeah.
performance
what
we've
is
been
wrong
waiting
with
for, to
Falcon?
give us the Geek Fam
I
that
don't
we've
know.
been treated to on
Need
day
to ask.
number 1. That dominance
Maybe,
that we've been waiting for. Again, I think that's over the back of
Bro,
I think
this game
they-
they just threw away like their players just like that.
Geek Fam were at their most vulnerable.
Yeah, they
to
play
allow
so
that,
many
that's
so
the whole
safe.
reason.
They now they need the mentality
Usually I
and
criticize teams for not
just
playing
one
well,
game
but hey,
good,
Falcons,
and I
I'm
think
glad
they
you
will
didn't,
have a good
because
time.
Yeah.
But
that
still,
Geek Fam put on a show
they not have
afterwards, so
one good
yeah,
game.
good
So
job not taking out Geek Fam, I
Yeah.
guess. But man, Geek
Shame,
Fam, I just
shame,
love
bro.
how they're
I would really wanted them to have
constantly
chicken.
looking
This
for
one they had a
opportunities.
very
They were
good
getting
chance.
smacked down after
Mm.
the
Well
Falcons
played by
fight, right?
Geek.
Rejects was shooting back, but they still
эцэг
squeezed
ямар
everyone
асуудал
by,
байна
went
гэж
for that flank,
тэгээ
took
бас
out RC,
хүмүүс
and
баг өөр баг
ultimately
дүүрэлттэй
that
амар
led
хиймээргүй
them
нэ яа
to
гэвэл
the
амар
chicken
дүүрэлттэй
dinner.
анализ их нэгт би өөрийнхөө ингээд туршлагаас үзэхээр бас ингээд юу гэх юм өөртөө багийн тактикийг бас ил гаргах боломжтой. Нөгөө талаасаа гэвэл бас өөр тэдний арт ажиллаж байгаа хүмүүсээ болохоор би тэдний ажлыг одоо заагаад ингээд ахиж цаашин тий өөртөө мэдж байгаа байлгүй. Өөртөө рол гаргаж байгаа шүү дээ. Geek ингээ нэгээр хараад ирсэн нөө. Bro, Geek play very good. I think the training and the mentality is so high.
Yeah.
And they play at home, bro.
Yeah.
Malaysia.
And they have very good coordination. Very
Yeah,
good
yeah.
coordination. Someone is asking me, has Senator ever seen Jonathan's gameplay?
No, I see just some highlight and YouTube, but I not see the stream of Jonathan for now. I see because I have so many. I need so many times, you know,
Yeah.
because I always watch so many game, but with ST who
Yeah.
ST play.
Yeah.
So Jonathan not entering or tournament we played. So last
Yeah.
time I think is on Pmgc when I see the full gameplay of good like.
I'm glad to see them back. And you said
Mhm. But yeah, I mean, like, people usually think that coaches are sitting at home and they will just watch games for nothing. But so guys, what happens usually is जब ये ग्लोबल्स वगैरह के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे होते हैं ना, तो जितनी भी सारी टीमें होती हैं ये उन सब का गेम प्ले स्टडी करते हैं, उन सब का गेम प्ले देखना पड़ता है. जो उसके बाहर होता है ना, उसके बाहर ही किसी का नहीं देखते, obviously. So, but yeah.
Миний ярьж байгаа цаанаас стрим хийж байгаа. Тэгээ бид тэр давхар ингээд хэлж байгаа. Үу юу хай.
Bro, I think 4 a.m. is going to choke like HVP.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe. But not in this team, Chinese team, they are very good. Like they are another level, bro. Even I see like in the pale, you can see all players.
Did you see
You can see all players gameplay.
Do you remember in Pell, where 4 a.m. came? What there was this team AG, man. They were, my God, they were some crazy guys.
Yeah.
In Pell, it's
But
something
bold
else.
strategy
Like
got
the fights
Yeah.
are
didn't
something
work
else.
out for them in the end. Let's go ahead and take it to a quick break, and we'll be right back.
But
And they played in the Chinese zone, bro. Chinese
yeah.
zone is, I think. But let's see, let's see. The
Now is
Chinese
the
team
whole
always have good
all the
mentality.
meta is same, right?
Hmm?
Now, meta for all the particular regions is now gonna be same, right?
I don't know. Maybe in the PMPL we can have this hardcore map and new zone, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I heard that. So this time it's like hardcore, right? The one that you played in PMGC. Like every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
if you pick, you have okay. But they were telling me that it's gonna be the same PEL meta everywhere globally, and point system as well.
What?
The same meta for
Yeah.
every single region now.
Okay. I couldn't see everything. So now Miramar.
And we're back.
Miram
Miramar.
Oh baby, we're
yeah.
starting to see
Miramar
teams
is
at the
always
bottom
fun.
hot dropping the teams at the top.
Yeah.
It is the last day. Let's go. Oh, this is gonna
I
be
was.
insane. There's only two more
Is it
matches left to go. We're going
true
Miramar
that there is
and
no
then
more
back
heal
to
battle in
air camp. I
PMGC?
hope you
Heal
guys are
battle is
excited.
cancelled
Yeah,
now,
this
right?
is very
Emchain
good because
for
this is
our
battle royale
sponsor,
game. No, this is
Yeah.
not
Sweet.
healing
That's right, with
game.
their Xperia
Yeah.
platform. Xperia
yeah.
Street.
True.
Guys, were created in
True. Poor
collaboration
NGX
with
Yeah,
people.
this is very good for
so you
us
can
too
actually play with
because
Yeah.
we
multiple
never
quality heroes with
I
Xperia Stream's
we
total
never
quality
have a
system
tactic for
and
healing,
multiple
right?
ports for
Yeah.
We
tournament gaming
our tactic
and
is
solo.
always fighting, but sometime
Oh
when we have in
boy.
the bad situation, we need
Oh
to help.
goodness.
But this is
Yeah.
not in
Big
our
fans
tactic.
have
So
popped off. What
fighting is
does
very
the
good. I
overall
love
Hmm.
rankings
fighting.
look like? Let's
Hmm.
find out.
Hmm. Hmm.
Back to
Hmm.
first place.
Yeah.
Bam! With a
Enigma
big
Galaxy people
lead.
were not happy
A
about it.
healthy lead indeed. 20
Yeah, you have something too.
points from
But
Yeah.
Nigma Galaxy, I
Besiktas.
really want they
Besiktas
come in
though
grand
being able to
final
move up
because
here
Yeah.
more
first
got
we are
more
very best
motivation
friend, and
going with those
Yeah.
3
second is
points coming clutch.
they
And
they
looking
have
at the
PMC third place,
differential
bro.
between those
Yeah.
teams
Next
that are
the
coming
last
in
games.
They are in survival mode now, right?
Listen,
Үу за
Rejects
ээжээр айци
and
6 л унтсан байна.
Frozen
Гэхдээ
already
онооны хувьд
small
бол
gap to even
2-оос
smaller between themselves
гайгүй
and
байна уу.
Besiktas. T2K, like I said, also had a
191
23
decent
points.
lead.
23 оноо гэхэр чи
IHC
гайгүй
was the
байна.
only one that didn't
Бишигтас
go
амар
first,
гик бүр
but
нэг лүү
ends up
ямар
being
амар
a
ороод.
tie. So, I mean, this first page is
Гик одоо энэ хоёр
insane.
map дээр
And then we check out
нэг
the second
тоглол
page, and
маргааш
like you were saying, Seven, the gap is
бараг
not
л
that big. 2
ойлгомжтой боллоо.
points
Шалрах нэг
between
баг юм.
Tem Entertainment and Vivo Keyed, then
Одоо л
7
ойлгомжгүй.
between Vivo and DX Xavier.
Reject бас
I mean,
яа багуудтай
this
ойролцоо амар
is
байна.
still
За дараагийн
such a
тоглолт
tight race between
шивэрч.
Besiktas and then even
За ер нь бол
farther
ойлгомжтой юм
down,
байна
still
дөө.
only 12 points behind Tem Entertainment is
За
Game
чанга
Lord.
байна да, чанга байна.
These rankings can just continue to shift around, even just within this day, let alone all day tomorrow. I mean, I don't even know what to expect. And now we've got Miramar, and we have so many Miramar
Wow.
Одоо юудсан сүүлийн өдрийг харъя. Bro, I go for
Yes,
some
bro.
drink.
Yes, bro. I'm hungry too. Speak to you
soon.
soon.
It's
See
almost
you,
like a
bro.
20-point difference.
Yeah, they have to pop off like right now if they want
Yep.
to get into that survival stage. The
Yes,
crazy part, though, is,
guys.
you're looking for that golden
फरमाएं।
ticket to PMGC. There's 5 teams
यहाँ पे तो
that
तख्ते ही
can
पलट दिए
instantly
geek
get
वालों ने
third
भाई।
place with just 1 game. And then there's like 9 squads that can get into 3rd place and higher with 2 matches here. So let's go to the top Miramar performance. Rejects is coming up. You know that they want to
Us
get back
two
into that,
top IGLs.
or they want to
एक
get
तो
into that
मुझे नहीं
top
लगता
3
साउथ
tier
एशिया रीजन
7.
में पीका से
Do you
बेटर
think
आईजीएल
we
कोई
could
है।
see a
When I
squad
say
like
South Asia, I mean
Rejects
everyone in
break
South
that top
Asia.
3 here today?
There is
I
no
think
better
it might
IGL
be
than Pika.
possible. I think to be fair, like
That
their
is my
run
personal
yesterday,
opinion.
it worked
Second
out
is
perfect for them. That's why they ended up with
obviously
such
Nova.
a major point difference to everybody else. A major jump up. To
I'll compare
35
between
points
those,
to
but
28
I
as
love
opposed to 15
Pika's IGLing.
from winning the game. I don't see that happening again. Okay?
Because
I'm
he's
not
not just
fully
an
sold on
IGL.
rejects. This is
He
something that we
has
were talking about
converted
earlier
games
too,
from
when they
like
had the
1v2,
Erangel win.
1v3
I'm just
situations,
not sold on it. But a
survival's
team that I am
instinct.
starting to be more sold
Very
on
good.
is Geek Fam, and you saw them being some of the top performers. Glitter there for Miramar. We didn't see it for Angry Man.
Prabhakar Pandey sir,
Is
ST
that
always
give
caught
themselves a
in
bit more of a
third
push?
party, yes.
I mean, this is what I was saying. We have so
Envy,
many
Frozen,
Miramar
Pika and
specialists
Jimmy.
that
Yeah,
it's
I'll
still
say yes. In
anybody's
South
game.
Asia,
And
I mean, yeah, they're
I
world's
mean,
best
we're
two
talking
IGLs,
about
bro.
somebody
Why am I
since
even saying
2000.
South Asia?
I
I'll
have
say
a
rather
okay, the reason I
world's
give you,
best two
I understand.
IGLs. Jimmy is great.
Agree.
Jimmy
Thank
is
you, Jigs.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I want to see what they
very
can
good.
do in this next match, but also the tight race now between them.
But
Machine
whenever
just
there
top
is,
2K.
like,
I mean,
people usually
that's
check
why
that,
I
oh,
love
Nova
this
did this, Nova
little
did that.
bubble
Even
as
like,
the teams
ST
watch
is
because
not
they
able to
were
clutch out
they
fights.
were
I think
fourth and
except
sixth
one or
prior
two,
to the last match.
every single other
But
fight
this
we
time
got
around,
third
this
partied.
is going to be a big match.
There is
Yeah,
no
I'll say
pure
it
fight
right
between Nova and ST.
Say it.
Yeah.
I'll
But
say
look,
right now,
Nova is
Rejects,
Nova.
good top
I mean,
tier
like, I
players.
respect those
Good top
guys. Like, they are,
Alright.
of course, they are the OGs.
Guaranteed. So 7, since you were wrong
Right? So
about
आप
that,
उनसे कुछ छीन
tell us
नहीं
what you're wrong
सकते
about.
I might
in
be wrong
terms of
about
their
GK. I
achievements.
actually want them to
So,
win this next match. This is a team that
but
got a
yeah,
chicken dinner in
I
Miramar
think
on day
with the
one.
limited
And right
amount
now,
of
I would really love for
resources,
them to continue on collecting some points. We saw them being able to at least get 9 points
ST
in that
is
previous
up there.
Erangel. A bit of a spark up from this team that has been super,
तो
super fighting.
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
Look at
बड़ा
them actually
होना
got that
सिर्फ
win. And
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के
yeah,
फॉलोवर
Miramar,
10
it was just
करोड़
5
20
0. So it
करोड़
wasn't
होना नहीं
something
होता है
massive, but at least those placement points were able
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
to
की
help
वैल्यू जो
this
आती
team
है वो
that
एट द एंड
needs
ऑफ द
to
डे इट्स
wake
बाय
up.
देयर गेम
If
प्ले
not,
एज
those
वेल
top teams
फॉर अ
are
लॉन्गर
gonna
रन
start creating a bit of a gap too.
Are
Big Savior,
XT
I mean,
excited?
let's
Of
hope
course they
that
are
they can
excited
win
to meet
this
them
match,
in the
fifth
finals.
match.
For sure they are
Maybe
excited to
that
meet
could
them.
happen again
सिर्फ
today. And with
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
4
के
Angry Men, you heard me talking about it as
फॉलोवर
well.
10
It was just
करोड़
5
20
0. So it
करोड़
wasn't
होना नहीं
something
होता है
massive, but at least those placement
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
points
की
were able to
वैल्यू
help
जो
this
आती है
team,
वो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स
wake
बाय
up.
देयर
You know
गेम
what?
प्ले
Not
एज
those
वेल
top teams,
for a longer
4
run.
Angry Men needs to a bit start of a gap too. scoring
Are
points.
XT
Because if
excited?
not,
Of course they
if
are
not,
excited to
that
meet
gap
them
is gonna
in the
bigger,
finals.
which, I mean,
For sure they are
it's sad
excited to
what you
meet them.
have, but for us,
सिर्फ
and with
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
4 Angry
के
Men, you heard me talking about it as
फॉलोवर
well.
10
We are
करोड़
more
20 करोड़ होना
excited
नहीं होता है
for
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की वैल्यू जो आती है वो
what you're capable of.
we are more excited for
Jigs, do you have
for
any
the
additional
finals, you know.
teams to talk
That's
about
our
before we
first
enter
and
it?
foremost.
Honestly,
Furious Gaming. Can I call them out
Furious.
again?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
God.
Double call out.
The cast
Double
is
call
already-
out,
All right.
7.
Ah.
Give it to them. Tell them what it is.
Okay, Furious Gaming. I gave you props earlier because I loved that you guys took the 5-4-4 Angry Man. Okay, you guys got confidence. You guys should have a little bit more confidence now that you know that you can take on what it was the
भैया
first
एक
place
org
team
work कैसे
and actually
करती है? What do you
work
mean
out.
work कैसे
You
करती
just
है?
want to see better rotations. You guys should be getting caught on your rotations. If you guys get yourself to the place first without even getting into fights, I mean, they might be able to get some placement points. And we know that they can get eliminations too.
Wee! Let them know. Let them know. Let's take a look at this recap here with the most common playing path in Pmgc. That southern playing path is become a trend. So these players are pretty used to it here. You can see some of the different rotations from those top squads. See them, going on that vehicle. And I love just the speed that these guys rotate into that next circle. And, one team that I am extra keeping an eye out on because we had an interview with them, at the start, or in the middle of the day, right? Xavier. Xavier. What do you feel so far about this comeback, Glitter? Do you think that they've kind of been off and off the gas with it? They've been full-fledged force? Just what do you think?
I actually really like that call out because we can only pick 3 teams to watch, but Xavier has just done such a good
Can
job
we expect
with
pick
their
steamed?
adaptation here today,
I don't know
especially
what you were
in
saying, bro. I didn't
comparison
get you.
from beginning of this weekend,
STE and
that
Nova
I would not be
together,
surprised if there's
but I don't
someone
think
who
Nova is playing
ends up on
from
the first page again after this match. I mean, they
the
have
LAN.
just
They're
proved
playing from
that
China, by the way,
maybe it
because
was
of
nerves,
the
or maybe it was
reason
just
that they
being a
didn't get
little
the
cold
visa or
when it
something,
came
COVID
to their
restrictions
gameplay,
की वजह
but I
से.
have been very pleasantly surprised with the way that they picked it up. What about you, Seven?
For me, with Xavier, it has to be they're not hesitating as much, and that's something
Yeah.
that they were able to mention during that interview as well. They're willing to actually go for the plan that they have. Yeah, even if it backfires, they're sticking to their guns. That's something that Angry was able to do really well yesterday with some of the risky rotations that I was hyping up. Today, they're still doing those risky rotations, but it's just not working out for them. So with this Xavier, continue the no hesitation. Continue doing what you're doing because now you are at least within the top 11.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree as well. And I think that Xavier really needs to bust out a chicken dinner here if they want to get that top 3 spot. Because at the end of the day, 3rd place is the minimum goal. You do not want to go to the survival stage because there are teams from these other groups that are gonna come in swinging big time. And you want to get that ticket. You want to have it punched over. So I think that's Xavier here in Miramar. They won it yesterday. I think they have to go for something like that here today as we take a look at some of the players. Just look at this, praying. Vivo Keyed. Just trying to talk to each other and just say, hey, I mean, you can just see the different demeanor between each one of these squads here as the day goes on.
I love that you say you don't really want to go to survival stage because if we say some of the teams that are going to be going to survival stage, then you really not want to go there. You're going to have HVVP, Alpha 7, Vampire Esports, Bacon Time, right? That's just from last week, and there's still some more that I'm not even mentioning. And then you go to Group Red, and then you have Bigatron for Rivals, Titan, Box Gaming. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I'm going to try my hardest to be within those top 3. I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to think about that. That's just going to be super stressful, Glitter.
Man, I didn't even think about that. I was over here looking at our group's rankings, and I was like, you know, 7 has GK as one of his teams to watch, but they are right around where FaZe is too, and FaZe has kind of picked up their aggression, and then you hit me with all of the other teams that are totally going to be in survival stage, and
now my mic
honestly,
is on.
the action's not going to stop. It doesn't matter once this group is done, then survival stage is going to be insanity. I don't even want to know what's going to be going through those players' mind. How much pressure is going to be on their shoulders to try and stack up against some of the names that are going to be in that lobby?
I'm willing to say that like teams from 9th, right, all the way down to 9th in our group right now, they can possibly push for that 3rd place. And the reason why I'm saying that is because even the Xavier, I mean, they had 17 eliminations yesterday. They know that they can put up big points and not just some soft wins with maybe 4 eliminations. They know they can put up those big numbers and push themselves up. But if any of those teams are going to try to hunt down that 3rd place, it needs to start happening right now. You don't want to have that extra pressure on tomorrow of having to catch up and hope that the teams at the top that you're trying to catch up are actually throwing and not performing really well.
These players know it in their minds.
अरे सऊदी और पोलैंड का मैच है ना?
Just extra real, okay? When you start mentioning the team names of people that are going to be in the survival stage, remember, survival stage comes, only top 4 are moving on from the survival stage, right?
Yep.
If I am a betting man, okay, on who is going to go and make that top 4 from the survival stage, just from the people that are already there, okay? I am gonna automatically say it ain't gonna be any person from this group, no matter which team goes. Even 4 Angry Men, to be honest, are gonna have a lot of trouble in that survival stage. That's how stacked it is. So, I mean, if you want to go and get that ticket and that prize pool that
What do you mean HVP was playing with same PMGC device? Yeah bro, like so what's the big deal about it? क्योंकि ये नया device है ना, मिलना बहुत मुश्किल था. हमने भी पहले ही लिया था. I think एक हफ्ता पहले PMGC जाने से पहले.
When I was mentioning those teams that are on that survival stage, like I was being nice too. I left out some other teams
World
too,
Cup
that I don't want to tell people
scores.
because it's just gonna scare them even more of how crazy that survival stage is going to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, the teams right now within our group that can possibly make that push for 3rd place, try to make that push. It's not guaranteed. Yeah, you are going to have a second chance of maybe making it to the grand finals, but you have to go to survival stage. You have to go to final chance. And with all the powerhouses that are going to be there, your chances are honestly going to be so slim. You're not going to be able to afford to have a game off. You're not going to be able to afford to have even a rotation off. There's just going to be so much pressure that I know for a fact a lot of these teams will crumble under that. And the top bigger teams will take advantage of it.
You guys are stressing me out.
Imagine how these players feel. I mean, I love how like Xavier said it. You know, how like their biggest trouble was hesitation, right? And people really underestimate the factor that this is a game where literally tenths of a second matter. Like if you hesitate for 1 second, I'm not even lying, 1 second, your team is squad wiped, right? And I'll tell you what, there's so many teams that are already in the survival stage coming up that they already don't hesitate. You know, they already got bad beat by other teams that played at that higher level. So I mean, man, this leaderboard is so close right now, and like the shenanigans that we are gonna see in the final day, I know they're gonna be coming in.
पवनीत भाई बड़े टाइम बाद आपको याद आया.
Go ahead, bring it.
Glitter. Do you guys think four angry men are probably gonna end
मॉड हो तो आप
up
जैसा
in
हो.
this match or not? Because I mean, in the first match of Miramar today, they ended at 10th place with 0 eliminations, and if I'm not mistaken, that was their second match so far this week with 0 eliminations as well.
Yes to top 5. I think they want to bounce back after getting wiped out first on that last match.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say no. And the reason why I say no is because I think they're more like putting all their chips on Aaron Gale, because that's where they just really, really are strong in. So I think that because of that, there's so many teams that are going to be just so hungry, especially a squad like Rejects. They want to go into that top 3
I think
position.
Geek पे कोई
I
इस time
feel
पे
that
drop
they're gonna
clash
get pushed
करेगा.
out. And right now, we're starting to get to that point. It's kind of tough because the leaderboard is so close, but we're starting to get to that point to where the change of play styles are going to happen. And what I mean by that is, if you notice a team at the top, you eliminate one of those players, instead of going position like you maybe would, you're going to go that extra mile to flush them out just because you know you need to pass them on the leaderboard set.
Okay, yeah. I'll take that. And the reason I actually don't believe they might end up in 5th place, and that's kind of shadowing a little bit of what you were saying. And also, some of the other teams like really need the points. Like I feel like they need to create somewhat of a gap between themselves. Everything is just so close that these teams are going to start feeling uncomfortable. And I know they've been following what happened in the previous weeks. I'm going to be looking at IHC. I mean, this team was doing so well. They have had a good game today with the 4th place and 7 eliminations, but that's their only good game. Besides that, the next one was 6th place and 5 elims. Like, that's not what you want to have. You want to continue to have at least a top 3 and back it up with 7 or more eliminations. IHC, I'm hoping, I didn't have them on my teams to watch, but I'm hoping they do have a good performance here and at least secure a top 4 with some elims to back it up, Glitter.
Well, and if you think about it, this is going to be, these last 2 matches are going to be the final opportunities that all of these teams have to make safe points. Because the likelihood tomorrow that we see at least a few more, even just 50-50s on their drops, is so much higher, and that can easily take out a team like 4 Angry Men. We literally just saw it happen, and that wasn't even like, if that wasn't even a 50-50. That just happened to be a lucky 1v2. Like, people, the teams at the bottom will start to get desperate at some point for those points, and you don't want to be a victim of that desperation, because right now the points are just so freaking close that every single placement that you can get, or every single elim that you can get, is going to make a difference. I mean, the fact that we have ties between, like you were just talking about, IHC and then T2K, who's only behind Reject by 2, who's behind Besiktas by 1 more, and then but even lower than that, less than 10 points separating like the next 3 teams. I mean, it's just too close for people to do anything crazy from literally like 11th up, which means everyone at the bottom has nothing to lose.
Glitter, and something that we saw perfectly, and you might have seen this too, in the first Erangel map, we saw GFAM 5 Game Lord right away, right? And they were able to pretty much destroy 2 of Game Lord's players. Game Lord was forced.
I think there is some issue with the game.
Lands because of the playing path, and we've been getting some crazy playing paths. So we're talking about some teams maybe hot dropping on you. this team is gonna think about plan B. What if the play path doesn't go to where you want to go? What if the possibility of landing and getting into a vehicle and hoping that you can make it there and start looting up doesn't happen? Like, you don't know what's going to be happening, so try to secure the points that you are able to get within the next 2 matches. I'm also going to be looking at some of the teams towards the top, like trying to make yourself even a bigger name. I keep talking about it, that point gap, that's going to be massive. It's going to allow you to, if you do end up getting hot drop, which we saw last week between Nova Esports and Knights,
Oh my gosh.
you don't want to put yourself into a situation where you end up losing first place in the last match.
Dang.
This is the hardest time for players, but especially IGLs.
Senator
because
is
this is
streaming
the
in
easiest
Mongolian.
moment in the tournament to just start overthinking. You know,
Yep.
just to start automatically being like, oh man, should we hot drop this squad and try to take them out because we need X amount of points? We know this team rotates from this area, and maybe if we cut them off, we could steal a couple points from them because we can't have them catch up. And all those different question marks come into their head, Glitter, and you have to just silence out that noise and make the correct decision. But that's even harder when all of a sudden you have other teams and players doing that exact same thing, and now nobody knows what's going on, and it's just an all-out mayhem war. How many times have we seen that happen in the past, Glitter?
It's too many to count. It's pretty much a guarantee at this point, right? And it's going to boil down to kind of like this perfect combination of experience really helping you know when to make those changes or what to do if those changes are made against you and how to handle them, and then just a little bit of good luck and some really solid teamwork, because you won't know until the last moment, right before you do get hot dropped or you're forced into picking a drop that you weren't planning on and someone's already there. Like, all of these things are going to happen in the moment, and we talk about how there's always land jitters for people that are here on this level of a stage for the first time. All the small, tiny factors will all come together at the worst possible moment, and that will be tomorrow. So everyone needs to get their ducks in a row today, which is why we always hype up day 3, because the margin of error is going to be so small tomorrow that I think, and we've seen it happen in the other 2 groups, there might be some very surprising results by the time tomorrow is done.
Man, I'm going to talk about something that I haven't really talked about here live before, but you know, the brief time that I played competitively back in the day, right? The game has changed completely. But as far as the mental state, and look at this, already attacking other players. It happens, you know? This is leading what I'm about to lead into, right? The mental factor and team camaraderie is the same, right? And one thing that can really happen, especially around this point, right, is you have your IGL making decisions and saying, hey, this is what we want to do. The hardest issue is when you have a player or maybe another player in your team say, hey, you know what? I don't agree with that IGL's decision. And when you have that happen, especially after maybe having a bad game, and each one of those players has
आपको क्या लगता है टॉप 3 कॉम्पिटिटर कौन होंगे एसटी के फाइनल्स में? ब्रो, आई थिंक like every single team that's in the green, I mean like in the grand finals, are going to be a very tough competition.
You know?
There is no
I want
way
to go
that
do
you
this
can
instead.
ignore
I'm going to
that.
be the hero of this, and that happens. And when that happens,
You can't say like,
everything breaks
I mean,
loose,
look at
and you
how
just see
S2G was
teams
playing
go down.
Influence Rage,
So
Kemen Influence Rage.
that is a hard thing to deal with, because I mean, if you have one player just say, oh yeah, like the IGL say, hey, we need to push this squad right now, and one player is just like knows the points and just hesitates, oh man, that's gonna
कुछ लफड़ा
just
हुआ
be
है
painful.
क्या इतना टाइम नहीं लगता? Yeah, bro, I know. कुछ ना कुछ तो लफड़ा हुआ है.
Yeah, Glitter. So when it comes to these squads here, Glitter, right? Knowing all those different things. I mean, look at this. You can see some of them just stressed out, anticipating what's going to happen here in this Miramar match. You know,
Did you guys hear about
like
the
Vito-
former LOL world
What?
champion
I would
got
say I feel
caught
like it's almost like
selling drugs?
trying to. It's this awful combination of trying to remain relaxed and not stressed, but also trying to keep the hype up, keep momentum going. If you have any momentum at all, if you don't, this is almost giving you too much time. Like you were saying, too much time to think about all of it. The overthinking is going to start kicking in. They've
That's
got
true.
a lot of time to discuss, and finding that balance of keeping yourself in the right mental zone where you're chill but not, because you're going to bring the energy and have a really strong performance but also not freak out about it, is so hard, because the longer that they have to wait, the more into their own heads they can get. And you could see some of them are just
That's
trying
true.
to not even look at their teammates, they're just trying to vibe, just
Oh.
settle in and make sure they keep their head right. I love that we've got some hearts here. Okay, coming
There
in
you go.
from Vivo Kid. It's just, this is
You could
the
see it on their
aspect.
faces.
Yeah,
Like
it's the
literally
aspect
every single one.
that
Just
we
think
don't
it's so hard.
that we don't get to see too much. Is just how much the mental side really does. I mean, we mention
Look
it,
at
but
them
unless we
getting
can
hyped up.
see the players'
here
faces,
we
it's
go.
not the same.
And you can
This
see
is
now, it
10
looks
too.
like
This is
the
a
lobbies.
team that was performing at least somewhat decent earlier as well. You can see them getting themselves hyped up. You're talking about the mentality there, Hodges. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see out of a team. And this is a team that's not even
Absolutely.
all the way at the top. They're currently in the 11th place. If it was to end right now, they'll be barely qualifying to that survival stage. But you can see them trying to get themselves in that mindset of, okay, hey, game's about to start. You know what? Let's switch it up. Positive vibes.
Yeah, and you can see the different just faces on all these different players here. That little extra wait time is going to definitely breed some different actions here as the game is about to get started. Everybody get hyped, get ready. Let's take it on over to our casters.
Thank you, Hot Jukes. We are finally back with the fifth match of the day. Pretty long extended break, giving a chance for all these teams to strategize or to, just take a breather, calm down a little bit. I don't think it's gonna work in the favor of
Finally,
Geek
let's
Fam,
go.
because Geek Fam was hype after getting
Let's
chicken
go.
dinner that previous match. And that was such an elongated downtime. That hype might be wearing off a little bit. So we'll see how it affects this much, like Hot Jukes was saying.
It's that momentum reset, right? I mean, we talked about it when we saw Tem Entertainment bringing the hype, and they're a team that are sitting at the lower end of skis. So yeah, it's a team that just came off of a win. Their hype might be dying down a little bit. They might be bringing in that calm. The team that might have not been feeling too great after that previous wrangle, they just had a chance to reset. They just had a chance to, like you said, take a breath, and now everyone should be coming in at an equal footing. It's like the beginning of the day after a short break like that. It could do wonders, and it could do some damage to a team's momentum, a team's mentality. And we literally saw that mentality shift for Furious Gaming off of the back of that substitution. So we know the mentality game, it has a massive impact on these teams.
This PUBG Mobile is
बोलो भाई
probably
किसका
one of the
chicken हो गया ये
most
वाला?
stressful games when it comes to mental, because usually, like in other competitive titles, right, mistakes are a little bit more clear cut. Like, okay, you messed up here. It's like, okay, I see that. That's fine. We'll fix it. We'll move on. But with PUBG Mobile,
Guys,
it's like,
let's
there's
predict
so many
circle.
different
ठीक है,
variables
देखते हैं पहला
and
सर्कल
ways
कहाँ बनेगा.
to approach things, and so
पहले
many
सर्कल
different
पे पता
nuances
चलेगा.
of mistakes.
ट्रबल
where
मेकर किधर गया
it
भाई?
could
बता एनालिसिस
really
अपनी.
start to wear
सर्कल
on
किधर
players'
बनेगा?
like brains, like what are we doing wrong? And the circle RNG, of course, right? Maybe you're having a bad day. The circle actually just keeps shifting off away from you, opposite of everywhere, every which direction you go, right? And that could be wearing on the mentality. So with us being 3 days into this week, the mental fortitude of many of these teams are being heavily challenged by now. So we might start seeing some teams, start to really drop off, and some teams with the mental
अगर ये
fortitude,
ऊपर
they can
बनाना
really
इतनी
still
बसड़
come
होगी,
back and
इतनी
pop
बसड़
off,
होगी,
as we have seen
मजा आ
with
जाएगा.
like teams like Tem Entertainment.
And I love what the desk was mentioning, right? You know,
Power
survivor
grid.
stage, it is basically the consolation prize out of this week. You know, first prize, you want to get into that top 3, but that consolation prize, it's not feeling much like a prize at all. When you take a look at the competition, you're basically putting yourselves in the head crossfires of. So the zone
Yeah, it
now
seems like
applying
power
some
grid
extra
के
pressure.
आसपास ही बनेगा.
Although I would argue that it's actually just allowing a lot of the teams to get that early drop side. However, the terrain within that zone, oof, a little bit of Chumacera action.
Yeah. Always love the Chumacera action, even if it goes a little bit south up on those high hilltops of Chumacera. Those are fun as well. We'll see how the circles start shifting. No hot drops, of course, and with the plane path, it is spread out just enough that we won't see those kind of like scrap rotation fights. I think looking at the map, every team is able to get to where they want to, completely uncontested.
Furious Gaming. I mean, Seven's already.
You think 4
already
AM
called
का
them out
chicken
again.
होगा?
So I feel like we don't.
Let's
We
see.
don't
I
need to
don't
do
think
the
इतनी
extra call
आसानी
out,
से
but
इसमें chicken देंगे
definitely
उनको.
want to see. Just
I
keeping
think
an eye
Geek
out on
will
their
push even
performances here to
harder.
see what they
Yes,
will be bringing
so will
into the
4
table.
AM,
They're all
but
the way
I
towards
think
Impala
IHC
coming in from
T2K
that
will push
eastern
very
side.
hard in this game.
Again,
They will
opportunities
push
around the
very
corner,
hard.
and Geek Fam, man, for them to now
as they
be
need
able
to.
to have another opportunity to just kick up the heat, kick up the dust, and suddenly just add on to that buffer zone. 9 points away from hitting the 200. They could be looking at a fantastic gap between first and second after this Burma.
Definitely. So total eliminations coming out. 102 for Geek Fam, 86 for 4AM. Rejects actually with a lot of eliminations. Fourth in elimination, 74. I don't think anyone would really say Rejects is a aggressive team, but man, when they get the zones and they have the sight lines,
This will
they
be a
can waste
hard
their shots.
break
That's where a huge
if
majority
Falcon
of
doesn't
their
at least get into the
eliminations have been
survival
coming
stage.
from. They're not a team that usually fights into zone around the edges like you would see Geek Fam or 4AM, or even like the other team that was on leaderboard, IHC, for example, right? But we'll see how the circles favor the Rejects this time, as they are starting off in a decent spot in La Ciona. It's nowhere close to center circle, of course, but they do have that straight shot access way with that road path that can bring them into the center of zone.
Absolutely. Rejects question mark on for them. Will they be bringing it home on Murmur once again? Will they be giving us a bit of a surprise? They one of the first teams to pick up a ridiculous elimination game. 20 eliminations, I believe it was, and then we had a 12 elimination game today with that winner chicken dinner. So it's no surprise to me personally why they are sitting there with those eliminations.
अगर
Because when they
बसिकतास
get
top
into
3
those
आ
good
गई ना,
positions, when
मतलब
they get into
इस
those
मैच के
far
बाद
fighting
भी I'm
locations,
like
that
what
they
the
just
hell.
seem to find
विश्वास उड़
game after
जाएगा मेरा
game.
पूरा इससे.
Oh, they get it out. They fall, man. They bring it in. So Los
Wow.
Leones, yep.
Yeah. I was going to say, while we're on the topic of rejects, right? Hutchings was saying they'll be in the top 3 after this game.
Yes,
Seven,
Rancho
on the other
bhai, I
hand,
think
right,
like
was,
3rd to
doubting it
8 anybody
just
can
a little
flip.
bit. What are your thoughts on the rejects team as far as this
Main
match goes?
tournament
Where are they
कब
gonna
है?
end up? How are
January.
they gonna do?
Grand finals are
I
in
mean, we
January,
talked
first
about it,
week.
that the win condition for Rejects is that zone placement, is that zone rotation. So if they can find themselves once again into, I would say, like 5 zones in a very good position with some hard cover to work with and an opportunity for them to do what they do best and get those third parties in, then yeah, I can easily see them jumping to ahead of a team like Besiktas, who's currently the team in 3rd place with 1 point difference between them and Rejects, then yes, I can see that. But we've seen Besiktas bring in such a beautiful performance on Murmur. Like they are still in my head when it comes down to a clutch moment, when it comes down to the last potentials. I think of Besiktas. If they can bring that performance, then fine. It's not looking good for Rejects. But so far, I mean, just the way that this is going to be going, and the way that Rejects, like you said, have a straight shot into a great position, the potential's definitely there.
Besiktas, you mentioned, they're starting off this match in El Azahar. That's all the way to the northeast. And for them to cut into this first zone, I mean, it's not difficult, so to say, but if the zone shifts anywhere south or southwest, it's going to have them going through potential high ground territory, and they'll have to take the roadside that has multiple compounds all scattered through, which any team could be set up in. So
Desmia
Besiktas,
basen
this
timchaz
is going to
strang
be
karne mid game mein.
not the easiest of matches for as far as Miramar goes for them, starting off in that Northeast. They're not a team that I would say we usually see play the edge in, unlike Geek Fam, who are very close by them, just coming in from a little bit west of Al Asahar.
Oh, it is going to be an interesting one. I mean, the story, the journey between Besiktas and Rejects, that 1 point difference between these two teams. Besiktas already starting off with a lovely
क्रिश
rotation that
भाई
they need to now
तू
make, and a
SATL का
challenging path
फैन
for
है
them to come
तो
through for the
जीतेगा तो
Northeastern
नोया या
side.
HVP
It
कोई
all
बात नहीं
puts it
दोस्त
down into
तेरे
a storyline that
तू
we
किसी का
can't
भी फैन
really
हो तू कुछ
beat
भी
other
बोल
than,
ले क्या
of
फर्क
course, it is
पड़ता
the
है
PMGC stage. So we
जो
expect
जीत
these
जो
kind
अच्छा
of crazy
खेलेगा वो
scenarios.
जीतेगा
4 angry men
खुश हो
just
जा
stealing a couple of shots, just brushing by, not really giving them a shave. It's just a welcoming opportunity for them. They're still nicely tucked in. IHC though, very close to 4 angry men. I feel like they could turn around. They could jump into a little bit of aggression here, but they're off of a rotation from Monte Nuevo. They just need to be careful that they want to not really start any engagements right now.
4 a.m. right now taking the high ground, kind of pretty much in the middle. The middle of the zone, very interesting. You have the ridge lined high ground that the 4 a.m. team is at, with compounds kind of scattered laterally up and down it. And then you have the roadside with very strong compounds as well. You go further east, you reach that gully dip. Straight shots right into Chumacera itself. So a lot of dynamic variations in territory just in the smack dab center of the zone. So we'll see how it plays out. Many teams starting to rotate in now. We are now 8 minutes in. Game Lord we have on screen. IHC coming in from the west. Getting a little bit shot up by Vivo Key here. Vivo Key playing a interesting split. A very isolated split for Adrian. This compound, I'm not going to say very popular and contested, because it's not the best of compounds, especially for this circle, but it is heavily isolated and could easily be taken advantage of. So you got to be a little bit careful. Zone shifts towards the eastern side. Changes things up quite a lot. All the high ground, or a lot
श्रेयांश नहीं
of
बना
the
पावर
mountains
ग्रिड पे
and traversable high ground near the western side, no longer in play.
Rejects finding themselves just off of the valley, off of some of that high ground now, making that rotation. They just came from Los Leones. So now they're rethinking their strategy here. Vivo keyed Adrian. Oof, get on out of there. Let's hopefully just wait and see that they'll be able to get that regroup happening. Don't want to see any of these splits happening just yet. Want to see these teams going head to head on equal footing. We want to see the best performances coming through now.
अरे tomorrow if possible we'll do watch party with Senator,
It's down to the gauntlet. Then it's down to
with
those
Shadow,
opportunities that these teams
Neo
have
वगैरह
to
सब
try
एक
and
साथ
close it
करेंगे
on
most
out.
probably.
4 angry men.
Let's see.
Well, their goal right now should be Geek Fam, but at the very least, they're still sitting very comfortably in the top 3. I just don't want to see them dropping on out of this position.
It could very well happen. We've seen teams like last week, HVVP sitting in first place for 3 days in a row, drop down to 6. So with even that big of a lead, things can get dicey and you could end up dropping out. Divine taking some headshots, staring back at Furious Gaming. I'll be a little bit careful there. Furious Gaming, this is the southeastern area of the map. The Rejects not in a central position. They're more on the southern tip of the map, so they won't be, unless if the circle hard shifts down south to them, we're going to see a Rejects team that
कल
might
कल अगर
fight
वो
into
free
zone.
हुआ तो कल करेंगे.
So we'll see how successful they are
Troublemaker
at doing
भाई.
that.
Seven just keeping their eye out on Rejects. Hot Jukes waiting for Besiktas to prove Seven wrong, so they could have a lovely thing to talk about on the next edition of the PMGC podcast that they just gave us a treat to. But looking at this rotation, looking at these opportunities, IHC again, the jesters, the potential troublemakers here for the teams, that they've been bringing in some interesting strategies, now finding themselves right up against Genesis Dogma. Again, a team they're very familiar with. When you talk about Genesis Dogma, it was that altercation between them and IHC. It was that decision. It was that, I guess, lack of decisiveness coming through from Genesis Dogma. Now IHC looks like they have a little bit of their number. They have at least, very least, the information, just not the best positioning to take that engagement. And of course, focus has to be on zone.
Yeah, it'd be a difficult compound to breach there, especially if Genesis is not peeking back. If they're not giving them the opening, it'll be hard for IHC to make something happen there. And Genesis, I think they're playing a little bit more on the safer side because, like you mentioned, they're prioritizing the rotation more, and from their position, they have good sight lines, so it's not like they need to push teams away as we do head into the next circle. I do think we still have all 64 alive. Yeah, all 64 players alive. Circle shifts up to the northwest just a little bit. Not too big of a shift for anybody. Teams on the east just have to scooch in just a little bit. Rejects on the south, definitely needing to find a better position now. They're looking like they might actually rotate right into the likes of GK.
Ooh, a little bit of peeking and prodding. Phase coming on through. They have been on the rise, I would say, today. They've really been showcasing some beautiful action, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. GK up against D Xavier running that 2-2 split, and nade will be exchanged, and Rabiz did caught the end of it, weren't quite happy with it, but Gaith goes down from Game Lords. What a reach in, and that is a massive opportunity now for D Xavier, should they want to take that push.
That building right there is
इन दो की फाइट में भी थर्ड पार्टी हो जाएगी. देखते हैं गेम लॉर्ड क्या
I don't
करेगा.
think D Xavier was ready
Unless-
to make that push. They weren't expecting to get that second knock, because D Xavier, I wouldn't say they're a super aggressive team, but they're definitely a team that's
NSR भी
capable
ऊपर
of
बैठी है,
pushing
peek कर
off
रही है.
of
Let's see.
2 knocks. They just weren't quite ready, and plus they're worried about the third party potential, right? The circle just popped open. There could be another team gunning in from the edge of zone looking to crash onto here. This works out for the Rejects team though, because the Game Lords, or not the Game Lords, GK was holding a 2-2 split between here and the current position of Rejects, and with that new circle shift, GK came back and grouped up together just in time as a 4-man team of D Xavier popped in. So circumstances working quite well for almost everybody involved in that situation.
We see Train to Kill here and Game Lords in the corner of my eye. I did see Nongshim Red giving a little bit of an opportunity there towards IHC, and instead took just a slight knock. They did manage to put IHC on the back foot, and now IHC, I mean, they have to deal with Genesis. Now they had to deal with a little bit of Game Lords up ahead of them. Now Genesis Dogma up here, gonna be losing one player again.
See, they are in center,
completely
mostly
out
3
of
and 4
bounds in terms
zones.
of that recovery opportunity.
Yeah, bro, of
They
course.
cannot go for that recovery. They'll have
They're
to
playing
leave
really
one of
good.
their members out to dry, and now they're staring down the barrel here of a 3v4 as IHC move on closer in. Sorry, a 3v3. IHC actually did lose Ziol completely, and I think that was to Nongshim Red.
And Nongshim Red holding the church position right there with so many sightlines and angles. IHC did get caught off guard right there. Circle starting to close in, and this is what I was saying like a couple games back. IHC, I get that their style is to fight in from the edge, but I feel like they could rotate around a little bit more and optimize how and where they decide to fight. It's like they're constantly going an uphill battle, which they're really good at going uphill, but it doesn't change the fact that you're still taking an uphill battle. It's more difficult than not. Next circle shifts, it favors 4 a.m. 4 a.m. now getting that circle blast. Rejects still get that zone in the southeast. I'm going to lean a little bit more towards 7 prediction rather than Hot Jukes. But who knows, maybe the Rejects team, this will be the game for them to pull off, not a chicken dinner per se, but a game where they get a lot of eliminations fighting their way in.
The danger here is, right now is, of course, we are looking at that Rashida's Reject comparison, but we know there's a few other teams that can steal this away. If we take a look at IHC and Train to Kill, they're only 3 points away from Rashida's in third place, so they could easily take this away from them as well if they can keep everything a hold of it. So 7, this prediction is going to be tough, man, but looking at this now, Nongshim Red Force, we saw them pick up a little bit of action there towards IHC, just making their presence known. Falcons with that rotation in, off of the back of that Erangel where they were a little bit cluster in that aggression that allowed Geek Fam that opportunity to pick up the winner chicken dinner. Now on the heels of none other than Micah from Geek Fam, so maybe they might have spotted them out.
Maybe so.
यार Falcon से कोई chicken dinner करवा लो भाई.
Into this zone. They're on the eastern side. And GK actually getting very aggressive, using the smokes to isolate.
If Falcon gets a chicken dinner in this one, they have a chance,
Xavier's in a
right?
2-2 split, so they're gonna try and take a 3v2 situation here.
Yeah.
Let's Let's see how this one goes. GK gets the opening now. Comes down to a 1v3 for Ragnar, trying to hold this down. He gets one. Goes for the confirmation as well. Ragnar looking good for GK, and I think GK are now suddenly in the lead. 4 versus 2. Xavier, they had the surround, but GK, I love it. They didn't have to take that fight whatsoever. They could have shared these two compounds and waited another circle, but they took the initiative. They got aggressive. They laid down the smokes, isolated the angles, and they will come out on top here.
But we don't want to talk about that push for that top 3, right? Xavier in this situation, they're the ones on the back foot. They're the ones sitting on 9th position, whereas, I mean, GK Esports, they've been so good in the first couple of days. They're sitting very happy.
99 Wizard. I'm seeing the Falcon gameplay, what they showed in PMWI.
Eliminations even further, taking out Xavier could award them a
You mean to say in this
position
game or like...
into 3rd. Vivo Key taking a couple of shots here from Tem Entertainment, making their rotation on with the northwestern side of the zone. Game Lords, we know they took a bit of an interesting rotation. They spotted out a couple of players who currently have their location quite well known. IHC still fighting it out there with Genesis. A lot of opportunities for these teams, but again, so many, split up engagements that need to finish before we can take a look at that next phase.
Oh, Furious trying to get Furious once again onto the side of the Rejects, and Rejects shut that down so hard. I don't think Rejects had a single player knocked.
I am
Furious Gaming, they did have to somewhat make that play though, because if they were to rotate into the next zone, they'd be taking shots by Nongshim, Red Force, and the Rejects team, and everything in front of them is occupied. So they went for the isolated 4v4. It did not work out for them. Next circle about to shift out here. Where is it going to go? It drops right dead pretty much into the center of things. 4am is hard chilling. GK now with a lot more breathing space after taking care of the 2 Xavier players. Also looking really good. IHC coming in from the edge. They only got 1 player left from GD.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Come on, IHC. Come on. Nikalo.
It's over. Daybot is cooking out in here. He's going to send out
he stepped
a little
back
bit
in
of a molly. Send out another molly, trying to get a little bit of payback. But ultimately, Alex will be on fire, but will be recoverable even if they do go down here. IHC should still be running through with 3 members into this next zone. They picked up some great eliminations. Rejects picking up an entire team wipe, and looking at the rotation, I think they would be a little bit jealous of 4am and GK Esports just with the compounds that have within zone. GK now utilizing those compounds as we talk about it to find a few successful eliminations onto Train to Kill, picking up their numbers now to 2. Looking for a bit more, but Vivo keyed in the back line. They will have a surprise here from Falcons.
Falcons coming in from the backside. Not much more territory they could play from without having to take an engagement. Geek Fam all the way in the northeast, and Picado, they're also going to have to make a push somewhere soon. So these are the 2 teams to keep an eye out for. Falcons will make the first push, using some smokes to block off the first line of sights. They will make the cross, but they're met with a grenade by Grillin from down below. Falcon down to 3. Make that almost down to 2. 2 players down to 3 players, all down to 1 HP. If VK just push right now, push hard, they will deny all the heals. And we have another fight coming out on the bottom left. Fights happening all around the map right now.
I think that's actually Rejects taking on Besiktas. Game Lords getting involved as well. So Besiktas, they are having a tough time, but not as tough here as Falcons, who are now reduced down to only 3. Vivo Key, they've been looking so good, but the turns have tabled. The tables have turned as Falcons now need to turn this one up. All 4 players on up. They're going to be shooting on in. Vivo Key trying to make that push.
Bhai, main bol raha tha na, ye bus ad gayi. Bhai, you don't think something was fishy in PMWA as Falcons were dominating in the final now? In the league stage, they're not even... No, bro, there is nothing fishy about it. It happens. It's not important you perform on one international event, you're going to perform the same way on the second one.
This was not an easy fight to take. They had to breach their way in.
Bhai, Falcons ab mazedar khel rahi hai.
Went down to 1 HP. They get the full reset, and they are taking this
fight
straight back to Vivo Keed. Vivo Keed, 2 players up now.
Lag to nahi raha hai gayi, but yeah, they're playing pretty well.
Unless a VK go hella aggressive here, and they need to. They need to deny this revive. They jump down, they take the shots through the window, and it's looking good. They knock down 2. One gets traded, 1v2 situation for Diego. Blue zone is coming in. This is gonna add extra
wipe
pressure
out.
onto everybody here, and somehow the entirety of the Falcons team disappeared.
Yes, but the action doesn't stop. Just their Game Lords picking up another team wipe. But that's going to be Beaters going down. No opportunity right now to deny Rejects from taking that third place finish. Riding on high with 5 eliminations. Nongshim Red Force coming on in from the south position. You can see Rejects up ahead of them. D Xavier and GK Esports still in this contention. It's like a war of attrition here towards these compounds.
Exactly. Level 99 wizard. You're right. ऐसे तो फिर vampire का मतलब they should have killed it, right?
That they turned around time in and time out. Reduced down to only 1.
What a fight for all of these teams all around. The action is definitely starting to heat up, and this next
ताकिर भाई पनौती अबे पूछ मत watching World Cup or watching PMGC, what will you choose? Brother, I'm checking score on the other side and PMGC on the other side.
great job fighting their way into circle, so proving that they don't just need the zone to get the points. They know how to navigate this quite well.
FaZe on the rise, but here comes Nongshim Red Force up against a team like D Xavier. Nades are prepped on in. You can see a bit of an exchange as the time goes through. Nongshim Red Force looking for that information. For now, the pathing is cut off. Those nades, those mollies are coming in. GK Esports now helping out Nongshim as Lamborghini goes down, and it's only Vkoy up and Adam here for D Xavier to try hold the line. They were the substitute. Can they be the super sub? Unfortunately, it is a 1v3 after all, so let's not be too tough on them in that situation. FaZe and Geek Fambo, another question mark here on Murmur.
Yeah, Geek is already down to 1. It is just U-High. If there's any team that can stop a Geek fan push, it would be FaZe when they're playing well in their prime. And FaZe have really corrected things since the first couple of games. They have shut down that Geek fan push hard. 4 AM up to 3 eliminations, just picking up scraps, all 3
Who are you supporting in FIFA?
Rejects is really getting battered in right now. We
Portugal,
saw
bro.
the team of IHC taking a peek over that little dip, catching one. One of the FaZe members goes down. Another one down here. UI could confirm that FaZe from a 4-man team now down to 2. This could give the sorry about that. Opportunistic UI.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this player, he's always looking for his chances to get some shots in, and with FaZe down to 2, he puts some more damage in. Oh, Game Lord's taking a beating though from the 2-man team of FaZe. Lycan up in the front, Tony K in the back, trying to get the heal off, and Lycan goes down, not able to find that one, and that is FaZe taken out. Game Lord with a very successful defense, and Geek Fam still alive in the north.
A crucial statement to be made now is Geek Fam is down to only 1 member. Yes, they got picked up that 1 elimination, but it's not looking good for them to really bolster that gap between themselves and 4 Angry Men, who are still riding on high with all 4 of their members. We turn our attention here, of course, to GK and Nongshim Red Force, who made that push on, and they found D Xavier, but this has been the looming threat in these compounds. GK Esports have been holding down this real estate for the longest time, and now, well, it's time to give up some of that real estate as Nongshim Red Force move on in with the UMP, but Hope is just too good with it. Sprays on out, immediate turnaround here for the trade. 4 Angry Men, come on, with the third party. Ew, this is not looking good. Nongshim Red Force will bow on out from that engagement as Rejects get caught on out in the open once again by GK Esports.
And Duello was doing the shimmies right there. GK come out on top in that fight with the added help of Game Lords and 4 AM, third partying from distance. Next zone is out. 4 AM still hold his fortress comfortably, but there is the 4-man team of Game Lords that can make something happen against them. Duello's doing whatever he can to stay alive in that dip. The dip is no longer in zone either. 3 eliminations for Duello. Can he somehow manage to pick up 1 more? The IHC team, the next likely candidates to fall down in this match, as they have to come down from the high ground, completely exposing themselves to everybody on the map.
What's ironic is that these are our two teams in contention for third place right now. It's IHC and Rejects that are literally fighting for that third place finish. Rejects, of course, reduced down to only one, but IHC, they've been feeling the pressure now moving on in. They're going to find Rejects. They're going to say, hey, that third place, it's ours, baby. We are going to be taking this one up. If they can get the res on through, maybe they can add on to that placement tally. But, oh, Game Lords moving into 4 Angry Men territory.
Yeah, this is going to be a very close fight between these two teams. And I think, yeah, IHC will end up taking third. They'll get that revive. Very smart push by IHC. There's no way they were going to be able to drive past them and find somewhere safe in this zone. So go for that solo elimination. Pick up that point. VK's still alive. We saw VK come out clutch in that 1v4 or that 2v4 situation against Falcons, and he somehow managed all the way into a bush. Smoke's going down for IHC. That is a tough road to cross, but it might be a good timing because 4 AM completely preoccupied with this Game Lord push.
Oh, WWX trying to close on that line. GK Esports, they are looking for a little bit of revenge. They would love to give 4 Angry Men back a taste of their medicine. Game Lord Smokes deployed. IHC, hello? What are we doing? You're just off of the back of a fantastic third potential finish, but the double nade will at least secure a few more eliminations. GK Esports now down to 2 members, but those 2 members are in the compounds. They're also in the zone. And yeah, there we go. The crossfire, perfect opportunity, and they should be able to take Hope out.
That one nade knocked down a 4-man team of GK, potentially down to only 2. That grenade absolutely destroyed GK's opportunity to win this match. And, well, it looks like Game Lord has fallen back just a little bit. Taking a look at the right-hand side, Game Lord still has 4.
भाई गॉडलेस का क्या नेड गया ना वेरी गुड ब्रो वेरी गुड वेरी वेल
प्लेड. But it looks like 4 AM just backed off a little bit. Godless, the most obvious snake in the world right now on the road, and he does get taken down. Game
Lord elimination top 6 very well played bro. Third spot उसने अपना
maybe 4 AM should have kept the pressure on Game Lord
शायद
earlier
1
when they
point
had them backed up into a corner next to the warehouse. Game Lord's going to take advantage of that reprieve.
मुझे खाना खाना है भाई खाओ खाना खाओ आराम से जो करना है
down in numbers, down to 2.
See in a while bro.
4.
आज लगता है Tem नहीं bro. Tem will get picked up in the open.
So relaxed, that little bit of a break. We saw them. They were feeling good. They were feeling positive. They were making a couple of jokes even. And now they get to use that momentum in this match. GK Esports, hello. We have missed you. Riding on high now with 9 eliminations. Looking for a few more here towards Tem Entertainment. They need to be careful though. Here's the push from our 4 Angry Men up against the 3 now.
मुझे 4 AM का chicken लग रहा है.
Pmgc turning around, literally trying to do 360s as 2
4 AM भी eliminated. क्या पन होती है यार मेरे बोलने में आजकल.
VK still alive. VK, I wonder if he's going to try and third party this. Yeah, he's coming in. It's a 1v1. It might get reset to a 1v2. Diego, he's got the machine gun in hand. He's going to actually back off. That was such a good chance for him, but he didn't have the info that there was still 3 down. GK last one up. Tem Entertainment. This is the Tem Entertainment that we saw only moments ago in the previous Miramar match. Something about Miramar.
GK eliminated.
Entertainment gets their blood going. Tem Entertainment looking like they're going to be the ones to secure this chicken dinner. It's a game of chicken now between Game Lords and Diego. None of them want to go out into the open against the likes of... Oh my gosh, the machine gun and...
Tem got
I think he took it. He eliminated the entirety of Game Lords, but of course it was Tem Entertainment. So excited with that win. That is 2 back-to-back chicken dinners as far as Miramar is concerned. Tem Entertainment.
यार VK कहाँ से अकेला बंदा है टॉप 12 से डायरेक्ट फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे लेके गया. राइट टाइम पे बगी राइट ब्रो. इसलिए एशवी भी बाहर हो गई.
We'll have to wait for the overall rankings to confirm, but my goodness, what a Miramar finish to see the likes of GK Esports stepping up once again, picking up beautiful eliminations, to see IHC and Rejects making a bow, making a fight for that third place potential finish. And then just Tem Entertainment. I mean, what can we say about them? They have been on the
I liked what IHC did there, bro. They played really nice.
I love
उनको नीचे वो आरसी की बीटी थी वरना वो मतलब अच्छा स्पॉट निकाल लेते
joy and excitement, very well played by that team as well. 10,000 plus meters travel. I mean, they definitely did not just get circle blast the entire game. And 21 smokes utilized. The just synergy out of that team towards the very end to make those pushes, to find out GK, to control the territory. Very well done, but a lot of teams made some great, excellent plays to maximize as many points as they can.
It was beautiful. Team Entertainment, love to see what they were bringing in. Game Lords as well, just like we said, that little bit of a break, that little bit of an opportunity to have a bit of fun, reset that momentum, reset that mentality. Definitely made a difference when they came back into this one. They took on 4 angry men, and it was a beautiful engagement to watch.
Yeah, the 4 a.m. fight with Game Lords was a very close one, but regardless of how close it was almost obviously Temp Entertainment that took the upper hand and closed that out with a great chicken dinner.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Senator, what did IHC do? Consistent. Then. Okay. Well. Some days are good, some days are bad. Did you eat something? What are you saying, man? Bro, have you tried Indian sweet dish called Gajar ka
Tem
halwa?
Entertainment. Oh, baby, I hope they didn't high-five each other too hard because they got one more match left to go. It is Game Lord, though, that ended up with the most points here in this final Miramar
What is the
match
most
on the day with
famous
23 total points, and then
dish,
Vivo
sweet
Key.
dish for Mongolia?
So many teams to talk about here, Seven.
Glitter, we talked about this earlier. Teams that are trying to catch up each other, they're gonna end up canceling.
Sweet dish also meat?
And I felt like Game Lord and Tem Entertainment.
Sweet dish also
exactly
meat?
what they did. If you narrow it down, the difference that
The sweet dish
in this match is just 2 points, and that is gonna be so heartbreaking there for Game Lord. But at least some of the other teams that needed to perform really didn't perform that well, and I'm gonna be looking at FaZe Clan with just 3 points.
Yeah, I think when we get to see the overall, there's going to be an even tighter race when it comes to those points that we said before. Like you said, Game Lord, top performers right here. 2 players from Game Lord.
Yeah, I understand.
And then we have one from Vivo Key, and then
Okay.
And then
No
I think
stress.
finally we get to
This
talk
was the
about
last
GK
match,
over here
right?
too. But this is what we said
Now
was
there
gonna
is
happen. We had two
one
more
more
games
match,
on the
one
day
more match.
that were kind of like the safe opportunities
Okay.
to do something big. Now, in Game Lord's case, it was slightly unfortunate that the team that was right above them in TEM also had a strong performance. Like you're saying, it doesn't really change their points too much, but it still will matter in the overall. And speaking of the overall, GK actually jumps above Reject by 1 point. Now, we assumed IHC was going to jump up, but they're only 1 point above them, Seven. And Besiktas, a few more points behind. This literally 3rd through 8th is the scariest zone right now.
And this is what I was saying. I didn't think Reject was going to be able to make it to that 3rd place. It did literally come down, Hot Jukes, right up until the end. But there's just so many teams that perform really well that we're going to be fighting against in Miramar. And then look at Tem Entertainment. They're going to be this is why they were clapping. This is why they were so excited. They're going to be able to jump up to 9th place. They're going to pass Vivo Key. Game Lord with that good performance is now going to pass TX Xavier. And look how even this right here, how close this is. 11 points separate 9th place to 12th.
Woo, that was a must-win chicken dinner for Tem Entertainment right there, and especially considering that now with this final Erangel match, if they pop off and have a similar performance here, they could break top 3. That's how close they are. And they put themselves in that position big time. They want that top 3 position, and they have to be. I mean, we saw the excitement from those players here. Now they know. They basically just told each other, So we got a chance, right, Glitter?
Sir G, coach
There's
साहब
been a
Discord पे
chance
नहीं थे
all
क्या?
day
No
for
bro,
all of these
Discord
teams,
wasn't
and
working.
like you're saying, we're on the last Aaron Go match of the day, and these are the top performers. Now, obviously, it's the squads that have been at the top, but
Yeah.
so far that hasn't stopped anybody. So
True.
the big things that could happen here, one, that might switch some things
Man,
up when
I'm
it comes to
still
who's in that
thinking
top
about
6 tier.
Falcons,
IHC
bro.
has a good game with T2K, Rejects,
Assam will be like
Just
very
like
sad,
anything,
man.
that could change the top half. Vivo Keyed, a top performer on this map as well, and they're now actually far down at the bottom, so they're gonna need a good performance, 7, because
You have
I mean, we
fever.
just watched Xavier get dropped out.
I just came out of fever.
All it took was one game.
Have
So glad you
Panadol,
mentioned
bro.
Vivo
2
Key there. As soon as
tablets.
you said, I was like, one does not look like the
Yeah.
others, and that's
That's
gonna
right.
be Vivo Key because they are currently.
No, you have to take 2
boys.
tablets. One
Talk
tablet doesn't
about-
do anything.
I mean, Tem Entertainment and Game Lord performing so well that they were kind of canceling each other out. But then we're talking also about those teams that didn't perform that well. I thought I thought Tem Entertainment might have actually been able to pass FaZe Clan. That wasn't the case, but it's good to see them being able to pass their Vivo Key.
Oof. They put themselves in a great position, though, so they know that you got to be excited about that. There's one more match here today. Can they bust out 3 chicken dinners? That would be absolute insanity because there's too many teams that need a massive performance here. You know, except for the exclusion of maybe Geek Fam. I think they've already put themselves with a nice little buffer so far, but more points wouldn't hurt because we've seen crazier things happen before, Glitter, as we take a look at your teams to watch.
Yeah, and clearly 7 and I were on the same
GC में
thought
podium
train
finish
here
करने के
with
बाद
this
ST
one.
मुंबई
I mean,
आएगी घूमने के लिए.
obviously, Tem and
The
Game Lord,
question
I mean,
is,
after the
coach,
performance we
everybody
just saw
wants you
in
to
Miramar,
come to
heading
India,
into the
man.
last match of the day, I honestly thought that it was going to be a little bit closer at the bottom. I didn't think that they were both going to get
जो
into
दवाई
the
देनी
top
है
11
अभी
off of
जैसी
that
टाइम
performance.
मिलेगा जैसी
Now, the Xavier has to be the one that's trying to get in, but the two of them,
as I said
they
global
can't
championship
keep
के बाद
having
देखते हैं
these one-off
उसके बाद थोड़ा है
solid
टाइम
performances. I feel like they've picked
Yeah.
it up, but now they need to close the day out on a win, because if they don't, heading into tomorrow, we've seen the Xavier do the same thing, and if they don't start to create a little bit of cushion, they're not going to do so hot. And then, of course, Reject, that's the same exact situation, but on the first page. I need to see them try and get in top 3.
I agree with exactly what you said there from Tim Entertainment and Game Lord. By the way, Game Lord, I do want to give him a shout out because they have finally showed us that they can get eliminations and they can also get those placement points. Remember, at one point this team was in a way shy to get into fights for some reason. Right now, we're seeing a completely different Game Lord, and I love it what I'm seeing out of the French guys. Now, for 4 Angry Men, it's pretty straight to the point. We've been seeing them go back and forth. Geek Fam right now has a 26-point lead. And if I'm 4 Angry Men, I'm going to get angry, Hot Jukes. I don't want to go into the last day tomorrow with the more than 20-point lead. That's just not something I want to go in with.
Dang.
Absolutely not. Hey, like the great Steven once said, you know, France, you guys got to be able to pop off right here, right now. Let's take a look at the recap for this last Miramar match as we're about to go inside of Aaron Gale. You know, a team like Vivo Keyed, you could see the players' demeanor as we looked at, you know, just kind of in the battlegrounds. These guys need to pull something major off here, and you can just see the stress inside of it. So I want to ask here, 7.
Yep.
Percentage chance that Vivo Keyed could make it into top 3. Okay?
When? After
Give
this
it to me.
game?
Yeah.
0. Absolutely
Okay, 0 for you. Glitter?
Oh, 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
All
no
right.
way. By the way, something I do want you to keep in mind here with this game recap, and I'm so glad we get a chance to see this, is look at the splits that Tam Entertainment was actually able to do. They were doing a 2-2 split right there, being able to control the high ground, and also having people on the other side of the road. So this push right there became just so much easier for them. And at that point, they decided to hold back and let some of the other teams fight. And I felt like that right there is what ended up winning them the game, Glitter.
I'm glad you brought that up, because as you're watching these rotations, I wanted to talk about that. I mean, it was such solid decision making, and you saw how far out of their way they had to go to even get into position for that 2-2 split. That was an insane call on behalf of Tem Entertainment to make that big decision, because they were the only one on the eastern side of that zone at one point. They decided to grab all the way around, and it paid off in the end.
Okay, so we said that about Vivo Key.
No, hold on.
This is where I want to lead it to it. Hold on.
What's your percentage?
I'm going to say, I can't say 0 because there is a chance, right? So I'm going to say 0.9, okay? 0.9% chance, all right? But what about Tem Entertainment, okay? What is their percentage chance of making it into the top 3-7?
0.
0 as well?
Yeah, man, not after this match. You're going to tell me that this team, yeah, they might have gotten 2 chicken
बुरुराम भी
dinners
बहुत
to
अच्छा
Miramar.
खेली थी
We're
यार.
not going to be going to Miramar. We're
They're
going to be
very
going
good.
to Aragon, like completely
Very
different
good.
beast,
Thailand region is
completely
getting
different
strong.
strategies,
You're right.
and you're going to be trying to jump up, what? Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 teams that have been able to
But look how
perform
many
really
points.
well, and they can pop off.
But
I
look
don't
at the
care about
points.
the
Glitter,
points.
do you agree?
They're going to cancel each other out.
I think the most generous I can be with that percentage is 7%.
Hey,
7%.
let's go.
All right, that's on brand right there. You can see, okay, look, let's just look at the players' demeanors here. So you can get an idea of the pressure that's going to go into this last match. Because, I mean, if Tem pop off, and there's still 6 more matches tomorrow, guys, you know? If they pop off and get a good game here, they're absolutely, I think, poised to get a least 3rd position. I think 1st place is pretty locked in by now. 2nd place is looking a little bit, you know, on that same trend, but I think 3rd is pretty much anyone's grabs here at this point.
Oh, it definitely is. I just don't think it's going to be right after this match.
Oh, look at this.
I don't think that's what's going to be happening for that team. And yeah, you're going to start seeing some of these faces. By the way, we just saw the last place team, which is Nongshim Red Force. We saw them super down. I mean, at some point, this team, we got to see some live out of them, right? You're currently last place. Yeah, things are not looking like they're going to be going your way. It's not looking like you're even going to be able to try to push for that 11th spot. Start doing crazy stuff. Start doing some of this stuff.
Have fun.
That our last place team, Knights, was able to do. Make it a conversation.
Goodness.
Do something
Toxic. You're toxic,
spicy,
Seven.
please.
Oh my goodness. The disruptors. I mean, Hank, I mean, they could do that. They literally could. They can come in here, hot drop somebody, and even if they take out one player, just one, that is going to really hurt that squad in the long run there. Let's take a look here. Look at FaZe. Even FaZe feeling the pressure up right here. FaZe up, they're kind of feeling a little FaZe down, I think. Glitter.
Listen, the thing that always I don't think surprises me is the right word, but it's something that we see time and time again, and it maybe more frustrates me because we've talked about it a bit, Seven. But when there are those teams that feel like they have nothing left to lose, it's almost like it gives them the opportunity to just play their game. They stop worrying about a bunch of other things, and they do what we perceive to be wild actions or choices because they haven't played that way up until this point. But then they do so much better with like this added level of aggression because they just say, you know, we're just gonna go for it. But why couldn't we do that from the beginning? Why couldn't we take the entire first day and use that as the risky opportunity and kind of test the waters a little bit, see who can and cannot deal with a certain level of aggression? Because waiting until the last day, when we see those teams do it and when they are successful, it's always too little too late. It doesn't matter how good of a performance they have. We watch them miss out on it by 3 points, 2 point, 1 point because they waited too long.
I think इसमें बार-बार कुछ लफड़ा आ रहा है इनको.
We saw that happen literally 2 games ago.
So guys, I think आज के लिए इतना काफी है.
And end up eliminating them and being able to collect 4 points. It
We
didn't really do
will
anything for them, but maybe just a little bit of a confidence
catch up
boost.
again tomorrow
Going into what you were
with
saying, I'm gonna call out some teams.
everyone
I'm gonna
else,
call out Furious Gaming. I'm gonna call out
hopefully, and
Genesis,
then
Doug McGids, Team Falcons,
take
and
it
last
from
place
there.
team as well that I just talked about. Because if
ठीक
you
है भाई
might
लोग.
even have a slight chance at being able to catch up to 11th place, You're gonna have to
Take
start
care.
hot dropping game
Good
mode.
night.
You're gonna have to start hot dropping.
See you
PUBG,
all.
and you need to do this.
Bye bye.
Not tomorrow. You need to do this in the next game. You need to stop them